What's going on, guys? Welcome to the second episode of SHOKY'S NERDCAST, where we like to talk about all things nerdy. And of course, if you guys remember from the first go-around, we have a little saying over here at the NERDCAST. It's, you don't have to be a nerd for everything, but everyone is a nerd for something. And yeah, that's basically what we live by around here. So it doesn't matter what you nerd out about, you are a nerd. You know, whether it's sports, or anime, or gunpla, or I don't know, what other people? Purses.
Guns.
Girl. Guns.
Wine.
Did you both say guns?
Yeah.
Okay. And guys, I have a couple special guests here tonight. We don't have the normal podcast group together, so I actually have my buddy Nick over here. We've seen some of his stuff before.
What's going on, everybody?
If you guys remember, he had his awesome tall geese on the Shoky Builders Showcase not that long ago.
You're welcome.
No. Yeah, I didn't even say thank you. But no, yeah, people really liked your tall geese. You got some views.
I'll take some. Better than none.
Yeah, okay. And then my good buddy Cory over here. He's coming in to visit.
Salutations and greetings.
He's weird, but it's okay. We're all weird here in the Shoky Cave. And actually, this is the first podcast I ever recorded directly in the Shoky Cave. So if you guys hear any plastic stuff falling, that's why. Because we're drinking beer and sitting around talking about funny stuff. Or weird stuff. And unlike last time, guys, where we did the nerd news and everything, to kind of keep this, I'm not going to say shorter, focused, we're going to do a very interesting topic tonight.
Not too many digressions.
Oh, there will be digressions all over the place because tangents. Oh, rabbit, go get. Yeah, no, don't follow the rabbit. Don't follow the white rabbit, guys. But we're going to be talking. We're going to be talking movies and cinematic universes tonight. What do we love about them? Are they getting out of hand? Are new ones better than old ones? And why does Michael Bay suck so much?
Agreed.
That might not be an entire topic, but it happens, you know, because technically the Bayverse is a thing.
It's a bank account.
Yeah, he does have a. now, now, just to jump off to an early tangent, if we just assume that all Michael Bay movies happen in the same universe, at some point Will Smith is out there with Martin Lawrence, waiting for Optimus Prime to show up on his front doorstep in Florida.
And we'd also have Ninja Turtles somewhere in there too.
Technically, that's not the Bayverse. He only produced it.
Technically,
he only produced it, but it had his shiny crap all
the
over
explosions.
If you're holding hands with a girl when you're touching a boy, something's happening there.
Thank you, Megan Fox.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you, Megan Fox. The Megan Fox verse. That's what that is.
Michael Bay was like, Ninja Turtles? Who do we get? Megan Fox.
Yeah, because she absolutely hated him from the Transformers franchise.
It's the whole thumb thing.
But, yeah, it is the thumb thing.
She has weird hands. Have you never seen it?
She does have really strange
Have you never seen it?
Doesn't she have an extra pinky? Or somebody else I thought hasn't.
No, she doesn't have her.
She has an extra toe. She has
Dude,
an extra toe.
Her thumbs look like the big toe on people's feet.
Yes, she has pinky toes. Or no.
Dude, you swear you've never seen it.
I've never like searched it, but I've heard of it.
Yeah, we'll look at that later. But okay, so early tangent off into the Bayverse. Even though we're going to talk Transformers later on. But of course, you guys all know if you're big fans of any movies in the last 20 years at this point, they just started all of a sudden becoming branched universes that became more and more obvious thanks to Marvel lately.
Which is good.
Yeah.
I mean, it's an untapped storyline that everyone knew.
Well, the whole fact of, at least with comic book movies, it makes sense to have an expanded universe because you have all these superheroes that have their own stories but all interconnect. So to do a movie system the same way totally makes sense. Mm-hmm. That was pizza and beer. And a little bit of Barks root beer. Non-sponsored.
But I mean, you look at how long the stories have gone. So you have so much, I don't know how you'd say it, material you can go on. Different storylines.
We'll see, the 1950s was when Superman started.
Action Comics.
Yeah. But then Detective Comics and all that stuff were starting on the DC side. Marvel was a little bit later.
It's 2017, so there's such a vast library of storylines to pick from.
Yeah.
And randoms. Always the best stuff to find at a flea market.
Yeah. Yeah. And then the fact that at least within the Marvel Cinematic Universe, we've had it for 9 years now.
Yeah.
What did I count earlier? 16 movies so far?
Yeah. Since 2000.
Since 2008, what started with Iron Man, the very first movie. And people,
it's been that long.
It has been that long. But here's the crazy part, and people don't seem to realize this now. Iron Man was the linchpin. What did you knock over?
That was
your phone?
Yes.
Okay. Don't break things in a Shoky.
It's not plastic.
Yeah, that was actually glass. He broke his phone.
Oh.
But no, Iron Man was the linchpin for the Marvel Cinematic Universe because if it didn't do well, they weren't gonna do it.
Well, that was the linchpin, along with the Disney money finally coming along.
Well, Disney didn't have until a little bit later.
Well, right afterwards, everybody was like, "Oh, that was good," and then they had the Disney money come in later, and they're like, "Well, we can play with this now."
Yeah. Well, I mean, they were,
support.
But they were already making a ton of money. Well, theoretically, off the first few ones, where you had Iron Man, then the Incredible Hulk in the same year.
Yeah. Right.
But Incredible Hulk is like weird, fluctuating, not necessarily MCU, but with the inclusion of Tony Stark at the end of that movie.
Right.
Yeah.
And of course, Thunderbolt Ross coming back in the newest Avengers movie. Because we'll talk about that in a second. But I mean, starting with Iron Man, the fact that they didn't know if it was going to do well, because all comic book movies prior to this had sucked because the 90s.
Yeah.
Just everything had never done well, period.
No.
Punisher.
Punisher, the first couple Punishers weren't too bad.
Dolph Lundgren,
even though it was a weird choice to play the Punisher.
I dug it. I think that
and it was Marvel.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was Marvel. But we also had Blade before that, all three Blade movies before that.
That was comic book
and Marvel.
Yeah.
Those were Marvel movies. They're just not MCU.
I like Thomas Jane. And who played the newer Punisher?
Gotcha. Yeah,
Which I really like because even after like the movie didn't do well, he actually had stated that he wanted, even if he wasn't in the series, he wanted to help the series go, and he did a couple shorts on YouTube.
Yeah.
Which were awesome. Like the laundry one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That one's boss.
Now see, there's a good reason I brought in Cory, because he actually has a fairly well in-depth movie knowledge, especially of older movies. Whereas I may know a lot of newer movies and somewhere in the middle, and then Nick is fluid in movieverse. He's very flexible.
You're tender to the touch.
And single, ladies.
Hey.
So
link to his Tinder in the description down below. No, I'm kidding.
I want to ask something about the 90s. So
yeah,
and I don't know what comic books these are from.
I didn't think about TMNT, the Ninja Turtle movies.
That too.
Those are comic book movies.
These two came out around the same time.
Yeah.
So you had the Shadow.
Yeah.
And you had the Phantom.
Yeah. Oh, you had Darkman too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you did.
We're not going to talk about Darkman. That movie was
but the Phantom was like the end of Billy Zane.
But you know what? Okay, just talking about the Phantom real quick. I loved Phantom. What was it? $21.99 or whatever the cartoon was.
Yeah.
Based in the future. That was great enough. So I was hoping that the Phantom movie was going to be related, but technically wasn't. Now the Phantom is a weird character in and of itself because it's almost like the Black Panther, and it's handed down generation to generation.
And then they're like a bad guy. Treat Williams. That's who we want.
Why would you have Treat Williams?
Why would you wear a purple leotard and ride a white horse? You just stick out. But he didn't. I
don't know. There was a weird... Actually, I think the Phantom is more or less like the newest generation of the Lone Ranger. He even had the black mask. He had all that. He just needed a cowboy hat. He even had the horse.
Plum crazy purple.
There you go. Okay, so back to the MCU. Tangents abound everywhere, guys.
And like, not even 10 minutes.
But realistically, this is the reality of comic book movies. They have been around forever, but they sucked up until Iron Man. Iron Man proved that they could do well because that movie was made well.
Oh, it was made well.
And you go back, and it holds up today. 9 years later, you can go back and watch that, and other than maybe newer CG,
it was solid. It got the characters started.
Yeah.
In a solid way without it like tangenting any different ways and making you feel like that the movie was rushed either.
Yeah, there's almost no. It was the pacing was great on
steady.
It was very steady. It retold the story of Tony Stark. Unless it's Stony Tark. That's a totally different movie. I'm pretty sure that's they
did it in a way where it was really easy to connect with his character and be like, all right, I dig it.
Yeah.
That and you believe Robert Downey Jr. is. That's what Tony Stark would be like.
Yeah. Now, I love the fact, just minor tangent here, Robert Downey Jr. basically set the tone for modern Tony Stark.
Yeah.
Like, not just in the movies, in the comic books, it's almost made its way backwards.
Right.
It's retroactively, he's become Iron Man, even within the comics nowadays, and that's really cool.
And I do enjoy the path that they went with him. Instead of just doing the straight up, like, Tony Stark goes into depression, alcoholism. They kept it family friendly, where he was like, I'm trying to save the world, but he doesn't realize a lot of the stuff that he does is doing the complete opposite.
But if they did the Demon in the Bottle storyline somehow, somewhere in there, I think it would be great.
Oh yeah,
by itself, like maybe Iron Man 4 post Infinity War.
Right.
If he went to the Demon in a Bottle for a little bit, and then maybe somebody have to come in and save him, that would be great. But most people don't want to deal with his actual alcoholism. Right. But the fact that Robert Downey Jr. basically lived as Iron Man, rich, famous, went up the deep end of the drugs, alcohol, and all that, and then plummeted to the bottom and had to start over with his life.
And he was really able to insert that into his own character.
Yeah, he literally played that. So that was his life.
Kind of narcissistic the way he talks.
Oh yeah, but his
attitude
is perfect. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But then and I was talking to Nick about this early on. We think about it now. It seems like we get comic book movies 3-4 times a year now. Back then, 2008, it was just Iron Man and Hulk. In 2010, it was only Iron Man 2.
God, Hulk.
Yeah, but think about that. In all of 2010, there was, well, at least Marvel-wise, there was only Iron Man 2.
Well, see, the nice thing is instead of just like pumping them out and just like shoving them down our throats, they were making the movies well.
And but they made the plan. They had the phases laid out, phase 1 and half.
Like even the first Thor movie, I was just like, all right, I dig it. And
I liked the first Thor movie, and it showed character growth for a brand new character that almost nobody knows about.
Thor is my favorite Avenger,
of course.
Yeah,
the big warrior type.
Yeah, but it's like I think Captain America probably has the best standalone films in the series.
Oh yeah,
yeah. We was going to get to that because right after Thor, of course, was Captain America: The First Avenger.
Yeah.
In the fourth movie.
Right.
Fourth movie in the series, he's the first Avenger. Which the first Captain America movie, of course, origin story has to build up to everything that happened, lay out the groundwork for more of the MCU. Which, of course, leads up to Avengers.
I thought they were really smart with starting Captain America and just doing that World War II timeline.
Yeah,
rather than like trying to speed, like because most other directors would do like probably like a 10-minute World War II like montage thing and then just shove you into.
And
then
some flashbacks. And then flashbacks. Yeah.
And you'd have been like,
yeah, I really dug that movie.
Yeah,
and it's so campy too. The first one is very campy.
Like his sidekicks, the one dude with the huge mustache.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Dum Dugan.
Who bleached blondes his hair naturally all the time.
Yeah. Well, especially in he's in the Arrowverse now.
But yeah, it was just a solid movie, and instead of like I said, instead of just shoving us into the future, they waited till Winter Soldier to give us that more modern.
Well, remember at the very end, of the movie, he wakes up in the 21st century, no clue what's going on, and he's been asleep for 70 years in the ice.
Right. And that just gave us enough character development for us to be like, all right.
Yeah. And then that tied directly into the Avengers because that was his opening scene in Avengers with Nick Fury coming to recruit him. And let's talk about Nick Fury for just a second because he's brought in at the end of Iron Man 2. Mm-hmm. Never seen him before. They already talked about S.H.I.E.L.D. in Iron Man 1. Yeah, we're working on the acronym.
Right.
Which introduced, personally, one of my favorite characters, Coulson.
Oh, Coulson was great.
But I'm an Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. fan, too, so that's why I really love Coulson. And the guy who plays him is amazing. His name's escaping me right now. I'm saying Brad Garrett, but I know it's entirely wrong. No, totally wrong. But the fact that Samuel L. Jackson was playing Nick Fury because Marvel had already introduced the Black Nick Fury based off of Samuel L. Jackson in the comics.
Right.
So the only reason he's in the movie is because they put him in the comics already.
Yeah, but he's like Danny Trejo. Anything you put him in, people are gonna watch.
He's pretty solid.
No, but I mean, he's great. I love his Nick Fury, and I love at least the way he's bowed out of it a little bit, just figured into the background. But then his return in Avengers: Age of Ultron was great. And I did not see that coming. It was amazing.
Oh yeah, up at the barn.
But the main deal with the barn. Oh yeah, in the barn. I'm talking about his actual other comeback later in the movie, but. Yeah, I love when he shows up to talk to Tony Stark, and he's like, I knew it! Tractor, leading me in here to talk about tractors. But, I mean, leading up to Avengers, which is that first major ensemble movie that had already been established characters.
Right.
So we'd already seen Black Widow, we'd already seen Hawkeye, just not in anything important. There's sub-characters in the other movies. We bring them together. We already had the Hulk in his own movie, but a totally different person playing him, a far superior. Is like at this point, I think that he's the Hulk,
right?
And
it's all like Greg.
What is his name?
Greg Ruffalo?
Mark Ruffalo.
Mark Ruffalo. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's a badass
Who's
actor.
Greg?
Who's Greg? Who knows?
We know too many Gregs, I think,
Greg
in real life.
exists.
Well, yeah, no, it's not Is it Ruffalo? No, Ruffalo. Ruffalo. Mark Ruffalo. We're close. We found it out eventually. Sorry, Mark Ruffalo. We can't remember your name. You play an amazing
Where
role.
the wild things are. I'm
There
pretty
you
sure
go.
that was the name of one of those creatures.
I think it was. But his version of the Hulk, even though we didn't get to see, we didn't need another Hulk beginning. We didn't need to see that for a
It was
third
so
time.
bad, man.
Dude, the first Hulk movie was terrible. Incredible Hulk wasn't that bad, but it was still not great. But we'd never seen the Abomination again.
Yeah.
Which is fine because I don't like the guy who plays him. But then leading into Phase 2 with Iron Man 3, which was kind of just it seemed like it circled the drain and left a lot of people pissed off with the way it worked. So that was, I think, Marvel's first misstep ever when it came to the new MCU.
I did like Mickey Rourke in the second one as the Russian bad guy.
God, he was so bad. I want my board.
Give me my board.
Give me my board. This is not my board. You said get the board. I got the board.
I would say the worst part was the hair.
The hair was
Yeah.
I'm just
horrible.
gonna keep my blonde hair.
I didn't realize that was Mickey Rourke though. Like, it's like if you go back and you look at everything Mickey Rourke did in those
if you
years,
watched, was
he
it
looked the same.
9.5 weeks?
Yeah.
Did you see him in the 80s?
No.
Okay, so
Well, I probably did. He was a very attractive man. back then.
Mickey used to be a sharp-looking cat,
Yeah.
and then years of boxing, drugs, and terrible plastic
Yeah.
surgery.
Especially after the wrestler.
Wrestler was awesome.
No, but I meant his look after that
Yeah.
was significantly
He
different.
was awesome in the Immortals, though.
Yeah, I never saw him.
Badass.
Like Marvel resurrects all these drug-ridden actors. And
Yeah, but they make him go clean. What?
By the way, the 80s Captain America was
Oh God!
Red
I've seen
Brown,
that.
Dolph Lundgren.
I've seen that. Is so bad.
It was
It was
cringy.
bad.
It was
Captain
rough.
America steals a truck from a dude. That was so bad in like the worst possible way. He's literally like, look over there, and he steals a truck.
It's a cringe fest.
They put Dolph and all that stuff.
But
For
they,
sure.
but they made that Red Skull look
awesome.
sick.
Yeah, he did.
Like,
look
don't get me
badass.
wrong, I love Hugo Weaving's.
Mhm.
Like, they did a really good makeup job on that. How they didn't get anything for that. The fact that he rips off his own face mask to reveal all of that amazing Red Skull work underneath, and they didn't get anything for makeup.
Which I love it when
in
they
that
go
movie.
back to that. I'm really not a huge fan of abusive amount of CG.
Yeah.
It upsets me.
Well, I think that's another thing that the Marvel movies, they do a good job
It's
balancing.
clean.
It's clean,
It's
and it's
clean.
not overused.
And they understand when they have to use it, and they don't
Yeah.
really have a choice. Like in the first Avengers movie,
Yeah.
they're like, "All right, we're in giant battles with the Chitauri, so
Well,
it's like
we have to fight. We have to
Yeah.
fight an alien
It's
race.
unavoidable, and we have like 5-6 different heroes doing stuff. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. You know, they did as much practical stuff as they could with that movie, which is amazing. Like when they're fighting on top of the big floaty thing, you know, they had a set to work on, but everything else was
right,
green screen. But that was actually really amazing.
they don't Michael Bay, and they're just like,
Yeah.
"What are we gonna do? CGI? Just throw it out the window."
Let me
CGI.
get my card.
But hold on.
Yeah.
But the Avengers did start a trope that exists now, and that's the blue beam into the sky, which is like in every sci-fi action movie now.
Oh yeah,
You know, and that's part of some of the other failed universes that people have so far tried to do it.
Mhm.
So it was in Ninja Turtles. It was in Fan Four Stick. Another movie real recently did it. They're potentially going to do it in the Dark Tower, but it makes more sense in the Dark Tower. It actually has a
I'm
function.
excited for that.
I am too, because I know nothing of it, and I'm okay with that. I want to see something that I know has been around forever, but I know nothing
People are
of.
like, you read the book? I'm like, no, but it looks great.
My mom read the book.
It's Idris Elba, man.
I love Idris Elba. A lot of people are pissed because the original fan art,
Uh-huh.
or the art used on the book,
Yeah.
portrays like a Clint Eastwood style looking white dude who's the gunslinger.
Well, it
Right.
would do.
A lot of people got upset about Idris Elba, but people need to realize Idris Elba's badass.
Dude, hold on. Just slight tangent here because of another technical kind of movie verse. I think Idris Elba would be an amazing new James Bond.
Who?
James Bond. Like, have Idris Elba as the new James Bond.
I would like that.
I think
could
he
get
would be.
behind that.
One, he's British already, so that helps.
It's a big dude.
And he's a big dude.
He just won
He
his
can
first
handle
real
everything.
kickboxing fight.
Yeah,
Knockout.
Did he?
Yeah.
I did not know that. Oh, and I was going to say, he's in the MCU as well, so he's already, you know, he's in the Thor
The
movies.
Guardian.
Yeah. Heimdall. I was getting there. I
Yeah.
know it started with an H, but yeah, I mean, he plays a great character there, so.
He does.
You know,
he's
even though,
one of my probably top 15 favorite actors. He's insane.
Yeah, I definitely dig him.
He was the only thing that saved Ghost Rider 2.
You know what? Well, that movie was terrible. Period. When he was playing priest or something like that.
God.
Okay, talk
Those
about
movies
failed
are bad.
failed Marvel things, but Ghost Rider belongs to. Oh, Ghost Rider is Marvel, but it's not in the MCU.
No.
Total separate thing. Those are absolute failures.
Thanks a lot, Nicolas Cage.
Yeah, he ruined it. He caged it over. But we were talking about after Iron Man 3, we came back for Thor 2: The Dark World, which was meh, but not terrible.
I'd give it a 4. I'm a 4. As a Thor fan, I wanted more, which thank God the new one totally puts in perspective. This is what I'm finally getting.
Yeah, Ragnarok.
I think they did enough in it where people understood the purpose of the Infinity Stone.
But I also don't think they want people to like Thor so much.
Yeah.
Compared to the other people. Yeah, he's a god.
Yeah.
But Thor's also harder. Like Thor and Thor's stories are harder to work with.
Thor, they shouldn't have gotten Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah, exactly. Let's just make a new Thor.
No homo. That is a handsome man, and you got a handsome man for the part.
No, you know he's done less Thor workout in the last few years.
Right.
So he's getting a little smaller. It looks weird. Like, dude, he was so ripped for that first movie.
For that first Thor movie, he was.
I mean, he's still beefy, but he's definitely slimmed down for it, and that's okay. Well, you know, it's hard to keep with that regimen. Chris Evans has done the same thing.
Well, I mean, that's the life of an actor. Is you get a role, you're like, all right, I gotta either gain weight, drop weight,
get into ridiculous shape. Well, we're getting there. Talk about diet and getting into shape with Guardians of the Galaxy with the other Chris
Pratt.
Yeah. So
he's a wrestler, though.
We got 3 really good Chris's in the MCU.
Oh yeah.
Chris Hemsworth, Chris Evans, and Chris Pratt, and they're all amazing at what
Pratt's
they do.
Badass, though. I mean, his comedic style is. I love it.
I think when it came to the
puts a good taste in my mouth.
Yeah. Oh yeah. With Phase 2, though, I think that Winter Soldier and
Bucky.
Yeah, Winter Soldier and Guardians of the Galaxy 1 were the best ones out of those movies.
I'm just glad Howard the Duck's coming back.
Yeah, but I doubt he's going to get his own movie. It's just going to be in the Universal
Yeah,
world.
I mean, I like the 80s movie. I often think another driver that we work with, I tell him he looks like Jeffrey Jones. I always call him Dr. Jennings.
Yeah. But, no, speaking of the Howard the Duck, have you seen Guardians 2?
No.
Okay, so we won't go into any spoiler territory for Guardians 2. I saw it the other weekend.
You can spoil it for me if it makes everyone feel better.
No, it's fine. Everybody who's seen it knows it's good. It's so recent, I don't want to talk too much about it.
I heard it's very 80s, which is...
It's pretty 80s. Yeah. I mean, it has to be.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, of course. It's a bit more 70s at the beginning because back then when his dad met his mom.
Yeah.
And oh, my God, they CG'd. They did the CG young version of... oh, God. Help me out here.
Kurt Russell?
Kurt Russell. Yeah, but they found a guy who looked somewhat like Kurt Russell.
Well, they just used his son, Wyatt.
I don't know. They found an actor. He looks similar enough. Yeah, but they look similar enough to CG his face over it. Mm-hmm. And unlike what they did with Tarkin in Rogue One, which was a complete CG character.
They Paul Walkered him.
Yeah, they Paul Walker. No, yeah, they Paul Walkered him because they took his brother who looked very similar to him and CG'd the extra details over it, and it looks great. That's what they did here for young Kurt Russell, and it looks awesome. I didn't even think about the fact that it was obviously not a real young Kurt Russell. I thought it was that good.
I'm obsessed with Kurt Russell.
It's unbelievable.
Dude, he's one of my favorite. Yeah, he's another great actor.
Oh yeah,
super obsessed.
Though he definitely overacted in this, which is fine. It's a comic book movie. He definitely overacted in Guardians 2.
I feel like he overacts in a tasteful way. Mm-hmm. Like, did you guys ever see what's it called? A hockey movie.
Seen it.
Glory?
Where's the coach?
Yeah. Yeah, it's not called Glory.
No, Glory's a different. No,
I know what you're talking.
Miracle.
Yeah, Miracle.
Yeah.
I don't think he overacts.
Glory's a completely
he overacts.
Glory's a totally different movie.
He takes it to another level with the anger part, but it's like that's Kurt Russell's style.
In Guardians 2, he was definitely chewing the scenery a little bit, but most of the scenery was literally him. I think so. That's okay.
Yeah.
Him and Gary Busey have always just been these outspoken, super emotional actors, and Kurt Russell's the original Disney kid actor.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
So he's been in it for life.
Well, he knows how to harness that overly emotional style.
Backdraft's a good example.
Yeah, definitely.
Of that.
Yeah. Wow, that's old school there. Okay, now I brought this up since we were talking about you said the Captain America movies are probably the best ones.
Mm-hmm.
I was asking Nick this earlier. Which is better, Civil War or Winter Soldier?
I like Winter Soldier.
You like
That's
Winter
what I
Soldier?
said.
Yeah,
said
I think.
Soldier.
Then this is what I always argue with Winter Soldier. Like people are like, why is that one better? One, it's a spy thriller, so you have no clue what the heck's going on
No.
the whole movie, and then the actual revelation at the end with Hydra is awesome. And
Yeah.
then, and I always bring this up too that Agents of Shield goes with the movies, fills in the gap between the movies. So in the series, it led literally up to what happened at the Triskelion, and then the next episode picked up immediately after that with the Hydra inception,
Mhm.
and they were dealing with who do we trust, who do whatever. But then they did the same thing with Age of Ultron, going right into it. What was that later or the next year in 2015?
Yeah.
They even led up to because we didn't know what they were going for, and then we find out right after the movie. I love how they do this. They said that okay, so the show comes on Mondays. Then the movie opens Thursday or Friday for the weekend. The next Monday, they immediately start at the events of the movie.
Right.
I love that the tied together. So realistically, I think of Agents of Shield as being tied to the MCU directly. Same thing with Agent Carter,
Right.
which was obviously this.
That's just brilliant.
Huh?
It's brilliant.
Oh yeah, because no one else has ever done
No one's
anything.
ever done that. Yeah.
Nobody's done that, and that's one thing
But
that's
Marvel
amazing
always
about
says
Marvel.
that, like, no one's ever done what we're doing.
And that's true
Mhm.
because they make this giant universe from all these separate characters, and they're interweaving them as they go.
And they're doing it tastefully.
Mm-hmm.
Well, in most cases.
They're just not shoving characters down your throat.
Yeah. Who directs the Shield series?
Off the top of my head, don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. It's changed hands a couple times, but it's so weird this season because they're dealing with Inhumans, they're dealing with all kinds of other stuff, and the fact that they've been building up Inhumans on Agents of Shield. They abandoned the Inhumans movie from the MCU, but they're getting their own series on Fox, I think. So, but it's not going to be tied directly into the other thing, and the fact that the Marvelverse is spread out amongst a couple different stations on TV.
Spreads like HBO.
But it's Marvel Comics, not Marvel Films. So that's when people get confused. That Marvel has their own studio.
Yeah.
So Marvel Studios movies are all MCU, but then you've got the Spider-Man movies, you've got the Fantastic Four, X-Men. Those are all Marvel movies, but they're not Marvel
At least
Studios.
Chris survived the first Fantastic
Yeah,
Four with
So
Captain
yeah,
America.
he elevated his career massively after. Actually, I liked him as Johnny Storm. I thought he played Johnny Storm brilliantly.
Well, ever since I know teen movie, I just pictured that's how he actually acted, like a Stifler-like character in real
Exactly.
life.
Right.
Exactly.
But do you notice how like Marvel movies are badass? They're really bright in the action sequence.
Yeah.
And the DC movies are all kind of dark.
That's exactly.
And I dig the darkness.
Yeah.
But see, that's where it's so weird because Marvel is going with the comic book feel.
Mhm.
It's bright, colorful, usually, and
Yeah.
it gets dark and dull, like Winter Soldier. All the colors were muted
Mhm.
because they wanted you to see that things are turning and going the other way, with the exception of the Triskelion itself, which was pure white.
Mhm.
So the giant symbol of what shields should be, it's purity, it's white, and it turns out it's Hydra on the inside.
Right.
So they go not brilliant play of colors, but then they go from Captain America, who's doing all these things that spy missions and everything like that he's kind of questioning, wearing his dark, stealthy suit, to switch back to his bright, colorful original suit to the end to make sure that he stands out as a beacon of what should be, which is what he is. Hope, all that. So to stand up against the darkness that is Hydra and everything turning in that movie. And Civil War actually brought back more colors, but was also kind of even toned across it. A lot more reds, honestly, in Civil War, with Spider-Man, Ant-Man, all those. Now, with the idea of Civil War or Avengers 2.5, is really what it was. Do we have too many Avengers now, all at the same time happening?
You know, I think they do it tastefully, and the fact is, because they do the different movies, it's not like just your normal movie where there's a team of dudes, the leader, and then you kind of go for the leader, and then the other guys kind of have their scenes.
Yeah.
And their fight scenes, and you're like, whatever.
It's not just that.
But in the airport fight, everybody got equal time.
Yeah, but each person likes a certain comic for a reason.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there's a lot there, but I think everyone will be able to take from it.
Yeah.
Like me, as you know, I'm a huge Swamp Thing fan.
Oh,
There's not a ton of them out there.
There's only 2 movies?
2.
Yeah. Which I liked one of them.
The second one.
Yeah.
A lot of people hate it. I love the second one way better.
The movie is, talk about colors, that thing is green.
Series.
Yeah.
It had 2 movies, a series.
I saw the series. I remember the series.
I own the series.
That was like, what, 92? If
that was a great gift from my best friend Jesse Hobson. Thank you.
My friend Carlos collects all the Swamp Thing comics. comics.
Nice.
I didn't know that.
See, I like your buddy because I've started to collect what I didn't collect comics to begin with because I didn't read them.
Right.
So now that when I go to the flea market, I go and grab what I can, and some of them that I've gotten are from the sequence in the second movie when it starts and it just shows comic book images.
Yes, right.
I have a couple of those covers and I've grabbed them just because of that. I'm like, oh.
Well, you know what? I that's one thing I like about the Marvel movies. At the beginning, they have that comic book flippy.
Yeah.
thing. Except up till now, since Doctor Strange, now they have the Marvel cinematic version of that, where it's showing scenes from all the movies that have come. Because it's been 16 movies, all the way up to current. You know,
that's nuts.
And that's insane. And they're all tied together all the way through Guardians. I mean, Doctor Strange was really weird on its own for a minute, and we really didn't get the time frame that it happened. But you get the tie-in at the very end, and then credits that goes directly into Thor Ragnarok, which was hilarious. I love that scene. You know, at first you're like, he starts filling up the glass, and Thor's just looking at it. More beer, all right. He's like, would you like a drink? Tea? No.
Dude, he's got a hell of a name, man. Benedict Cumberbatch.
Benedict Cumberbatch is one of the most sought-after people right now. If they get him and Idris Elba in the same movie, the world will just melt.
Possible.
Yeah.
I'm okay with this.
The fact that Martin Freeman and Benedict Cumberbatch are both in the MCU.
And
so they're just following each other around.
They were both in the Hobbit series.
And Sherlock.
Yeah.
If you're a Sherlock fan.
Love Sherlock.
Okay,
started watching.
Oh, dude. Oh, they just put season 4.
That's what I just started watching.
They just put season 4 on Netflix.
It's
so good. Oh, did not see that end coming of season 4.
Yeah.
So good. Oh, sorry. We're going to do a whole episode on everything Stephen Moffat does. And I really want to do that one day. So Doctor Who, Torchwood, Sherlock, Brain Fart. That should be, the next series should be Brain Fart.
Brain Fart stands for yes.
Yes.
The Dark Crystal.
We're not going to go there right
Prequel.
now. Yeah. On Netflix. Okay, so we're wrapping up the MCU here with the movies that we know are coming in the rest of Phase 3. So Spider-Man Homecoming is next.
God, how many Spider-Mans have there been?
5.
Ugh.
Not counting the original crappy one.
5 too many.
Okay.
Thank God Tom Hardy's going to be Venom, though.
Okay, we're going to talk about that when we get to Sony, because I have a whole section just on what could be the new Spider-Verse. Because realistically, we talked about this earlier.
Yeah, we did.
The idea of an actual Spider-Verse movie set makes sense with the way they've done it. We'll talk about that more.
Yeah.
But Spider-Man Homecoming being tied into the MCU, Spider-Man finally back where he belongs, and I think being played by the best person who's ever played him.
Yeah.
You know, and I think he needs to stay Spider-Man for a while. They have a 6-movie deal, but right now, so they got these 2 that they're on. So Civil War, Homecoming, the next Spider-Man movie, Infinity War, and then whatever.
Yeah.
But we were talking about the fact that if these 2 movies do well, Sony might just go yoink, pull the rights back to themselves, and continue on with their Spider-Verse or whatever they want to do. And even talking about ditching Tom Holland as Spider-Man and recasting him again.
Jesus.
It's like, no, you leave it alone. But if they want to do that,
becoming the Hulk again,
and this is where I was saying,
new Hulk, new guy.
But this is where I was saying that a Spider-Verse idea makes sense because they could leave Tom Holland in the MCU, grab their own new Spider-Man over there. We've already had 2 previous Spider-Men.
Yeah.
Just pretend they're all a different universe.
Not to mention, he has so many villains himself.
Yeah. Well, the Sinister Six movie got killed because they ditched the Amazing Spider-Man series, which I thought was going in a decent direction, but Andrew Garfield, I guess, something happened there where it didn't pull enough money. Well, I know what happened there. It was a terrible movie.
I just hope they keep the aunt as Marissa Tomei.
Oh, yeah.
It's very tasteful.
Yeah, Marissa Tomei. Yeah, the youngest Aunt May ever. And we're okay with that. And I love Tony Stark sitting there hitting on her. You know,
I know.
Oh, so you guys know this in Civil War, whenever he's talking to Spider-Man in his bedroom, you know, he first meets him and stuff like that, and he goes to sit on the bed next to him, and he said, "This is where you move over."
Right.
That was Tom forgetting what to do, and Robert Downey Jr.
Oh, so it's just played in right now.
They played into it. It's like, this is where you slide over.
I love those scenes.
But that's amazing when those scenes totally work, and it's like, so it worked as both the kid just in awe, forgetting what the heck he's doing, and an actual kid in awe, forgetting what he's doing. So the fact that we have a first actual teenage Spider-Man is awesome.
Yeah.
And that's just great. And that's the next one. Later this year, of course, we got Thor Ragnarok, which I think we're all excited about.
Yes!
we work together.
Have you seen like all the memes that they did with it?
Yes.
Oh gosh.
No, I love Stephen Amell. He does Meme Mondays on his Facebook. And he's posted one where it's another flashback where he's got long hair instead of the short hair in the Arrow series, and Thor just got his hair cut off. So it was literally like switch, burp, burp, short hair, long hair, short hair, long hair.
Right.
Okay, what the heck? Thor's losing his hair and Arrow's growing his out. What is happening in his? And I did one that said Barry quit messing with the timelines.
Right.
Because that's the running joke in the Flareoverse. But I think that's going to be the first or the second really kind of galactic movie we're going to get this year. So we had Guardians, which is way out there, and Thor, which is not quite as far, but should have a lot of tie-ins into that. I hope they run into some
I think it's
Ravagers.
going to put a definite something interesting. Get you outside of that normal Avengers every day on Earth kind of thing.
Yeah, that's why I like the galactic movies, because they don't have to necessarily be reflective on that. Although part of this movie is going to be here on Earth because they're in New York looking for Odin.
Right.
Because we've seen that. We know that happens. So that has to happen either at the beginning of the movie or somewhere. At this point, nobody's figured out how the movie's going to lay out.
Where's Anthony Hopkins?
Yeah. He's somewhere on Earth.
We've seen him. Nice Keanu.
Because he looks like a bum. I think they showed him early on, like looking like a bum, like a beard and everything.
What if Odin was just a bum? Like,
dear Lord, he's only got one eye.
Thor, what were they saying? Were they screaming?
Were they screaming Loki?
With the frost giants, how were they walking? Tell me. Were they coming closer? Were their hands cold?
Yes, Father, they were.
Ah.
Okay, can we talk about how good Tom Hiddleston is as Loki?
Yeah.
He's so good.
Tom's amazing.
No homo, Tom Hiddleston is a majestic man.
Apparently, I'd like to jump on this. I'd like to thank my buddies at Cinedump, Jesse, Jason, and Preston. Jesse did an interview with a friend of mine. Oh, man, I can't remember her name. My buddies Jake and Jake. Remember Big Jake who worked with us?
Yeah.
His little sister was on the movie, played Tom's love interest in I Saw the Light, the Tom Hanks movie. And she expressed to Jesse like how thankful he is to everyone. Like he shakes everyone's hand on the movie set.
Such a cool dude.
Just such a nice guy, down to earth.
Yeah.
Probably what you see in War Horse. It's probably how he really is.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The cool thing about all the actors in the Marvel franchise that under the MCU, they're very like humble actors, very
they're
all
not
about
dicks.
No.
Well, except maybe Samuel L. Jackson, but that's because he's Samuel L. Jackson. That's forgivable.
He does what he wants.
He's probably trying to quit smoking after all these years. I'd be irritated too.
I think in Civil War he was trying to quit smoking, which is why he was so angry all the time.
Menthols.
Oh God, that's what deploying menthols in the. I said full tar.
Say what again?
Say what again, you stupid computer. Has somebody ever memed that? Oh, I think I might have to meme that. Where he can't get the computer to do what he wants.
Do it.
Say what again? Well, you saw you've seen my IBO meme.
Yeah.
Everybody has at this point if they watch my channel. But, okay, so Thor Ragnarok. Oh, Jeff Goldblum playing Jeff Goldblum.
What is Jeff Goldblum? What he really is in real life. He's just a horny Jewish guy.
He's so weird.
That's what he is.
Like, I think he's given up on doing an actual character, and they're just like, okay, we need a Jeff Goldblum character in this movie. How about Jeff Goldblum?
The best.
I don't know. Let's get Nick Cage.
The best Jeff Goldblum GIF, if you will, GIF, is when he's laying there on the side, and Sam Neill's on his chest and he's breathing.
Yeah.
Like the triceratops.
So it's the fly sexy, and it's Sam Neill leaning on it. Oh dear Lord!
In the laugh.
How is Sam? Hold on. How has Sam Neill not ended up in the MCU as a semi-bad guy?
It could happen.
Yeah, I could see that. I love Sam Neill.
Merlin. What was that really creepy sci-fi movie he made in the 90s?
Event Horizon?
Yeah.
Yeah. You see him play an evil bad guy.
Yep.
But no, if Dr. Grant gone wrong, that would be great. Oh, what if he got into the Badlands? And he was like, Dr. Grant fell into the Badlands from Marvel.
I could see it.
That'd be awesome.
That accent, you can do anything.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so after Thor Ragnarok next year, we get Black Panther. Or probably Captain America 4.
One of the guys we actually built Gundams with, Terrence.
Yeah.
He was actually an extra in the Black Panther movie. He flew to Georgia so he could be one of the village people. for the Black Panther.
Okay, first of all, this sounds like the 70s.
Come to Georgia.
Hold on.
That's so
Hold on.
racist.
No. Let's think about the fact that he flew to Georgia to pretend to be one of the village people in the Black Panthers movie. It's just, what decade are we in?
These are our times, my friend.
I didn't know that. You didn't tell me about that. I swear.
Yeah.
But anyways, they have to be all hush hush
It
about
was during Christmas time, and we hadn't seen
being
him.
extra.
And everybody's like, "Where the F is Terrence?" Back, and we were like, "Where were you?" He's like, "Making a movie."
Did it snow?
And we're just like, "Oh, cool."
It must be
Georgia?
that section of Wakanda that looks like rural Georgia.
Yeah, and so you know Carlos's sense of humor. He's like, he went to Wakanda, and we were like, ha ha ha, racist joke, Carlos. And then Terrence was like, he's actually kind of serious, and we were like, what do you mean?
Wakanda's in Georgia.
He's like, yeah, I was an extra, I was a Wakandan, and we were like, oh, all right, that's pretty cool.
But if you think about it, it's slightly racist because, hey, we just need black people.
And in Georgia.
Well, and the sad thing is Terrence looks like that.
It's not like it was Kentucky.
I think Georgia's one of their flags in the courthouse is actually the Southern Rebel flag.
Not anymore, it's not. They took it down, remember?
Yeah,
Nonetheless.
we'll be building Gunfun, and
Yeah.
Terrence will walk in and we'll do the Wakandan salute whenever he comes into the door. We're just like, Wakanda forever.
Dear Lord. You're probably a red shirt.
Probably.
Now, I hope they bring back Claw in the Black Panther movie, since he is like a major Black Panther villain. So maybe
Inspector Gadget could fight him.
And for the record, I am a huge fan of the Black Panther costume that they did.
Oh, it's amazing, isn't it?
It's pretty gnarly. It's sleek.
Different types of blacks, silver interwoven, different layers of all kinds of crap. The helmet alone is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Not to mention the technology that's in that suit in the
manly
world is amazing.
Yeah.
The fact that it's bulletproof. It's bulletproof, stab proof, everything proof.
Proof.
Technically, it should be able to survive an explosion too, because it would.
Well, yeah, because you heard Nick. It's proof.
Wait, that doesn't make sense.
It does.
All our mathematicians are going crazy. It can't be proof.
They're on their.
Can you give me a calculation? We got 33.
They're on their whiteboards.
There you go.
Repeating, of course. Leroy.
On their whiteboards trying to figure out the formula. What's proof formula? Oh.
I don't know. We got to write on this blackboard.
What's the acronym? It's proof. That's a lot.
I don't even know. What's the O mean? I don't even know. The second O or the fourth O? I don't know. Okay, so after Black Panther, we've got Avengers Infinity War, when everything falls apart and Thanos comes after everything.
Right.
Yay for Thanos finally getting to do anything. Oh, we didn't even finish talking about Ragnarok, realistically. The fact that we're combining storylines of Thor Ragnarok and Planet Hulk. The fact they're on Sakaar.
Yeah.
Hulk is there somehow. So,
which I think they did it really good, where they gave Hulk a little break for a couple movies.
Yeah.
And now they're finally bringing him back, and we're just like, all right, we're ready for a Hulk.
I think that this movie, because they're starting to say the movies are closer together than they're being released.
Right.
So realistically, Guardians 2, even though it's not quite 2 years later, is actually only like 3 months after the first movie.
Right.
That's why Groot is still baby Groot.
Tiny.
Because normally he grows a hell of a lot quicker. You know, he'll be back up to full size really quick. But I'm thinking that Ragnarok is happening a little bit after, obviously, where Doctor Strange happens. You know, somewhere at that timeline. But obviously during the events of Civil War, because do you even know where Hulk and Banner are?
Right.
I'm sorry, Thor and Banner are. You know, if I lock 2 25 megaton bombs, I'd really be concerned about it, you know?
Right.
And it's like, yeah, they're off in space. Nobody's going to figure out why Hulk is in space, because obviously we don't have the Illuminati in this one to kick him off Earth.
Well, he is green, which makes a lot of sense when you watch, like, you know, the old cartoons.
Alien movies.
Yeah, MGM, just a green guy. It's definitely not from here.
To another planet.
But they sent him away. So the question is, we'll find out in the movie, though, how he got into space in the first place, or how he got to Sakaar.
Because he doesn't necessarily
He wanted to get away anyway. So
yeah, but he was on Earth. He crashed somewhere on Earth.
Yeah.
They talked about that in Winter Soldier? Yeah. Because, they were trying to track his thing at the end of Avengers. That's right. End of Avengers. 2. Yeah, Avengers 2. He said he crashed it wherever and then bailed, you know. So, we'll see. He ended up in space somehow. Maybe the Collector.
Because on Planet Hulk, he doesn't fight Thor, right?
No, Thor doesn't exist in the Planet Hulk storyline. He's on Earth.
Yeah.
They sent him away because he was too much of a threat, but then, of course, he returns as a much bigger threat when he, you know...
I do love how on Planet Hulk they, like, have their little head floating recording. They're like, "We're so sorry," and you're like, "You guys aren't sorry.
Yeah.
You want to get rid of them? Shut up, Tony. You're never sorry."
Exactly. Yeah, no, I just want to know how they're going to pull that off, and that'll be fine. Especially if it leads into a Planet Hulk storyline later on, or if we get maybe during Infinity Wars we get actual World Breaker level Hulk.
I really
amazing.
hope we get that helmet that he wears on Ragnarok at like Think Geek.
Oh yeah, you know they will. Same thing with Thor's.
I'd wear that shit on my couch.
Yeah, Thor's helmet's pretty sick. The old flip down.
Oh yeah.
I love that. Okay, and then just wrapping it up finally, Infinity War 1. Well, actually, it's only the one because the second one's not part 2 anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And then we get Ant-Man and the Wasp for some strange reason, and right there, which is fine because we love the Ant-Man movies. But that's somehow
that was a sleeper movie.
Everyone loves Paul Rudd.
Yeah, Paul Rudd. And then of course we get Evangeline Lilly back, and nobody's going to complain about that.
Oh.
And potentially we get back.
She's the reason I never gave up on that show, Lost.
Yeah.
I kept watching it. I knew it was stupid, but I was like, she's still there.
So you were just lost
Freckles.
on your couch.
I was, yes.
I love Lost. It was a great show.
I was like, Angeline? Yeah, let's go.
Evangeline.
Yeah.
Right.
Me and a paper
Well, you
towel.
clearly love her, Nick. You can't even get her name right. Stop licking your teeth. That's disgusting. Okay, then Captain Marvel with whoever playing
He's
Captain
still
Marvel at
touching
this
his
point.
molars.
Yeah. So Captain Marvel should be interesting, and then whatever the Infinity War sequel is going to be, unnamed.
Captain Marvel. So, Presley was a huge Captain Marvel fan.
What?
So if you look at the original comics and stuff, it makes sense because let's dye his hair black and wore
Yeah.
tiny capes.
Yeah.
Like Captain Marvel.
Not that Captain Marvel.
Which Captain Marvel are you talking?
The Marvel Captain Marvel, not Shazam.
Oh,
The lady.
well,
That's why Shazam is Shazam now, not Captain Marvel anymore.
So I'm confused. How was there two Captain Marvels?
Different universes. Well, this Captain Marvel is a Kree-powered woman who is a badass. So Carol Danvers.
How tight is her clothes?
Very.
Okay, that's what matters.
Yeah. Yellow, red, blue, her blonde hair. I guess I could technically bring up an image of Captain Marvel if I really wanted to.
It's everything you want.
Yeah, but she's hot.
Mm.
I forgot who they said was going to play her. They were shopping around. But yeah, and then whatever Infinity War wraps it all up. And then maybe or maybe not future movies after that with brand new Avengers. Yeah. We'll see.
Now, I know we're talking about Marvel, but I have to say,
the
woman they chose to play Wonder Woman looks like Wonder Woman.
Oh.
Okay, first of all, that was a great segue because we're going into DCEU next.
Dude, her facial structure alone just fits the profile.
Okay, now, yeah.
She is a goddess.
Yeah,
literally.
she is.
However, so many people, myself potentially included, when they first showed her, she's a skinny little chick. And if you've seen her in any other movie, she's real thin. Everything like that, not stacked or anything like that.
Well, and the nice thing is it makes sense now because when you watch the new DC animated movies, Wonder Woman isn't just like...
Oh, they've slimmed her down, yeah.
They've slimmed her down.
But she, everybody was really wanting, what's her face? She was in Deadpool.
Oh.
MMA chick. I can't remember her name now, but she was in several different movies. But
I know you're talking about,
big, strong, big old rack, but she can't act worth a damn.
No.
Gina Carano.
Yeah.
Ah, Gina.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
Her dad was a Dallas Cowboys quarterback.
Now she would have been a good Wonder Woman in the mid-90s. If she, if it worked out that way, because that's what you probably would think of Wonder Woman now.
Yeah, when you still had that broad-shouldered Justice League Unlimited Wonder Woman.
Where she was, bulky, But, of course, Gal Gadot, the one who plays it now, you're right. She looks like Diana Prince.
Yes.
They said they did have a little bit of a marketing oomph.
Yeah.
They were trying to promote her with diet pills.
Oh, no.
And for pro women, that didn't go so well.
No. Well,
in fact, the Alamo is doing a girls-only showing for that film.
I know, and they caught a lot of crap for it already. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it, but you got to think, if they tried to do a men-only movie, first of all, which one would they do? Second of all...
It would definitely be an 80s action flick.
I would think it'd be Deadpool. You could totally do Deadpool 2 as a male-only thing, except I know women tend to enjoy the movie, too. It's hilarious.
Correct.
You can see Ryan Reynolds' butt. Like once.
It's my favorite sound effect.
Jeez. Okay, so now that we're on the DCEU and how terrible it has been so far, so all the way back to 2013 for Man of Steel.
Cringe fest.
I loved it.
I liked Man of Steel, but you know what? And we're going to talk about it. I love the trailer for Man of Steel better.
Trailers are a touchy thing, man.
But we talked about it earlier. There's one thing that DC, I think, does better than anyone. They make a terrible movie look amazing in the trailers.
Dude, yeah, they get you curious, because after Superman Returns, everybody's like, never watching a Superman movie ever again.
You know what? I liked Superman Returns. I liked Kevin Spacey as Lex Luthor. I thought he was hilarious.
Kevin.
I'll take Kevin Spacey over Lex Luthor over
what killed that movie was
Jesse Eisenberg.
The guy came out of the closet not too long after that.
Yeah.
And that's what took him away from being Superman after that.
Right.
Wait, Brandon Routh is gay?
Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
How do I not know that?
See, I found this interesting because during that time, that Superman, his name eludes me.
Yeah.
He's English.
Uh-huh.
Christian Bale, English.
Yeah.
Garfield, Spider-Man,
yeah.
English.
Yeah.
A lot of these superheroes, American superheroes, were actually played by
British
European.
guys.
Yeah.
Of course, why not?
Oh, it doesn't hurt my feelings. The guy, their acting class and style is just way more professional. Like,
hold on, except for
the
freak out from
Christian Bale.
But that wasn't on Batman though. That was on a different. Terminator. Now that was definitely a complete and utter lack of professionalism, which actually was his problem. But with the guy who screwed up in the first place, but he got so mad he turned himself out.
Yeah.
But nobody wanted to work him.
Yeah, that's true. And the thing is like, if you want to go to school to be an actor in England,
the
closest thing you can do besides hopping the pond is go to New York.
Yeah.
Going to sell out.
Yeah.
And you don't have to have talent.
If you really want to become an actor, do it from New York. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. Okay, so just since we now have a Batman in the DCEU, what do you think about the new Batman versus the Nolan-verse Batman?
I mean, Batfleck?
Yeah, Batfleck versus...
Okay. I'll probably get heat for this. I thought Ben Affleck's Batman was going to be total garbage. And within like 20 minutes of Batman vs. Superman, I really dug him. By the end, I was like, okay, that's badass. Because I'm a hardcore Keaton fan.
Yeah.
Well, I can respect Batfleck because when you play through like Injustice, if you're a gamer nerd and you play through Injustice, or you watch like those Batman movies, like Justice League Doom from the animated movie, like you get that side of Batman that isn't just like, I'm just a hero. Like, no, he's
dark side.
He's not just dark; it's practical.
Yeah.
Like he thinks on that very practical like
he's
idealism where it's like, this cannot be an unchecked factor where we're at.
Yeah.
And people didn't like that, but it's like, if you're a true fan, you see that through like games and that side of Batman where he's like,
in the animated series too. He was a detective and he was insanely intelligent.
Yeah.
And worked as well. But
that was an awesome series too.
You know what?
Up in the 90s.
Oh yeah.
That was awesome.
Oh yeah.
I think we'll have to do a Nerdcast just on our favorite cartoons from the 90s.
Yeah.
We'll do that for
I'm
sure.
down.
Oh yeah.
But okay. So what you just said all about Batfleck, amazing, because he's great. You get to see his methods. You get to see him being both an awesome Bruce Wayne and an awesome Batman, versus Christopher Nolan's version of Batman. You don't get the detective work, except in the first one. Batman Begins, there was a lot of detective work.
Right.
After that, it was all just, can I beat them up with my money? You know, which is, I guess, the same thing Iron Man does,
New
but
gadgets.
on a different level.
Like a suit.
What, how much do we need to throw in to get this done?
I'm
Exactly.
Michael Bay.
Now, one thing I really dig about I'm Michael Bay. One thing I dig about Batfleck, he doesn't have to make himself have a gruff, retarded voice to be Batman. He has a voice changer, and it makes sense.
Swear to me.
Okay, now, and people, and myself included, of course, the Christian Bale voice by the end of the series is absolutely ridiculous. But hold on, if you look at the cowl he's wearing, there's no nose holes. He can't breathe. So he's trying to talk and breathe through his mouth. That's also why he does the duck lips when he's talking.
I'm about to say over here,
Yes.
emphasizes his lips.
It does, because he has to do this. Because he's have to breathe when he's talking.
Someone told me. Like, I can't stand it. It drives me up to my please.
And it's the only role he's ever had that he does it. But yeah, no, I think... And I think this new version of Batman, because he's an older, wiser Batman, he's already been through all that
gray
crap.
in his hair.
Yeah.
I think it's a good mixture of like the Batman from that Batman personality, quotation marks, from Injustice, Justice League Doom, and Public Enemies.
Yeah.
And I prefer Jeremy Irons as Alfred.
Yes.
Even though he didn't get that kindly butler ideal, he's more like the updated version of Alfred. And
right.
I liked it. But the fact that Alfred is in there doing the gadgets, so at some point either Bruce has taught him this, or his own training in the military and all that taught him to somehow build these amazing gadgets. Remember when he's working on the helmet trying to fix the voice changer?
Right.
That was like, how does he even know how to do this? He's a butler.
He's a butler, though.
Yeah.
You must do it to ask. I always said that if I got rich, I'd have 2 butlers.
Yeah.
Finnegan and Higgins. Higgins' only job is to find Hennigan.
That's hilarious.
But I always wanted the traditional Alfred through the first, was it 5 movies?
Yeah.
That Alfred, and we'll get to that when we talk about the old horror movies, because he's in one. I'll tell you about it.
Is he?
But
oh wait, hold on. Which Alfred though? Didn't we have
the original Alfred
from the Keatons?
From the Keatons,
the one that died. The one who died by Batman and Robin, right? Yeah. Yeah, that guy was good. I like that guy.
He was amazing.
I don't remember his name off the top of my head. I feel like we should.
I can't remember.
You know, if we had the internet directly in front of us, it'd probably be useful. But that would require reaching over and touching the keyboard and trying to go tappity tap tap tap. Who is Alfred?
But you have to tap.
Okay, and the other thing I really like about Batfleck is he always has like the 5 o'clock shadow going.
Yeah.
He's never clean shaven like Batman tends
bulky.
to be.
Well, yeah, because when you see Bruce Wayne outside of the Batman suit, like he's got that 5 o'clock shadow. He's been out doing missions. He's been tracking people down.
But he also, like, Bruce always wore suits.
Yeah.
He's like wearing his work shirt rolled up in a vest, like he's not wearing
he's action. He's action business guy.
Yeah.
But then again, at the beginning of the movie, whenever it's during Man of Steel, he's literally landing in Gotham during the fight. And he's like, God knows what he was doing prior to that. Mm-hmm. But can we talk about, in just a second, the way he was driving that Jeep, which is, I think, physically impossible to do in that vehicle? He's driving it like it's a drift car.
Oh, no.
But then he shows up, and he's all angry on the cell phone, talking to some guy in the tower that we should care about, but we don't know why we need to care about him. But he's like, Benny! Or whatever the guy's name was. That might have actually been Benny, honestly. It was something funky. He's like,
it was his entrance to
just like, building it's all like, we're all dying. We're all dying.
I need to know my deductible.
Yeah. We're all dying, Bruce. You could get out of the building instead of talking to me. Everyone else is leaving. You could go, man. Go. I have to stay here. It's not a ship, Captain. You can leave.
Guy's just like on top of the building. He's like, this is too epic not to die in.
Yeah.
Well, there's aliens fighting outside our window. I think that's a good way to go.
I will say this. General Zod.
Michael Shannon?
Badass.
Yeah. He's such a weirdo.
He's always playing.
I will find him!
It was great, though. And then as he got older, he shows up. All I grew was a goatee.
Yeah.
I've
shown my age.
I've never been able to take him seriously in any other movie after he played the stepdad in 8 Mile.
He won't go down.
Oh my God, he was!
Yeah, she's like, he won't go down on me.
Oh
man.
No, boyfriend, not stepdad.
Oh, yeah, the boyfriend.
Yeah. But no, yeah, you're right. I didn't realize it was Michael Shannon.
I've never been able to take him seriously after that.
Yeah, if I see him in any other roles, I'm like, is that General Zod?
Hey,
and like, no, it's not Zod.
Watch the Iceman, though, where he plays that hitman.
Huh?
Dude, he plays that guy to the T, cold-blooded. That's definitely my favorite role that he's in.
You know what makes it hard for me to watch some of these movies again? I watch CinemaSins, and they make so much fun of like the things that go just crappy in those movies, especially the I Will Find Him. They have like okay, I get it. I will find it. Okay, yeah, you're fine. And then it just keeps going, and it's like, okay, I think he's gonna find him. You know, it's just ridiculous. But and then the penis-shaped pods that fly them away.
Yeah,
it's just awkward. Okay, there were very awkward things in Man of Steel.
Yeah,
and it was way too long and way too much product placement.
I think they tried to make everything look way too alien.
Russell Crowe's armor, though.
Yeah,
that was beast.
Oh yeah.
Okay, but the Jesus symbolism was way over the top in that movie.
Mm.
Way over the top. Not that there's anything wrong with it. It just what made the movie awkward. Which, you know, he's basically Jesus allegory as it is.
Like you were saying about the trailers made that movie look amazing.
Now, hold on. The second
almost artsy.
Hold on. The second trailer for that movie with the music.
Dude, when you have
that, I watched it like 75 times the first day, and like
I'm not gonna lie, the thing that clinched it for me during that trailer is when Russell Crowe does the most ridiculous, like, soft-spoken monologues ever.
Yes, he does.
Like, you have to, because, like, even in Gladiator, when you listen to him in Gladiator, and he's talking, you're just like...
Because he just talks like this.
I connect with you.
Yeah. He's an amazing...
I know you.
Yeah.
I want to...
Hold on, I love the meme. I love the meme for Man of Steel, when you realize that both of Clark Kent's dads have played Robin Hood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, and Kevin's is the best.
Okay. Kevin Costner though, his death in that movie.
Death scene.
No, that wasn't a high five. He was just standing there like, don't.
I'm gonna high five anyway.
Why? Ow!
I'll give you one. Yeah.
That was a terrible high five.
Thank you, Nick.
Don't high five Kevin Costner dying to save a dog.
What?
And the dog didn't even
I
survive.
thought that was an amazing death scene.
And he's all like standing there pretending to be teenage. No, Dad, I can save you right now, and nobody would probably see it because I'm that fast. No, just stay there.
Maybe off.
Hold on, I gotta go save the dog from the tornado. Dad, you could just stay here.
Does that
It's
scene just like Benny and when Bruce was trying to call him
Yeah.
in the building?
You can get out of the building. You can get out of the building, man.
Dad, you can get out of the bridge.
Dad, you could have come back. I can say no. Just stay there.
I'm not gonna
Keep your
lie
secret,
though.
son.
There was enough silence and stuff happening where I kind of felt it. I was just like,
It was deep.
No, I thought the better scene.
So deep.
Yeah, the better
it
scene.
really was.
The better scene was earlier, whenever he was doing the flashback of the bus.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, "What was I supposed to do? Let them die?" And he's like, "I don't know, maybe."
Maybe.
Wow, like at that point, you're like, "How is Jonathan Kent like just that?" I was like, "Dude."
Well,
Like,
see, and
I was like, I don't know.
that's
maybe.
why I
Kevin
had
Costner has a
feels
black
for that
top.
scene when it happened when he was
Yeah.
telling him not to come. He's like, that dad was that committed to him being like, it's not time. Dude.
Yeah.
you need to keep your
Like-
your secret.
And
yeah.
you've never seen that from a Jonathan Kent in any of his renditions
It's true.
in the past years, where like, you know, in Smallville, he's like, you just got to control it.
The
son."
Dukes of Hazzard.
He was,
dad.
he was the normal like farm dad. You just got to learn from it. No, this was the dad that's like, dude, you keep it under wraps.
Part of me wanted you to hit him too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, I think Man of Steel did a lot of good things, especially the when he's like trying to hide himself, just traveling the Earth, the oil rig thing, the Alaska thing, where he totally impales that dude's truck.
Yeah.
With any and all available power poles. Which how did he do that without knocking the power on the bar? Anybody want to? I mean, there's a lot of holes, but I love Superman with the beard, and then you go, is he going to shave that with his laser eyes? Because we all want to know if he did, because we never see him shaving.
Superman, world deadliest catch.
There you go. And
Superman, Deepwater
so,
Horizon.
Man of Steel, I think we all say Man of Steel good, but had its weird moments. Possibly the
I
fight
think
scene
Man of
went
Steel
on.
was underappreciated.
I think the fights went on way too long. Like you had to fight everybody individually.
Well, see,
finally.
And that's as close to the fights that I think would be like Dragon Ball Z live.
the
action.
sad thing about
Basically.
Man of Steel is it was released whenever the New 52 started,
Oh god.
which was cringe fest.
Actually, that would make sense why his costume looked the way it did.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
was very New 52.
Whenever they aligned it, New 52 was like, or they were like, make it like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
So
then
that was another sad thing. is
Marketing.
that people already had a bad taste from New 52 Superman.
It's better than
Okay.
the Nicolas Cage Superman that was supposed to come out.
yeah. Now, have either of you seen the Ultimate Edition of BVS, the uncut version?
No, I haven't.
Okay, so they have the version
BVS?
Batman v
versus
Superman.
Oh, okay.
Batman v Superman, not versus. There's no S. It's just V.
Yeah.
Batman
Ooh.
the.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Are you sure it's not a Roman numeral?
Yeah, actually, a lot of people said it was 5, but then that means it ties into the Nolan verse, which it doesn't. But
Cynical.
okay, so if you guys haven't seen that, apparently all the stuff that they added back into the movie makes it make way more sense. Like how Batman figured out Clark Kent was Superman, how Clark Kent figured out Bruce Wayne was Batman.
Was it director's cut?
It wasn't called the director's cut. I think it was called just the Ultimate Edition, because they don't do director's cuts anymore.
That happens in movies, though, man.
Okay, here's the problem, and this is what's wrong with the DCEU. All of their movies are like this, with the exception of Man of Steel. Man of Steel was okay by itself. Zack Snyder, doing what he wanted to do, made it work. Batman versus Superman got cut and chopped and reshot and everything else like that, to a point that when the movie came out, I took my girlfriend to go see it, and even she got confused by what was going on, because there was no through to the next thing.
And for comic book nerds, unfortunately,
Oh yeah,
there were too many different Superman things happening
Yeah.
that were just like, that's from this, that's from this.
Superman's story made no sense
Yeah,
in the movie.
they had like 5 different Superman stories built into one movie.
Yeah.
And we're not even going to get into the Martha paradox.
No.
Which, honestly, this movie was the first time I'd ever been made to realize they had the same mother name.
Yeah.
Why did you say that name? Oh my god.
I will find him!
Why do people keep yelling at me? Now, see, one thing I always wanted to know is if Batman actually took Zod's armor and that's where he built that armor to fight Batman. Or
That's a
Superman
scene they
with.
cut.
They might have.
Cut.
Well,
Director's cut.
Like what you just said, that I have to cut.
They didn't have Michael Bay's.
That's on the Super Ultimate Edition.
Yeah, because I have to cut that because you used my actual name, you jackass.
Shut up.
Shoky.
I'm gonna call him Show.
Yeah, that's fine. You can call
Like
me
the
Show.
guy from the Gundam anime.
Well, everybody, a lot of people work on me Show, anyways. But actually, that's Fred.
I think with the DC movies, there's a lot of good stuff happening, but it's just overshadowed.
You know what? There's a lot of good stuff happening in the trailers.
Those trailers will get you to...
Dude, I even tweeted. I said, "Man, DC knows how to cut a good trailer. If only their movie."
If you get Russell Crowe doing a monologue in each trailer, I'll watch the shit out of whatever.
That's what it is. We need Russell Crowe being in every movie. No, and Jeremy Irons. Jeremy Irons needs to be doing a voice.
If I die young, Russell Crowe is going to be the guy doing my eulogy. He's doing my eulogy.
He won't be as good anymore. Russell Crowe's just the future Mel Gibson.
I want him dressed up as
fight people
and say horrible racist things about Jewish people.
At least he kept his Australian accent.
Mostly, he does, but he does doing a straight American accent very well.
Let it go.
Mel's weirdo, but anyways, yeah. Suicide Squad.
The only thing I liked was the giant flaming Aztec guy.
Okay, so you actually appreciated the thing that made no sense and never been referenced prior to that?
Yeah, because I didn't know anything about the series.
Yeah, exactly.
So I went to watch it, and I was like, this is...
Yeah, so Diablo...
I felt like whenever... I knew who he was, but for other people, I was like, people just probably think he's like some sort of like Mortal Kombat character.
Nobody knows.
Which would make sense,
or
actually.
From Tekken.
Well,
King!
and if we talked about this, everybody's talked about this. Okay, Suicide Squad and the rest of the DCEU is trying to catch up to Marvel, period. But they're doing it backwards. They're trying to do ensemble movies broken down into...
Well, Carlos and I actually
movies.
touched on this together one night. What's happening with
What
DC?
else have you touched on together?
They were at the pad.
There we go. They were at the pad. They were touching it on together at the pad.
Basically, what Carlos's theory right now is DC's going through Marvel early years where they're just having the crap movies. And they're...
So we have to wait 10 more years for a DC movie that's worth it.
I don't know.
Well, hold on.
By then, Marvel might have...
But now...
We'll see, and that's the thing, is he's saying DC's having their crap movies right now, and eventually, because Marvel's already having their...
DC had their crap movie. They had Superman Returns. That was their chance to get the crap out. But the thing is, now here's the problem. DC actually does make good movies, but they get chopped and re-edited before they get to us.
Which I don't understand, because if it's worth it, I will stay an extra 20 minutes in the theater.
But hold on, there's I think in Batman vs Superman I think has like 18 minutes added, but it all makes the movie make sense.
Well, then
it makes the movie. No, you're saying that's worth it. No, I'm not arguing. I'm just saying.
I just don't see where they see that.
Well, that's the thing is DC's learning how to make these films and like.
But
it takes fan.
It's the studio execs or whoever looking at it and go, okay, well, you need to do this, you need to do this. So you see Zack Snyder doing what he can to make the movie make sense. He had way more control with Man of Steel than Batman v Superman.
Right.
Batman v Superman got chopped, edited, whatever, because of people after the fact, and that's why it made no sense in the theaters. And then, of course, you see Ultimate Edition, and you go, now I get it. Mm-hmm. And people actually like that version better, period.
I think DC's having their cycle, though. So I'm pretty sure pretty soon we'll have this.
Look at it this way.
To
their madness.
Okay, so there's an uncut version of Suicide Squad, where there's a lot more stuff that makes a little bit more sense, but you're never going to make sense of the whatever her name is.
Margot?
No. The Enchantress.
Oh, yeah.
This is how she does magic.
I didn't get that.
You don't have to. You don't have
there's
to.
a witch.
Well, Enchantress has never been.
That was the other movie with the Sky Portal. The weapon that was somehow going to kill all of the world, and we don't even know how. We never got an explanation of what she was doing, why it was doing it. But
I'm going to keep my faith in DC.
Now Suicide Squad, not Snyder, David Ayer, so a different director.
Right.
So people have said that the uncut version actually is better. Some of the scenes that you even get in the trailers are in there, and it totally makes sense. But some of the bar scenes, we actually see them coming together as a group.
Mm-hmm.
They cut all that crap that they bothered to shoot and put in really dry scenes. So the whole part in the trailers where she asked Diablo, what do you want to drink? He said, I'll just take water. And she goes, that's a good idea, Vic. They cut that from the theatrical release. But it totally makes sense.
Yeah.
But they had to leave in Killer Croc going, I'm beautiful. or whatever.
Right.
That was so stupid. Killer Croc didn't even need to be in a movie.
Really didn't. He was.
No, the best.
Put him in the corner,
hold on, you know the best
him.
DC movie that's ever come out?
No.
Lego Batman.
Will Arnett.
Okay, the reason and one of the best things in that movie was Killer Croc when he swam through the water and turned off the bomb. I did something. That was amazing. Even though technically it's a Lego movie, not a DC movie. However, in the last Shoky
but the Lego
Nerdcast, hey, I'll tell you that since you haven't seen it, the original Nerdcast, I had movie trailers in the news. Both the DC movies that I had in there and the Lego movie, which is Sony, filed copyright complaints because I had the trailers in here with no sound or nothing, just running high speed so you could see it as it went by. But I had a couple other movie trailers. I had Life, which I never actually went and saw. I needed to. And I had Triple X, the last Triple X that came out.
Oh, wow.
Neither one of those actually filed anything on there. DC wouldn't give it up, and neither would Lego. Neither one would drop the copyright claim. So I recut this thing and took the... and I made this comment in the thing. I said, how do you think that they think about their movie when they're trying to steal dimes out of my pocket for using their trailer to talk about them?
On a YouTube video.
So they're so worried about their property and their money because they don't think they're going to make it. Oh, it was Wonder Woman. It was a Wonder Woman trailer in there.
And that song that they play.
Yeah.
Trailer.
Oh, the Wonder Woman theme that they've come up with?
That theme is beast.
No, when it kicks in...
Trailers!
Hold on. No, forget the trailer in Batman v Superman when she comes in to fight Doomsday. And that song kicks in, that changes the tone of the entire fight.
She was hot.
Very Dragon Ball Z.
And
She was hot. H-A-W-T. Hot.
Yeah. But then the dumb line of, is she with you? I thought she was with you. That line was retarded. Even though she had talked to both of them previously. And then, of course, she is the reason why we even have the Justice League coming up in the first place. But, of course, next week is the Wonder Woman release.
Aquaman.
Okay, I think Jason Momoa will probably do a decent job.
Yeah.
I believe
he's Jason. Well, he's Jason Momoa, first of all. But I think he's bringing in some of that original Baywatchness from when he was on Baywatch Hawaii or whatever.
Back in the day.
Way back in the day. His first role, the skinny little Baywatch kid.
When he was terrible at acting.
No, he didn't really get good at acting, I think, until Stargate Atlantis, personally. But then that's the role he defined himself as from there on out. Because if you've seen anything, he's just Ronin.
I've seen a bunch
from there on out.
He makes my race proud.
I own a movie that he directed called The Road to Paloma, which is awesome. But he's done 2 or 3 series where he's a Native American.
Yeah,
and he does it well.
Yeah, but I think him and The Rock have the Samoan thing down. They can just nail it. But I think
the tattoos though for Aquaman, not the orange shit, the green pants.
Yeah.
Well, he's also playing a very, very different version of Aquaman. Like it's not.
He's kind of in between the Aquaman that you see on Justice League Unlimited.
Yeah.
And the Aquaman on Injustice.
Yeah.
He's like in the middle there.
But he's a very, very different Arthur Curry.
Yeah.
But
that's his name.
Yeah, Arthur Curry.
Yeah, King Arthur.
Yeah, King Arthur. Now the whole fact that did you ever see the pilot for Mariner Bay? The Aquaman series that was supposed to go with Smallville.
No, I didn't.
Okay, so it starred the guy who no, first of all, it
sounds terrible.
It was terrible, but it actually was the guy. This is before they introduced Aquaman on Smallville when they called him AC, Arthur Curry. But the guy who played Green Arrow later in Smallville was the guy playing Arthur Curry in Mariner Bay.
Yeah,
it was terrible. He never even got to be like Aquaman. Realistically, you got to see some of his amazing swimming potential.
You know what obscure TV series I remember in the 90s?
None of them.
Yes. No, I remember all of them, but there was a black superhero called Mantis. And he couldn't move his legs. Like during the day, he had to use a wheelchair, and then at night, he'd put a suit on, and all of a sudden, he could activate his legs.
I think you were watching Ironsides and flipped the channel over to a different show.
He says Mantis, and I was like,
it was really weird because like his sidekicks that were like his Alfred were both from Africa.
I've never
like
seen
straight up like, how are you doing? And it's like, how do you make his stuff?
I don't remember. I remember something
Wakanda.
like that.
Yeah,
They were from
Georgia.
Wakanda and Georgia. Oh, jeez.
Static was a fantastic cartoon back in the day.
Yeah, and the fact that they tied that into the
This is
DC
actually
animated.
a show. This wasn't a
Yeah, no, I know. I sort of know what you're talking about. I didn't remember it being called that. But I'm also thinking it was the guy from Viper, who with the black dude in the wheelchair.
Wow.
Hold on.
I forgot about that.
We'll get into Viper another day because I tried to find that series online a long
That's
time ago. And oh my god, it's so bad. It was the Night Rider.
Remington Steele, Storm Pierce, Brosnan.
Okay, so the new hope for the DCEU is Wonder Woman. No, it's Wonder Woman right now, which I think should be a good movie.
So you got what's her name who plays Wonder Woman?
Gal Gadot.
Yeah, if you got her and Russell Crowe doing a trailer, I'll watch.
Yeah. Actually, I think Russell Crowe would be good if he was pretending to be Zeus in the DCEU. So but he's actually Jor-El, but he went to there, so he's actually pretending to be Zeus, so he's pollinating on Earth, theoretically.
Kryptonians everywhere.
But I like the fact that at least in this, we're getting a lot of happening on the island itself. You know, we get to see her upbringing and how she came about, and realistically how big of a bitch her mom is.
See, that's the thing.
To her.
And then we get to see that guy that I can't stand, Chris Pine.
You love Chris Pine.
I hate
He's your
Chris
hero.
Pine. God, he annoys me.
That's the nice thing
I like
you
him as
see on the
Captain
animated movies, though, is you see a lot more Wonder Woman on Themyscira.
Yeah.
And you're just like, I can get with this. This is cool.
And I think
is this based on the New 52?
No.
No, she's actually got a slightly different origin in this. This kind of an amalgamation of her origins.
Yeah, this is a little amalgamation.
This is the Zeus's daughter, not the sculpture.
Because they did all this before they did Rebirth.
Okay.
And potentially with...
All hail Jeff Jones, by the way.
Yeah, it's Jeff Jones.
Jeff Jones.
Jeff Johns.
Jeff Johns. JJ.
Yeah, Jeff Johns is the hero, literally, of DC right now.
He resurrected Green Lantern and he resurrected Flash. And they were like, sir, this whole universe is fucked, bring it back. And he's like, well, I did with Green Lantern and Flash, I'll give it back.
Yeah.
And now everybody's reading again.
Yeah.
That's good.
New 52 was cringe.
Yeah, Rebirth has been good so far. Dude, do you know about the button?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't buy it.
Dude,
I got offered the Swamp Thing one for like a certain price now.
Yeah, they got Swamp Thing Rebirth too.
And I like how they did it with Dr. Manhattan.
Yeah. Spoilers. You know, if they somehow do that in the DCEU and wrap it around the Watchmen.
Oh yeah.
Though the way the button ends, it's
now
spoilers.
That was a great movie.
And most people hate it. People who love the Watchmen comic hate the movie.
Is it because they're
which is weird because it's so great.
So good.
Okay, so Nick's going to pee. He'll be back.
ERP.
Drain the main vein, Nick.
I'm leaving that in.
I would. Because he's going to leave it in the toilet.
You better flush.
He's going to wipe the seat.
Okay, well, while he's gone, let's talk about the movies that are still coming out.
Okay.
So we got Justice League.
Yeah.
Which is a mess.
Yeah, a lot of reshoots, just like Suicide Squad.
They got reshoots because they're screwing it all up. Once again, trying to do an amalgamation movie without having built up prior to this.
I'm assuming conflicting ideas on the set.
You got to remember the fact that they already gave us a trailer.
Yeah.
And they're still shooting the movie.
Wow.
They gave us a trailer and a date, and they're shooting the movie, and now they changed directors.
Yep.
So now we got Joss Whedon, the hero of Marvel, coming to save DC. And
Firefly for life.
Now, here's what I know. You will see two different movies when you go to see that. You will see the Snyder side, and you will see the opposite side.
God, you're right.
You're gonna be like, okay, no, hold on. If it's Joss Whedon, that means that Alfred's gonna die. Calling it now. Calling it now on this day, May 25th, 2017. Alfred dies in the Justice League movie to help motivate Batman.
Thank you, Joss. Double S.
Yeah, don't say Josh. I hate when people say Josh.
A lot of people say Josh.
I know it's annoying, but if you were never,
you know what one of the greatest moments of my life was? The first time we went to Comic Palooza, we walk in and there's a fat minstrel guy singing the theme for Firefly.
Yeah.
Like, oh.
We can definitely do a Firefly.
I mean, there were better things in my life, but that just set the tone for the day.
Take my love. Copyright. Sorry. I'm sorry. Sorry, Fox. Copyright. Okay,
bring it back.
So Justice League is in November, and it's already being shot halfway again.
Yeah.
And the fact that the Batman, Batfleck's version, he's already been like, I don't think I can do this anymore, because he was trying to write, direct, and star in that movie, and he was driving himself crazy Didn't even get through writing it all. So, and that's supposed to be like old Batman stuff.
It's also supposed to be what he does.
Yeah, no, it's just, but also having to be involved in the Justice League and all that. So he's already shooting.
Yeah.
He's the same character, but I guess he couldn't handle the stress, and I believe it.
Well, if he's also going to be in control of himself, and then all of a sudden another director.
Yeah, that's going to be the hard part. But
Yeah.
I think if he lets somebody else take over directing, but don't fight them the whole time. Like have somebody direct it that you
Just
can work with.
Give him a cigarette and his coffee.
Well, Ben Affleck is a great director.
He is.
He really most of his movies are Oscar award winning.
Yeah.
When
he grew up, his biggest thing about when he went and saw any film at the theater,
yeah,
when he walked out with his parents, the first thing he would do is tell them, "This is how I would fix this."
Yeah, you could criticize the movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're talking about how Justice League is going to be a mess.
Probably.
But mostly because you're going to see two different movies. You're going to see the Snyder side and you're going to see the Whedon side. It's going to be two different movies.
It's going to be weird.
But considering how much they've already shot and the fact that we actually got a really good hype trailer because DC. Oh, dear Lord. Oh, and then after that, this is where we go from our ensemble movie to our split out movies.
Okay.
So now we get Aquaman after that. Okay. And then we get Shazam. Why don't we get another Superman movie right there? I figure maybe that might be a good place. Because he's coming back to life in Justice League, that we think. Then
maybe not to overshadow the other characters because how strong he is.
But then but if he comes back, he's going to be weak. In theory. But if he doesn't have the Kryptonian healing chamber.
Wait, back to the Aquaman. So Arthur Curry, what's his story in this?
Nobody knows.
Like no origin.
We don't get his origin yet. That's what his movie down here is going to be. Okay. Like I'm guessing he's going to have that other, where he's like the outsider and comes in and takes over, versus being born into it like his father was.
Yeah, because his personality in this movie isn't the current Arthur Curry, which is very like Atlantis is my life. I protect Atlantis.
Yeah, he is the king of Atlantis in the new version of it. Like, and also he's more of a badass than he's ever been.
Yeah. Because if you play it like through Injustice and Injustice 2, like he's like, no, Atlantis is right here, or even not even on the Injustice games, but even on like Flashpoint.
Oh yeah, good Lord, Flashpoint.
Yeah,
Flashpoint. He was well, he wasn't evil, but he was definitely hardcore.
Well, like that's the thing about Arthur Curry is I wouldn't necessarily call him a good guy. But he does what's best for Atlantis, in his opinion. Yeah. At the end of the day, whether we think it's bad or not, it's what Aquaman does for his own people.
One thing I just thought about? Okay, so we got our Justice League. We've already seen The Flash 3 times at this point. We don't have a Flash movie in there. So in the next upcoming movies, we got Shazam.
He's got his own TV series.
Totally unrelated. They already said that the Flareverse will have nothing to do with
maybe that's why they didn't want to do a movie though anyway.
But it's also why they're not doing Green Arrow right off the bat, because they have a very good Green Arrow. And they don't want to do it.
Yeah, he had the longest line at SpaceCon in Dallas.
Of course he did. He's Stephen Amell, but he's also one of the most down-to-earth people. Like, he does Facebook Lives all the time just so he can hang out. Dude, he for his birthday, he was in Ireland and in Britain, just doing whatever, hanging out. He had a few scheduled things he had to do. Oh. He would just run into people on the street and, like, take pictures with them, sign whatever. And there was one dude, he said, he got a picture with him and everything. He's like, this guy still doesn't believe that I am me. Because they just don't get it. They're like, you're a TV star. Why are you just hanging out with normal people? It's like, because I'm just a normal dude.
Well, that's the nice thing with this generation of actors and TV stars is a lot of them understand that, like, the fan base is the reason they exist.
I just thought about it. I think, because today's 25th, right? His run on American Ninja Warrior, I think, was last night.
Oh, yeah.
And apparently he kills it. Like, he's just that ripped. I think it's all, like, TV stars and stuff. It might be for Red Nose Day. I'm not sure.
Oh, yeah.
But,
didn't he do a wrestling match?
Yes, he did the wrestling match because, who was it? Was talking a lot of trash to him. It was all part of the thing, but I forgot who it was. But, yeah, he got into a wrestling match. It was so dumb. It was so dumb. It was all fake, but it was okay. But, yeah, Green Lantern Corps maybe might happen by 2022.
They just can't kill it.
I've never got into Green Lantern.
But there's so many good Green Lantern stories.
Superhero of all time. Yeah. Well, see, back in the day, that's all it was. But ever since Jeff Jones has redone the universe, the ring and like the concept behind the ring is so much more than just creating stuff.
Okay.
Green Lantern now at this point, like everything that you are mentally up here and spiritually goes into like your structures as a ring.
Yeah.
Or that are produced by the ring.
But see, they could do a whole run of a lot of the Green Lantern stories now, because if we could get Kyle Rayner in there.
Is his name Hal?
Hal Jordan.
Hal.
Now, the fact that in the later series, I'm learning a lot. I watch a lot of comics explained now, and he's been on the Green Lantern Corps, Rebirth, and everything like that.
Brightest Day, Blackest Night, Brightest Day.
If they could animate,
is what got me back into comics.
They need to animate those. That'd be great. Or,
oh yeah.
Actually, Emerald Twilight would be a good one.
Yeah.
But when Hal Jordan becomes Parallax and kills all the other Green Lanterns and takes their rings, yeah. See, they just do. Forget putting him in the Justice League. Just do.
Green Lantern has a fantastic storyline
now. Yeah, in the last 15 years. Because
not only is the Green Lantern Corps, but you have the whole color spectrum
now
of different corps now.
Oh, nice.
I blame that on Sinestro. I believe he was the first one to create his own other ring.
Well, yeah, he was the first because a lot of people. I like what they're going with. The DC universe villain-wise, because not all these villains are just villains anymore.
Yeah.
They're people who have chosen something to do the betterment of protection of something. Like Black Adam, if people look at Black Adam now, he's not just like some asshole. Like I'm going to protect my city, even if it's going to be me like smashing whoever I need to smash.
He's kind of an anti-hero.
Yeah.
He's not a bad guy.
But it's actually structured.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Sinestro taps into the Yellow Lantern Corps power.
Fear, yeah.
Because he's like, if fear is the most prominent thing in the universe, that's what I'm going to use to protect the universe.
Yeah.
Which everybody in the Green Lantern Corps is like, no, you got to drink the Kool-Aid if you're in the Lantern Corps.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Batman actually got a Yellow Lantern ring for about 30 seconds.
He's gotten a Green and Yellow Lantern ring.
And white.
Yeah.
Actually, he's had a lot.
Yeah.
Except for red. Red wouldn't work with Batman.
No. But
he had the yellow ring for only like 30 seconds until he realized he had too much willpower and the ring left him and moved on.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Batman literally had no idea what happened. Like, it landed on him and said, "You've been chosen." Starts changing him.
That's because he instills so much fear in
Yeah,
people.
you use fear to do this. And it's like, what? No. And then it really analyzed him and he's like, I don't want... Yeah. But like, Kyle Rayner's had all the rings. And he's a White Lantern.
He's the White Lantern now.
Technically, the White Lantern.
But
the most powerful.
Just Green Lantern in general. It's not just like I said. It's not just a ring anymore.
Yeah, it's not.
If you don't have like the mental stability and the willpower, like your structures will not hold up.
Yeah.
Okay.
That is the thing now.
Yeah. And then
that's definitely what it was.
Oh yeah.
Just good question though. If they did it, who would you want to play Jon Stewart live action?
What's his name? The English actor.
Not Idris Elba.
Yes, Idris Elba.
No, he can't. No, he's got to be.
Tyrese Gibson.
Earn that paycheck. Earn that paycheck. No, if this was 1998, yes, Tyrese.
Oh yeah,
that would work.
But
I don't know who would like logistically right now. Who would play a good Jon Stewart? Like who could play that deep, serious military guy? Now,
is his voice deep?
Yeah.
What do you picture him as when you?
Well, if you look at Jon Stewart from Justice League Unlimited,
okay.
Jon Stewart has he's a Marine background, very like
How old is
Air
he?
Force. No, the other guy's Air Force. Yeah.
Jon Stewart, I want to say is probably
30s.
like in his mid to late 30s.
English or
No, he's American.
He's American.
They were all American apparently.
American deep voice.
Except for Baz. He's American, but he's of an Arabic descent.
Yeah, I can't think. I had somebody who would have played a good Jon Stewart, but I think what's weird is
Will Smith?
No, too silly.
But yeah, I love. Yeah.
Okay.
Will Smith could play Larfleeze.
Oh, there you go. But the Lantern universe is by far my favorite,
and it's way galactic.
It's super galactic because you have the Green Lantern Corps as well. Blue is power. And it's not just creating structures with each corps.
Sometimes it's influencing emotions and thoughts.
Yeah, Blue, since they're Hope, they can actually mentally like get inside your head and give you the idea that like everything that you want is coming true, and then all of a sudden like you're just in this trance state, and they're just kind of walking you off.
Blue is one of the one of the only rings that can undo the powers of the red rings.
Red and yellow.
Yeah, red is really bad. That one messes you up. Rage, the one where you actually you throw up all of your blood and it becomes like a weapon.
It's just like acid.
Yeah.
But the cool thing about the Red Lanterns is they're also anti-heroes.
Yeah.
They're entities of vengeance.
Yeah.
So they'll literally, if they think you've done something wrong, they'll just kick your door and like beat you down.
Oh yeah.
I dig that.
Yeah, and then you also have
there's only one orange.
There's only one orange because it's avarice. It's all about greed. So there's always
he holds all the
So
power.
he's greedy enough that I'm the only
He stays on his power battery, never leaves it.
And there's literally just a treasure chest of just orange lantern rings.
Yeah, he keeps everything. It's so funny. And then the star sapphires.
You got to be super in love, or you have to be a woman scorned by love.
And to really make it messed up, Carol Ferris was one of the first ones. So Hal Jordan's girlfriend or wife.
She was in love, and she was a woman scorned.
Yeah, so she was that, and then after she died, the woman who was taking her place at Ferris Air ends up becoming the next star sapphire. Because the rings automatically search out the next person after their.
Like they had a whole storyline of Blackest Night basically like there's
We're on a heck of a tangent here.
Oh yeah, it's a great tangent though.
Yeah, I'll cut all of this into a whole separate comic book tangent.
Yeah,
couldn't think of an actor.
But basically, the Black Lantern Corps is a thing, and basically it's this guy called the Black Hand, where you can literally just slip a ring on a dead body and they become. Yeah, it's all Black Lantern zombies basically. Yeah. And there's a point where a lot of
that was really weird,
all the superheroes and villains are dying.
Everybody who
and
died,
this dude is just slipping rings on superheroes and villains.
Necrom.
Yeah, Necrom.
Nice.
So you got zombie. What's his name? Zombie. Firestorm.
Deathstorm.
He can literally resurrect people.
Yeah. So Deathstorm is actually bringing people back. He becomes the almost like the Silver Surfer for them. So he's like going around. He keeps resurrecting everybody as Black Lanterns.
That's pretty cool.
It's pretty legit.
Even Swamp Thing.
Yeah. The green.
No, wait, Swamp Thing didn't become a Black Lantern. He just got resurrected. Because that's the other part is the White Ring was going around trying to find the right person.
There's an older comic book image where apparently his eyes are Hal Jordan's rings, like the emblem.
Yeah.
He's got fire shooting out of it.
Yeah,
he's really angry. Hal Jordan has all kinds of issues.
You know what they won't make a live action movie of?
What?
And it's for the best.
What?
Turok.
The dinosaur hunter?
The N64
he has his own comic book series.
That's true, but honestly,
you talking about the old N64? Dude, I played the crap out of that game.
The second one was not great.
Oh, if you had the cheat thing, it was.
Oh, no, the first one was great.
The cerebral thing?
You shot that chain gun.
Cerebral bore? Yeah. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Way off on a tangent there. That's amazing. Either way, I think what we're saying is DC needs to learn more from their comics and actually make things people want to read.
Who will make their fans happier?
Jeff Johns was the reason why the Flareoverse does so well is because Jeff Johns is executive producer of the Flareoverse. That's why all those, except for the fact of Wonder Woman or Supergirl.
Praise Jeff Johns.
You just need to let people be in charge of stuff. Like, for instance, my mom is a huge Stephen King reader.
Yeah.
And when they made a ton of his movies and TV movies, a lot of them weren't that great. And a lot of people that read the books were angry. The only thing you can say is probably true was Maximum Overdrive.
Oh,
he wrote it. He directed it. The entire soundtrack's AC/DC.
I think
he's in it.
Technically Stephen King's aren't tied together, but they should be. They're all in Maine.
I like the way you work.
Yeah.
Find there, young boy.
I think the problem was he had no budget to make the movies, and that's why they all were what they were.
Well, they wanted to make them like Tina. And the worst one I think I saw was Tommyknockers. God, that was garbage.
Tommyknockers was garbage. The Green Glow.
Pet Cemetery. The best thing is the old man across the... Oh, my God.
Because it
scared me.
It scared me so much as a kid, the little bits I did see, that I didn't want to watch it ever again. I could probably watch it now, but I've never been a horror fan.
Oh, God.
Even though that's minor horror.
That's where I live.
Well, no, I'm drunk. Stephen King did Christine, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that movie was made by...
I couldn't tell you on that one.
Oh, I thought you knew. No, it's...
he wrote the story.
No, okay. Who's the other... oh, my God. I cannot believe I'm drawing a blank here after I'm just talking about
another writer who does...
Well, he was another, like, horror-ish movie from the 90s. Horror-ish director from the 90s. He did a lot of vampire movies and stuff like that. What's his name?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so it's a Stephen King written novel, which is amazing. Christine's a great book. One of the last novels I actually honestly read. Done by a great horror director with John Carpenter. Terrible movie. Okay, first of all, you guys, a lot of you guys probably have never read Christine or know anything about it. It's a haunted car, essentially.
It's had a few haunted vehicles.
Yeah, but this one's good. The story is honestly really good in the book.
Yeah, my mom loved it.
Yeah. The cover artwork, at least on the newer book, where it's the tire track of blood that starts turning into skulls the farther on it goes. Amazing. I love that. The fact that they cut out a lot of things that make the story flow a little bit better, which is hard to, serialize a novel.
Well, he has a lot of voice in his writing, so his description is...
Yeah. But they cut out one of my favorite scenes. Have you seen a movie? Or have you seen a movie or a book?
I have seen it. I was probably 6.
Okay, but either way, at the end of the thing, spoilers, they have to kill the car because it's killing people. So in the movie, they use a huge bulldozer to smash it, and they just repeatedly hit it with a bulldozer.
Mm-hmm.
In the book, they use a huge pink septic truck named Petunia. And they were waiting out in the shop.
Pete!
That was so great, though. But like, they were in the cab of the truck waiting all night for Christine to show up. They're hiding in the shop in the dark, waiting for it.
Petunia.
But it's the biggest vehicle they could get that they could drive. And the dude has had his leg shattered, so he's trying to drive this thing with a bum leg, like it's in the hard cast, and he has to operate the clutch because she can't. So by the end, and they have to continually hit this car until it does not move anymore, just smashing it with this huge truck. And he said, like, by the time I finish, I can't even feel my leg anymore. She can't scream anymore or anything. Like, amazingly well written. And the fact that the giant pink septic truck named Petunia is hilarious. But they substitute that for a fucking bulldozer. Bleeps. It annoys me. But the fact that like the writing was it was way too cheesy for, and that was a bigger movie. That was not like a miniseries on TV.
No, that was actually put through theaters.
Yes, and it wasn't good. So Stephen King has never gotten his due until the new It, probably.
Yeah, definitely.
But we can't talk on that yet.
But like John Carpenter, he had a weird year because in the 80s he made, I think it's called Star Child or Star Kid.
Yeah, Star Kid.
That was up for an Academy Award. The next year he made one of my favorite movies of all time that people hate, and that's Big Trouble in Little China.
Everybody
loves
that
movie.
Okay, now I haven't seen that, but I know of it. I know of it. I have not seen it. I think it's
Kurt Russell.
Yes.
Yeah, we're talking Kurt Russell again. But don't people die in the craziest manners for no reason in that movie?
Yeah.
Snakes.
Like the dude who explodes?
Yeah.
For no reason?
Thunder.
Yeah.
Okay, so isn't that essentially a comic book movie? Not based on a comic, but it is like a comic book movie.
Definitely color-wise.
Yeah. But all the crazy crap that happens in it, it's not reality. It's definitely like some kid. It's like some kid made this crap up and drew out drawings.
It was some kid playing with his action figures.
It is great. The soundtracks are great.
But
he just did a tour where he played his own soundtrack and music.
Isn't that kind of what a comic book movie should be? It should kind of be based off the comics or cartoons, but like a kid playing with his action figures. It has to fill that kid in you.
That's the thing, is that you want to feel like, man, you want that immaculate, like overdrawn thing of your favorite superhero just like killing it.
You want that excitement.
Yeah.
You don't get that in movies anymore.
Yeah.
Okay. What was the last movie that you stood up and clapped in?
Wolverine.
Wolverine?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh.
No, I'm sorry, not Logan. Sorry.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Sir.
Correct movies.
Not with your name.
That was dumb.
No, I'm pretty sure I said.
But yeah, I definitely applauded Logan.
Yeah, they re-released it in black
Noir.
Noir.
Yeah, Logan Noir. Yeah, you can.
It's like a western. Apparently,
it is a western.
Gran
is
Torino
playing in the background.
Yeah.
Gran Torino was one of the last ones I stood up and I was like.
First time I saw.
I didn't see it in the theater. Oh, 300. Yeah.
I saw 300.
Great comic book movie.
Great.
Gran Torino.
Snyder.
Snyder, exactly. When Snyder was allowed to make things.
Clint Eastwood?
Yeah, I'm a huge Clint Eastwood.
Well, he's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry not to interrupt though.
No, you're good.
Great comic book movies made by Zack Snyder.
All of them?
300.
Not the Spirit.
No, not the Spirit, but either way. 300. Watchmen. Sin City. All in that same.
I don't care what people say. I love Sin City.
No, the first Sin City's amazing.
Mickey Rourke.
Yeah. That was a cool Mickey Rourke. I didn't realize that's who that was.
That's kind of how he really is, though.
Yeah, that's Mickey Rourke playing himself again. But no, those movies are amazing.
80s, early 90s.
But of course, you couldn't.
I would like a book on tape of Mickey Rourke smoking and reading me a novel.
It's just smoking. He's got a glass of scotch on the side,
and then Russell Crowe reading the phone book over here, and Morgan Freeman reading the Bible over here, so that you're just covered.
Morgan Freeman, get that out of here.
No, you're not tired.
I'm so tired of it.
No, I love Morgan Freeman. I love the people who imitate Morgan Freeman.
He was in Robin Hood.
Yes,
Kevin Costner.
All the greats.
He was in Batman. Actually, I liked his Lucius Fox, to be perfectly honest. Morgan Freeman could play an old Jon Stewart. I'm surprised Morgan Freeman wasn't Zordon. Okay, let's talk about a movie universe that doesn't need to happen.
Oh, man.
You know what? I wanted you on to talk about that movie, and we never did it. but we need to because that movie was
All
garbage.
right.
But we'll do it. We'll do a Power Rangers. We'll do a nerdcast on Power Rangers. Good, bad, and ugly.
Pride.
Okay, now we can also go into Sentai. We can go good, bad, and the ugly between movies and. I'm
a Sentai.
We can talk Alpha Ranger. Anyways, moving on.
We digress.
Okay, so we're gonna start
movie or the new one that just came out?
all of the above.
That had a great soundtrack. The one from the '90s. That had a I don't care what anybody says. That soundtrack was fantastic.
I just felt bad for the Asian kid because he was a frog.
Oh yeah.
The
original ones.
Yeah.
That soundtrack in the '90s.
Spread your wings. Dude, it had Van Halen on it. Come on.
Van Halen. I was watching
Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Heck yeah, with the Zord flying off. I was like,
Christopher Lloyd is a bad guy.
Yeah.
You'll be covered in mountains. Did her have whistling
That was
sticks?
not Christopher Lloyd. No.
Christopher Lloyd was the bad guy.
No, he wasn't.
Yes, he was.
No, that's not Christopher Lloyd. I'm telling you.
Am I getting the names wrong?
It's
the dude from Back to the Future.
no, that was not Christopher Lloyd.
Who was it?
Who played Ivan Ooze?
Did it have whistling sticks? It's more like nails on a chalkboard.
Those were terrible henchmen.
Dude, the puns on that movie.
Yeah, the puns were really bad.
I had a week back. About a week back. I was like, oh. Like if you watch that movie when you're older now, you're just like,
oh my!
Things should be cringy, but they're great right now.
Everything about the movie was cringe.
The only thing is, I couldn't stand the Megazord that they did for it.
Okay, it was cool then. Either way.
On the original movie.
Oh yeah.
Because they had just released the Power Rangers Ninja Megazord on their show, and then they had released.
No, the show was after the movie.
Oh yeah. But they had already released the toy.
Yeah.
As a thing, because instead of making the movie Megazord, what they did is they just took the mold from.
It was
Japan.
Paul Freeman.
Okay, now show me Paul.
I couldn't think of his name. I thought he was just trying to play Grandpa from the Munsters.
Damn, I was way off.
Mm-hmm.
I thought.
Speaking of Grandpa from Munsters,
Ivan Ooze was.
Hold on.
Insane.
My nephew has that hair.
Can we?
Really?
It's
We
weird.
got the wicked.
It just grows here and then flat, and then there's a little curl.
Now,
It's
can we
like a
talk about a
Burger Boy.
series that potentially does need to be rebooted?
Okay,
Give us the Munsters again.
that'd be great. I have the Christmas special.
Yeah.
I think that could be.
But that's Greg Ween. That's the old man from Pet Cemetery.
There you go.
I think
His
that
main
could be a
accent
good
is king.
Netflix series.
I'd watch it.
Monsters.
But it was a good kids show. But alongside the Addams Family, which is actually apparently getting rebooted. I just found out the other day. Addams Family is getting rebooted.
What generation?
Houston man is Morticia.
No. We need we need an Addams Family sequel where now Christina Ricci has taken over the family, and it's her family.
Have we all seen that photo?
Yeah, I've seen that photo.
I've seen that photo.
And everybody else will see that photo because it's going to pop up right now on the screen.
Down in the description, ladies and gentlemen.
No, it's going to be on the screen. Forget the description. Yeah, I'm going to type out the description of this picture.
Worth.
Everything. Yeah.
Make a noise, Nick.
Okay, so there we go. All right, so briefly, the new Transformers universe, which we can call a universe now because they're doing spin-off movies. We are getting a Bumblebee movie and then some. Actually, a series of Bumblebee movies and then some. Should it all die?
Yeah, should have died already.
Yeah, Transformers 3 should have been.
Remember we talked about Casey Kasem and Scooby-Doo?
Yeah.
I had no idea that Fred was the voice of the main bad guy. Can't believe I can't remember his name right now.
On what? Megatron?
On Transformers.
Frank Welker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
No, I did love the fact they brought Frank Welker back into the fold in the fourth movie.
Megatron.
So
I don't know how that slipped my mind.
Yeah, he said Megatron. You just weren't listening.
What?
He really said Megatron.
He said Megatron, yeah.
And you were looking at
Wait. Yeah, that is Frank Welker. If you look at everything, look at all the voices that Frank Welker does. It's ridiculous because he's been getting a paycheck. He's the cat. He's the cat on Smurfs. He plays Gargamel's cat. Yeah. He does the voice for that.
Who's the worst bad guy of all time? Like an over 50 guy wearing a monk suit with a hunchback. Like I'm gonna get you.
Worst bad guy of all time was actually Hank Azaria's Gargamel. He was even more of a failure than.
No, you know why Gargamel's chasing Smurfs is because he was a monk who made too much beer and he's tripping out. He's chasing Smurfs.
Eating their shrooms.
Yeah. That reminds me, we're long since out of beer, but it's also very late.
Yes.
Dude, Care Bears.
Care Bears don't need any more remakes.
Don't need it, but thank God they're still releasing the little bears.
The little kids.
Yeah.
Actually, dude, they have a Toys R Us. They have a
How about the
whole
movie?
collection of them.
Shit.
They actually have a whole collection of Care Bears, like the
Yeah.
new ones, but they have a very specific, like, Sakura bear. Like, she's got Japanese cherry blossoms.
Oh, yeah,
coming off
yeah.
her. It's actually kind of cool, but it only comes in that set. No, it's just cool.
No, Cherry Blossom. I think of Eastbound and Down.
Oh, yeah.
The
Oh, wow.
luscious Cherry Blossom.
Anyways,
Okay, so Transformers verse need to just
I was
stop.
happy on Transformers 1. I was happy on Transformers 2.
That's where it should have stopped.
Dinobots should have been brought in way earlier at this point.
Yeah.
Now, this Transformers 5,
Mark
they're going to...
Wahlberg.
Hold on. They make up new continuity with every movie,
Oh, yeah.
but they support the new continuity by the old ones somehow.
Well, you know what's stupid? You know we're all going to watch it.
Oh, I'm going to go see it, and I'm going to laugh
not
and
gonna
review
go to
it
the
terribly.
theater, though.
No, I'll go see it at the cheapest
I'll go with
possible. on a
someone
matinee.
like pays for it.
Just go on a Monday.
I'm going to go on a
Matinee.
Matinee.
Monday for $5.
That's what I'm going to do.
Mark
definitely
Wahlberg
for
yelling
sure.
all the time. What are you doing?
Okay,
you
now,
walking around?
I think
Shut up,
Nuts and
Marky Mark.
bolts?
I think Mark Wahlberg might be decent in this one because
Bumblebee.
everything about this movie is so good. Okay, just in the trailers that we've gotten so far for that movie, they have exposed 5 plots for this movie. 5.
That's 5 too many.
Yeah. Now, I just watched a video last night talking about, what is it? Film studies using the Bayverse, and talking about why you can never remember the things that happen in Michael Bay movies. And it's all about the way he shoots.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing's really ever in focus. Everything's moving really quick. We cut from this. Nothing is
Each
ever...
character only gets like 2 seconds.
But nothing is ever shown long enough to really seem important on the screen. And it was funny, her example was literally the first movie. Her friend she had gone to see the movie with, knew nothing of Transformers, something like that. And she gets home, she goes, did Bumblebee seriously pee on a dude?
Oh yeah, on the first movie.
Yeah, in the first movie. And you're like, yeah, he did. He popped the cork, literally popped the cork, made the sound, peed all over him with hydraulic fluid or something. We don't even know what it was. Stop lubricating the man.
Transfer.
Cringe. The
only thing I liked about the first 2 was the dad.
Yeah, but the thing is, no, the mom was the fun one. But the fact that Megan Fox, yes. Oh, hold on, I'll get onto a part there about Transformers 1 that has always bugged me.
Yeah.
But the fact that she said, like, even after going to see this movie, she goes, "Wait, I totally missed that. What are you talking about? The peeing on him." She didn't even remember it happening. She had to go see the movie again.
Well, yeah,
to
and
know what was happening.
You don't focus.
You
on
can't
everything,
retain
and
anything.
you can't soak everything up unless you're just like one of those.
It's too
Transformers
busy.
Fans.
No, it's
There's
too
a lot
no,
going on.
No, realistic. Exactly. That's
Yeah.
the thing. There's too much going on. There's nothing to focus on, and nothing
Well,
ever
half the
stays
time
the
you
same.
don't even see like the Transformers actual faces.
Actual details don't
like
matter.
you don't see their details unless you go to Toys R Us and look at their flipping action figures.
You're right.
Which, as we talked about, Marvel does a great job with them all fighting in one scene.
Yeah, and you.
Well,
but
that's the
it's
thing.
all
Is
shot
instead
totally
of trying
different.
to shove everybody in one shot,
Yeah.
everybody's got their own 2-minute fighting scene.
But when they do, they actually take the time to show everybody in that shot. Even in Civil War, when you had 12 people fighting, go down the line, you get to see everybody, and everybody gets their little whatever they said. They get their one-liners in, and then everybody goes
Because
and
the whole
fights.
time in Transformers 1, you don't even see what the hell Prowl looks like.
Who?
Or not Prowl,
I was
Jazz.
like, Prowl. Yeah, Jazz didn't even matter. And that's literally the line in the movie. Oh,
That's
damn.
the only thing that cringes me really hard in that universe, is there's no consistency with the characters except for Optimus and Bumblebee.
Yeah, but really, even after that, there's no consistency throughout the movies.
Yeah.
Except for Megan Fox was hot.
Down.
And I say was. Okay.
I can look past thumbs.
Okay, something that actually held my attention, and I've remembered from the moment I saw it in the first movie, when I saw it in the theater. When when Bumblebee dies, when he drives out to that cliff, and they're he's trying to hook them up,
Yeah.
and he won't start, and she goes to check under the hood, and she goes, "Oh wow, nice, Holly double pumper," and blah blah blah, and then they show the motor. First of all, the motor they show isn't even under the hood of a car; it's in a black showroom, whatever, and it's a fully fuel-injected, high-performance dream motor. Nothing that she describes. She's talking about no carburetor, no distributor, so either she's full of crap and knows nothing, Or Michael Bay went, here's a pretty thing. I'm not going to show you the real dirty motor under the hood.
I was not
Michael Bay.
focusing on that when she was bending over.
But that's
Maybe
one.
that's
heard-
what
I
he was
just heard-
down on. You won't.
But no, you know.
I just heard womp, womp, womp,
But
womp, womp,
But the
womp,
funny
womp.
part is that's one of the things that they finally chose to actually focus on for that 1 second. They literally bring out that motor and go, shwaa, and then they cut back to Megan Fox's
Right.
abs. But ever since being a car guy, I noticed that I'm like, what is she talking about?
Yeah.
Not because I didn't know, because I didn't think they knew, because the motor they showed
Yeah,
is
I reacted
clearly fuel injected.
That's how I reacted because I was
Is it
in
even a Chevy motor?
I was
Who
in
knows,
I was in
honestly.
high school and that's when
No,
I
it's
was
a
in
Cybertronian motor.
I was in automotive. I'm like,
Yeah.
no.
I think what it was
These
like,
films are giving you the wrong information.
and you know this. Hold on. And you would know this because you've seen the movie. It's like in The Wraith when they tell the dude to put the disabler thing under the hood of the car, and he looks and he goes, "Where?" It's like the same moment. Like, I don't know what I'm looking at, but I'm gonna stick this here and say something.
Ron Howard's brother.
God, The Wraith was good. That was
Wraith is still good.
The Wraith
That's
is
Ron Howard's
such a
brother.
good. Let's remake The Wraith. No, let's not make The Wraith. Let's leave it alone.
No Charlie Sheen.
Okay, no Charlie Sheen in this one.
Yeah, we just that's fifth.
That was good, Charlie Sheen.
You know what I found funny was like the second in command had the biggest motor with a blower on it.
Yeah.
This fifth
But he didn't
movie,
have a
though,
Corvette.
needed to be stuck in a Hollywood.
But like,
limbo.
you know how like we look at continuity in movies and they're like, oh, well, my buddy's a huge gun guy, so we're sitting there watching. He goes, it's an SAS shotgun with a wood stock. They don't make them with wood stock.
Yeah, that's actually, I've heard somebody else say that. That is not a real shotgun. That's
Yeah.
not a
He
thing.
goes,
Yeah.
no,
They
no,
made
no."
that for the movie. Yeah, because they're shooting him with a shotgun.
Yeah. He goes, they don't have wood. No, not on that model. It was an Italian shotgun
Exactly.
used in Jurassic Park. We'll fold over.
Yes. Oh, Muldoon was like very slowly
Yeah,
clicking that down because you can't disturb the raptor that's looking
He
at
does
you.
it like a boss too.
That poor guy.
Yeah, whoever's pockets Michael Bay keeps on greasing, like.
His own.
And he said he was done with 4 and then came back and I'm going to do 6 more.
No, it's not even his own. He's just going to people and be like, just let me make this thing.
No, Hasbro. It's Hasbro's fault. And I showed you the toys earlier from the new movie. While they look okay,
Because
they're terrible
not making
toys.
enough money from Reprint Wars.
Yeah. Reprint Wars
Remember
or
Beast Wars?
RID. We'll talk.
CGI, like
Hold on.
reboot.
Don't start me. Like, because Transformers could be a thing, but they're also talking about bringing in Mask. G.I. Joe already had its run,
Mask
and that didn't
was
happen.
cool, man.
Yeah, but it's not going to work.
No, it's not. It was a cool cartoon. It doesn't make it terrible.
It work as a series. It will not work. Transformers would work as a series if they did.
Like
instead
Combiner
of
Wars,
movies.
Spider Mice from Mars.
Combiner Wars was great.
You know what they should do? And I mean, they could make a ton of movies because if you watch it to this day,
Uh-huh.
the series holds. The story is amazing.
Yeah.
Street Sharks.
Gargoyles.
Yes.
They're gargoyles,
No,
yeah.
no. Okay, they do not need to make a live action Gargoyles. They need to leave it alone.
Because it's in a way it's pristine. in
It's
its own
too
way.
good. And no,
is really good.
here's the problem:
That was
is
that
they
same-
would do the last season of Gargoyles, which was terrible.
That was that was
Goliath
that,
Chronicles.
that era whenever Gargoyles was on at the same time as animated Batman series.
Yes. Which is, what do you watch? The Dark Brooding thing or the Dark Brooding thing?
And you're just like, it's gonna be good.
I love
Yeah.
it when they make fun of the guy. I don't fly, I glide. And they're like, clearly in these scenes you're flying. You're flapping your wings.
Yes.
With that dude, I forget his name. He's a black actor. His voice.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah. He had some registers when he was playing Goliath. No, that guy is
He was
amazing.
awesome
And
as
yeah,
that
I
wild
actually.
boar in Princess Mononoke, the blind one.
Yeah. See, I had to look his name up too. But you know, also, what are you going to do? Get Jonathan Frakes to actually play Xanatos? Oh wait, that might work.
That would work.
Now, well, actually, he's kind of old now.
Is
He
that
probably
from
wouldn't work.
Beyond Belief?
Oh God, yeah. Yeah.
Was he a doctor in Star Trek?
No, he wasn't a doctor. He was a second in command.
Yeah, he would totally be a great Xanatos.
There are people who are yelling at you right now through the screens about getting it wrong. Who's Jonathan Frakes played in Star Trek?
Oh, I can get over it.
There are people, I can hear them right now.
I'm
They're
not a
yelling at you.
Trekkie. I'll crush you.
Trekker.
Oh, are we getting on
No,
that?
hold on.
I'm gonna crush
Hold
you
on.
before we leave
Before
the
we go
apartment.
there, hold on. Have you seen the movie Fanboys?
Oh,
That one that-
yeah.
Yeah.
It's got Seth Rogen and he's playing two different.
3. He
Or-
plays 3 different roles. But it's where these guys are on a journey to try to see episode 1 before it comes out, or they're trying to steal
Because one of their
episode
friends
1.
has cancer.
He's got cancer and he's only
Oh.
got 6 months to live. He won't make it to the movie. But they run into Trekkies the whole time. Or Trekkers. They even go to Iowa, where it's the birthplace of Captain Kirk. Because there's a statue of Captain Kirk
Does
in that
Seth have
city in
big
Iowa.
front teeth?
Yes,
in one scene?
yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
First of all, amazing movie. If you need to borrow it, I have it on DVD.
It's really good.
Such a great movie. but it's also nerding. They nerd about every dang thing. You know?
They even have what's her name, who just recently passed away. Princess Leia.
Oh yeah, Carrie
Fisher.
Fisher.
Yeah, they have Carrie Fisher on it.
Yeah, but was she playing herself or somebody else?
She plays a nurse or a doctor.
That's right.
That's helping the guy get better just long
That's
enough so
right,
they can go.
Actually, I think Peter Mayhew may have even been in there or something. Maybe.
I think so.
I'd have to go back and watch.
They even have Shatner on there.
Of course, they have Shatner because you have to get into it. With
he does everything.
Actually, I don't think he does
anything to make.
No, that's right. They get the plans.
So they're like, oh, I have a hookup to get on.
To get into the Skywalker Ranch, and they get it from William Shatner.
And they get it from William Shatner at a Trekkie convention.
Oh, wow.
No, that's why they were there. That's right.
Dude, he's not ashamed to do anything for money.
No, he's not.
Smith and Hassler.
Dude, he has no shame in his game.
Yeah.
No, but he was really good on the what was that lawyer show he was on forever?
Boston Legal.
Let's not forget his mask. Halloween.
Oh
yeah,
spray painted
just
William
terrible.
Shatner.
Dude,
Okay.
I loved that show. Just real quick.
Okay, so we're going away from crappy movie verses into some better ones now. So let's get into the modern Monsterverse.
Yay!
Started with Godzilla 2014.
Godzilla.
Okay, first of all, I loved that movie. I thought it was great.
Loved it.
But everybody complains there's not enough Godzilla. It's like, no, what you have is a human story that centers around monsters.
Yeah.
It's not a monster movie yet.
It showed more Godzilla in that one than in the 1991. You didn't see that Godzilla kind of towards the end. You saw bits and pieces.
Yeah,
Oh, Godzilla 2000?
Yeah,
he means
American
the
one.
99.
Oh, okay.
This one
Godzilla.
you did see more of him. You just didn't see him all the time like the original Toho.
But a lot of people got, like, they were angry because you don't see the fights. They always cut away at those parts, and you see, like, a newsreel later, which, yeah, that's annoying, but I like the fact that you do get to see some of that fight later in that thing.
Yeah.
So whenever they're in a fight in the airport in Hawaii, stuff, because the first real reveal of Godzilla when he steps out and you just see boom, boom, foot, and then it pans up forever, and you're just like, you literally, like, if you're those people, I just got goosebumps.
Yeah, that's good.
I really just got
good.
It's just like, okay, that's insanely scary.
Forever that they never caught or captured with Godzilla was just like that constant pan of just like how big this creature actually is.
Yeah.
Well, the fact that the new one is the biggest one we've ever had.
And I like the build they chose.
Yeah.
Because
the
it's
big
very
stocky.
Much, it's very much, a throwback.
Yeah.
Showing shades of the original.
But a lot of people complain his head is too small. I was like, well, look at how lizards generally look. Some of them are bulky.
Well, because I think I like it. It looks more of a homage to the old one from the 90s and all those old ones.
Yeah.
The one from Godzilla 2000 was just too,
that was terrible.
It was too, like, kaiju-ish, you know what I mean?
It was a very bad suit looking.
So I got a super embarrassing story to share. So
you mentioned you were
so I'm super excited. My buddy Jesse, we go to the con. Immediately, the first thing he does is take me to go meet Bernie, which is the guy that draws the original Swamp Thing comics.
Right.
I'm so excited. I literally pick up his barrier to his desk, move it out of the way, get him to sign for it and all that stuff. And I'm starstruck from that. Just like, guess what? We're going to go see the original Godzilla actor in a panel. Q&A. And I was
the guy who was in the suit.
Yeah, we're getting there.
Okay.
So we go in there, and this Japanese guy isn't traditionally Japanese. When I say that, he is actually 6 foot. He's a very tall man.
Well, why do you think they used him?
Well, this is where it gets great. So we started. He tells this elaborate story, and I can't do that today, to tell you the whole story. But his life story is amazing. They can make a movie out of it.
They might have.
So they do Q&As and questions, and he doesn't speak English, pure Japanese, so he has an interpreter.
Yeah.
So I finally get to
What, no subtitles?
Yeah.
What kind of con is this? Live subtitles.
So this is going to be in dubs, right?
They should have it on the screen with subtitles. People would totally be watching him.
This was such a big moment for me, because my mom used to clean a local video store, and for me as a kid, when I'd show up, they would let my mom let me have Godzilla movies. So I watched it all as a kid. That was my kid shows.
Yeah.
So I raised my hand, and I asked him, I stand up. It's a big room, probably 60 chairs.
Oh, yeah, one of those big ballroom.
Probably only 35 people are there. Which I'm like, who the hell didn't show up? Anyway, I stand up. Everyone looks at me. I raise my hand. Could you ask him how much weight he lost wearing the suit? And the guy grabs the mic and he goes, oh, he wasn't one of the suit actors. He was the original Godzilla actor in the movie. And I just feel everyone looking at me, and I sit down, and I go, oh.
Well, see, that was the assumption. You thought he played Godzilla.
I did.
He was just the guy in the movie.
Yeah, I'm like, a 6-foot Japanese guy? I mean, he's old. I mean, he's up there. And I'm like, oh my God. So I go back after that.
And leave.
Oh, the feeling I had. It was one of the worst emotions I've ever felt. So I walk out there and I apologize to the interpreter, and he explains to it. It was cool because he pulled me aside around back. I was like, it's okay.
Come here, you stupid kid.
In Japanese, and he could speak a little English. He goes, so your mother used to get you movies? I said, yeah. He goes, how's your mother? He grabbed my hands and hold my hands together. He goes, how's her health? Is she good? He goes, tell her that I'm honored that she showed you these films. And the weight came off of me. He signed it twice.
Well, and see, that's the beautiful thing about Japanese culture is it's not just like us Americans movies. It's like it's a part of their day-to-day culture. This is what not only are they known for, but like, hey, this is something we put time to back in the day. Yeah. You know, and that's the cool thing, and they don't just look at it as movies. It's like, no, man, this is. Yeah.
I would have made that same assumption too.
And I'd
have been right there with you.
Was Akira. Which made it so much cooler. I was like, oh, yeah.
Imagine
and just that politeness just makes you feel more...
Oh, very grateful. You can tell the honor and respect. It's very much his lifestyle.
And that was from the 50s, so yeah.
Yeah. The original black and white.
Yeah. Yeah. I grew up with those movies as well. One of the kids I grew up with in Colorado thought he was just like the weirdest kid ever, but he's like, hey, you want to come over and watch Godzilla movies? And I was like, the hell's Godzilla? He's like, big ass lizard monster. I was like, hell yeah, let's do it. So I grew up with like the.
I love his description that fits perfectly. It's a big ass lizard monster.
Hell yeah.
Yes, it really is.
What's your favorite Godzilla film of the originals?
Oh, so the first one he showed me is the first fight between Godzilla and King Ghidorah. Mm-hmm. That was the very first one. That's what.
Ghidorah.
Yeah.
Ghidorah.
Like, and so like I wasn't even hooked on Godzilla. I was like. Because this kid, his dad would bring back Godzilla action figures and movies from Japan.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
So he had like the three-headed King Ghidorah action figure. He had the 2 different Metal Godzillas where you could like interchange all the parts on them.
Yeah.
Oh, he had it made.
Dude, yeah. So that's what got me started. And I was like, yes.
Maybe that started your mecha fetish too.
Probably.
See,
fetish is probably the wrong word.
The one that I fell in love with, he didn't even fight anyone in.
Which one was that?
Godzilla 1985. He literally just comes in and destroys the city.
It was another it was basically a reboot of that one.
So good, right? And he fights this giant ship, XRL-7 or something.
Yeah.
Destroys that, but it's assassin. Perry Mason's in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Perry Mason's in it. The opening scene is like a little, it's before it even starts the movie.
That's going to
like
be
Death is a deer.
Yeah.
Just eating. And a Bigfoot just
wow.
It's drawn. It's not the movie. Then the movie, at the end, he falls in a volcano, and you hear him screaming, and it's just everyone like so sad.
Yeah.
Yeah, but later on, doesn't he come back out of the volcano in a different?
Can kill him.
Yeah, it's Godzilla. Yeah. Like, was it Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla? You get 2 different movies.
Yeah.
From it, so it's Godzilla and him fighting, and then he comes back, and they're like, we have Mechagodzilla and what was the name of the bird?
Rodan.
Rodan?
I think so. The one that connected to Mechagodzilla.
Yeah.
That was awesome. It was like, yeah, they're going to kick his ass now. And Godzilla's like, nope, not even when you're combining. This don't work. Just because it's Japan doesn't mean...
Yeah, Mechagodzilla was actually pretty badass.
How they got that roar, that is a black rubber glove across a piece of glass or a TV screen. Yeah. That's how they did that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I've heard that. And that was amazing about the new Monsterverse, which we talked about earlier. That is what the universe is called. And they imitate that sound, but gave it a little bit more realism. And I when he did that noise, it's like, I was like, yes,
dude, yeah, and it makes you excited, but at the same time, it makes you just like, oh,
like you're like, that's too real.
Like that was real life. You're like, we're done.
Because like
I'm Benny in the building, just waiting for it to happen.
When they first gave you the teasers, when it first came out, and they didn't show you him totally, you know, they had the flares come down on his back and everything like that. And then literally very tail end, you hear just, just a little bit mix in with the music. You're like,
it's almost like the sound of that, and then like a whale under the water.
I think some elephant is mixed in there. Honestly, I forgot how they made that sound. It's an incredibly layered noise, including the rubber glove you're talking about.
I would dare say Godzilla is one of the first things. Like if once I'm a parent, the first thing I would ever show my kid to get him into like Japanese like entertainment culture.
Clay, my son loved it. Definitely.
Yeah.
Now, Did either one of you see Skull Island, the new Kong movie?
Not
I
yet.
didn't get to.
Okay,
I did. Very gory.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of things about it. Seen a lot of reviews on
Which
it.
is good.
I need to see it though.
King Kong needs to be that
But
way.
the fact that it's a period piece, of course, set in the Vietnam era.
Because I saw one that was it was older. I'm trying. It's to me it seemed the storyline that I saw in the trailer seemed very similar.
Oh, yeah, there's definitely a few of those. Yeah.
Jeff Bridges in it.
Oh God, not that one.
Yeah, that old.
That one was terrible.
I liked it.
I know,
Granted,
actually,
was
you
a
know what?
kid.
That was probably one of the first King Kong movies I saw was the
Yeah.
Jeff Bridges one, and it's so weird and romanticized, and the guy in the suit is so bad. But they also did tons of blood when they killed him in that one.
Yeah, they
And then
did.
the sequel one later on, when they reanimate him, it's even worse.
Yeah, it was quite graphic.
Yeah, they somehow give him a robotic heart, and it works. They resurrect him like 5 years later. But anyways, the fact, and people were thinking, okay, this is just going to be a King Kong movie or whatever.
Just a basic.
And then they tie it into the Godzilla universe, and you're like, we're going to get a Kong versus Godzilla again. But people are all like, okay, well, Godzilla's like 125 stories or something like that, 125 feet tall, some ridiculous number now. Whereas before he was only like 50 feet,
Yeah.
something like that. But in this one, King Kong is huge, but not anywhere near that big. They actually discuss in the movie that he's only a baby. He's not even remotely to
Fully
the size.
grown, yeah.
He's not even remotely fully grown. And you got to think this is set in Vietnam.
Like 1960s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're going to
Godzilla-
get 50 more years of
Of
advance
growth.
when he comes back.
Nice.
So he will be huge. And of course, they grow. Apparently, it's a weird species also affected by radiation, stuff like that. Become super apes. They discuss it in the movie. I just haven't seen it. So that's how he's going to be able to fight or work against it. But I think and I didn't even know this until I looked it up for this Nerdcast. We have another Godzilla movie coming out between the two.
Yeah.
And it's King of Monsters. So what is he going to be fighting in that movie? Since we got, I don't even remember what they were called. What were they called in 2014? Those weird things. What did they name them? Motu? No, something like that. Mutos. I had it backwards. Yeah, the Mutos, which were really.
There's rumors that I haven't looked at this. I haven't done the research.
Yeah.
There's rumors that in the first opening scene where the dad's in his room and he has his sketchings and he's
Yeah.
doing studying echolocation and
Yeah.
stuff. There's rumors that he has some drawings kind of in the corner or somewhere on the wall, like right in front of your face. That's Mothra.
No, it's actually he had a moth in a tank that he was
Okay.
growing, but you don't see it until they go back to the house because it has a piece of tape and something written on it, and it says Mothra, but that's because the second part of the word is gone from the tape. But if you go back and watch it when they go back
I
to
like
their
it
house,
when they do stuff like that.
but
Yeah.
yeah, no, they
With
might
the
bring
tape and
Mothra
stuff?
in because of that, but there wouldn't be enough time frame. But it could be better than the original Mothra. Let's be honest.
It was my least favorite creature that he fought.
But he kept coming back, and
Yeah.
once they're on the same side, he kept coming back.
There was
And then you rooted
Mothra,
for Mothra.
Yeah,
Mothra, King Ghidorah, and wasn't there that weird rhino one?
there was quite a few weird creatures in that.
He fought so many.
Like I wrote it down
There was like one
But
where
they-
Godzilla's fighting like 3 of them at once.
But it was crazy because before that there was
against all monsters or something. He's fought every monster repeatedly in one movie. 15 battles. The one where he fights Zilla. He fights so many different. But that's also the one I think he fought.
Gamera.
Gamera, yeah.
It wasn't.
Gamera.
They never fought each other, I don't think. And if they did, they definitely did on a Japanese base,
Right.
Yeah.
like one of their films.
Yeah.
But that man, he had his own line too.
Well, no, Gamera was the turtle.
Yeah, shot flames out.
But
of
he
his
had his
butt,
own
flew
thing. He was
around.
another Toho. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
he had his
totally
own
unrelated.
thing going.
Yeah,
unrelated.
he was actually first, if I remember. Or,
Yes.
well, he wasn't first, but
I believe he actually was first.
I have to look it up because the other one was 1953. The first Godzilla's 53.
He had. I'll tell you this. He had more black and white movies.
Yeah.
So even if he wasn't the first, he put.
Well, yeah,
his fan
he
base
has a whole
first.
series. I mean, maybe not quite as many as
Shooting flames out of his butt.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rocket Turtle of Death with the big old teeth, big old bottom teeth.
Big old like.
Yeah, Gamera was
wild
awesome.
hog tusks.
Yeah.
Love Gamera. But I know which one you're talking about. And yeah, he did fight it, but he also teamed up with that thing too.
Yeah.
But some of them had just ridiculous names, so who the heck even knows?
I liked it when he fought in the three-headed king Ghidorah.
Yeah.
Hold on, give me the pronunciation again.
Ghidorah.
Thank you. Got his metal neck in the
Yeah.
And it was cool.
Well, he
'cause
was
they
half
do this
mecha,
scene where
wasn't
he's
he?
like, huh?
Didn't he eventually get half mecha? Like he had like a
Probably later.
robot wing.
He probably did.
Yeah, he did because my friend had the
I saw the
actual
toy,
thing.
yeah,
He
I
had
saw the
original
action
Got
figures.
defeated again.
Yeah.
More parts.
Now, just rolling into it.
Put the heads in the movie.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. No, the fact that it was the attack on it was so weird looking.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
I really want to see like
old
a
animated.
huge, like overdone kaiju-ish King Ghidorah.
It's coming, dude.
They have to do it, but but King Ghidorah wasn't Earth based. So far,
Yeah,
the kaijus that we're fighting so far have all been Earth based. But
Right.
who knows what will be in the future?
He was a king of his own planet, and they brought him there just to fight.
Yeah, whoever's
They're like, we're
Right.
gonna have him fight Godzilla.
Well,
It's
see,
ours.
because at some point, Godzilla stopped fighting the or humans because he was a warrior for the environment and started fighting other things. But I loved how they carried that story. This 2014 technically is the sequel to the 1953 or 55, whatever the original Godzilla was.
No, you're right.
Because it was the nuclear test that brought him out, all this stuff like that, and then he just went away when it was done. Went back in the sea. And so then we get into, okay, now they know about him, and they're trying to kill him, but he just, like, gives no Fs.
Yeah.
You know, he's like, oh, thanks for feeding me more radiation. I appreciate that. I love those opening scenes of the 2014 movie.
Yeah.
Where you get all those flashbacks
The
and all
old
the footage.
military nuclear test.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love the anti-kaiju thing on the side of the bomb.
Right.
They're like, we're going to kill it this time. You guys still haven't figured this out, have you?
Remember we talked about us like Pacific Rim.
Yeah.
The creatures were so similar in the fight scenes.
Yeah.
It drove me nuts.
Yeah. And they're all glowy and shiny, so you couldn't tell.
One that flew, one that didn't fly.
Right.
You know,
Why did it take them
so similar?
Just talking about Pacific Rim, why did it take so long for them to get one with wings? Maybe we killed them all too fast and they had wings.
Well, the evolution should have gone way quicker than.
But all of their evolutions, all the creatures they sent were all based off of Earth animals.
I got so pissed at the end of the movie. It was like, we have nothing left. We still have a sword. You had a sword this whole movie.
Well, you got to remember, he didn't know there was a sword because she added it. So, you know, in Gypsy Danger 2.0, he didn't know there was a chain sword in each arm.
Gypsy's analog.
Yeah. She's analog. She's nuclear.
Nuclear. I definitely.
And it has what's his name in it? As the
Idris Elba.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
Boy.
Not anymore. No. But he did give one of the most badass speeches.
Yeah.
Yeah. We are canceling the apocalypse.
Who knows? 3 hours. Fought a giant crab.
Yeah.
Which was awesome. Definitely what I wanted out of that movie is a little more backstory on the other.
They need, honestly, that needs a cartoon series or comic book.
Yeah, like Men in Black did.
I've been looking at a lot of the videos they've been doing reviews on the Jaegers.
Yeah.
On all the Jaegers.
I want to know more about the Jaegers.
Dude, the story behind all the Jaegers are really cool. Actually, what's it called? The Russian one.
Yeah.
That one was
Cherno Alpha.
Yeah, Cherno Alpha is like literally the last Gen
2.
1 Jaeger left.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, dude, this thing was just nuclear powered, and their cockpit was actually right below where their power source was.
Yeah, they were sitting below the reactor. No, actually, it's right above because water hit it.
Oh yeah, right above.
Yeah, well, actually, I think realistically they all are in the head.
No, because Cherno Alpha was like one of the weird ones because of how they built it.
The whole thing about Cherno Alpha was just weird.
Cherno Alpha was like insane.
You could tell, and the way they built it was just like
big honking beefy thing. Yeah,
I thought that was cool how they were like, yeah, this is the mother of all Jaegers left.
Those guys didn't play enough RPGs because they put their tank in the wrong spot.
Oh, I know. And then what was the red one called?
Typhoon.
Typhoon.
No, Typhoon was it was Crimson Typhoon.
Crimson Typhoon.
Yeah.
Using the thundercloud formation.
Yeah,
because 3 arms.
Well, and what a lot of people didn't like, I didn't know that because I thought it was like.
Yeah, but why only add 1 arm?
But apparently they had that third because that third arm is supposed to be somebody to watch their back while they're taking the other 2 to actually.
But then the third guy, whose input is he getting? Because they're all linked together side to side. One gets the right side, one gets the left side. There's 3 of them. So somehow they have the thundercloud formation, which, anyways, it doesn't matter. It was terrible. They all died very quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the way that Crimson Typhoon went out was crap. Like, hey, we're just going to crush the head. It's like literally from to that generation, they went, okay, we know exactly how to kill all of these robots. We're just going to go in and do it.
Right.
Just so dumb. Massive art. Good Lord. EMP wave.
Yeah.
Shut down Hong Kong Bay. Hey, we're all dead now. No, we're not. Well, hey, let's do the stupid thing and put our cockpit in the head. on a giant humanoid object.
Kind of
No, you put
out.
it inside, protected by everything you can.
Technically, it should have been like in the chest.
Yeah, do it like a Gundam. Put it in the chest where the heavy armor is. Protect yourself. The head doesn't even matter.
Yet the Russian one was awesome.
The Cherno Alpha was awesome. They had like the giant what's it called?
It had big old fists on it.
Basically taser fists.
Yeah.
I can't remember, but it was like this huge number of wattage.
Three
Yeah.
fingered.
Yeah, it was a huge number of wattage that they actually made sure that the fist could put out. Whenever
Did it have hydraulic arms?
Yes, it did.
Okay, I couldn't remember which one.
Yeah,
yeah.
It was
that way.
hydraulic arms, so they could charge punch.
Yeah,
like Kaiju's whenever it had its electric fists going.
I think Pacific Rim needs to evolve like the next ones, since the Kaiju are kind of done.
Yeah,
it needs to evolve into Robot Jocks.
I got that movie.
So do I. I have it on VHS. I have it on VHS and DVD.
You're a good man.
Of course,
I like your style.
You were supposed to buy VHSs off me, and you never did.
Oh yeah,
They're still in my house.
Well, in discussion, we'll take care of it.
Yes. So,
but
that's all the monster stuff, though. Is there any, because we got okay. What monsters do you think? What else would come up in this Monsterverse that we're getting?
Well, we talked about Creature from Black Lagoons getting rid of it. That's kind of
that's in the Darkverse.
Yeah,
we'll get there in a minute. But in this literal Monsterverse, because you gotta remember that's what it's called now. So actually, I love it. Just so you guys know, I looked up the list.
There's supposed to be a Megalodon movie coming out.
Another one. Oh God.
A legit one.
Okay, into the Godzilla universe though. What monster do you think should come after King Kong?
They're gonna do King for sure. He was a heavy favorite.
Yeah. He's one of the most, I would say, recognizable.
But not right off the bat. Not when he's only gotten against King Kong and what other small kaijus have found a way, or the other weird. Now, there's got to be something else that exists on Earth to fight.
Besides Mothra?
I think Mothra's going to be the dumbest thing to have to fight. Unless
what? I'm going to tell you right now, they're going to make it the original one was very colorful.
Yes.
This one's going to look freaky.
It's going to be grunge. Everybody thought it was Mothra. Remember, they thought the Muto was Mothra when they showed it flying.
Well, you know what I'd love to see?
What's that?
The Cloverfield creature.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, actually, you know what? They talk potentially about that.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh. No, I think my computer went to sleep.
But
I think
I love that. I love that movie.
Cloverfield's awesome.
Now this in the beginning was starting to piss me off. Like,
like
calm down.
But
I loved
Parkinson's disease.
Yeah.
Kill me.
But I love the fact that it had parasites. I was like, this is brilliant. How come this has never been an issue before?
You're done charging, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So
but then, they kind of did that in Pacific Rim. They had the.
Yes.
What were those things? Like a flea or a tick?
Oh yeah.
They were what do they call them? They didn't call them ticks. They were mites.
Yeah.
More or less.
Mites.
Skin mites. Yeah. After 10. Nice. We're going late. Well, we had a lot to talk about, so I mean, it's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm the only one who have to go to work tomorrow.
I was finally able to kind of chime in.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're not done. I'm just saying.
Let's keep rolling, dude.
Yeah.
Well, I just had to make sure that the computer booted back up.
Live computer.
Yeah, because it went to sleep, so it's all like, it left. No, but I can't. Okay, so they have to go to King Ghidorah.
They could even go
Mega Godzilla.
Yeah.
Mecha Godzilla.
They could even go Mecha Godzilla.
Okay, I think Mecha would be the next way to go after King Kong but why the human race wouldn't have the drive to attack Godzilla anymore.
The human race has Michael Bay.
Which
not in that universe.
We got his bank account. But you know what? I mean, they kind of made up the Muto. I could see them designing their own character. And
honestly, I could.
What about a backstory of that creature that had the parasites?
Yeah.
Right there, you have already a pre-story of a creature that did exist. Will they bring it in? Probably not. Like 99%. But it'd be cool if they were able to replicate that.
Mothra doesn't necessarily 110% need to look like a moth.
My computer's dying.
Yeah.
But I also think that since their resurgence has appeared, still out, he's not going to be the only one to come out of hiding.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, this is what sucks. You've seen a ton of Godzilla movies, and so have I. There's almost so many creatures you can't remember all their names.
Oh, I know. Because there were only I want to say cumulatively maybe 6 that were ever we know who they are.
Yeah, they reoccurred.
Right.
But, I mean, Toho's got it made.
I think there's a lot of potential with it.
It's just such a big fan base, and like we grew up watching it.
Yeah.
And the thing is that technically it's not a comic book, but there's so much material with the different people he's
Right,
got, different
right.
powers.
I mean, Godzilla is one of those not even Japanese icons, because America had so many like renditions of Godzilla.
Yeah, I possibly have one of the original toys that looks nothing like it.
Yeah,
You
like
know?
I even grew up whenever I wasn't watching the movies with my kid friend, I was watching that derpy animated series.
Yeah.
Where they would call him.
And then his son would show up and baby Godzilla would ruin the day because I always had to save him.
Yeah.
Baby
So,
Godzilla.
Ghidorah, Biollante, which was a weird...
Oh,
that was
yeah.
a weird...
Yeah. That one.
Zilla. Oh, Gigan.
Gigan, yeah.
Gigan was awesome.
Sorry, I'm in your crotch
You're
here.
good, dude. You're used to being there.
This is not true. You guys saw
That little rhino one you were talking about is called Baragon.
Yeah,
Baragon. Oh, what? Yeah, from Bleach.
Destroya.
Destroya. Okay, that would have to be. Well, Destroya was the ultimate one he ever
Pretty
fought.
cool, yeah.
Space Godzilla.
Orga. Kong, of course.
Orga.
Mechagodzilla, Mothra.
I think Mechagodzilla would be a definite, but I think Mechagodzilla would be.
Titanosaurus. I don't remember that one.
I know the name. I think that because it looks more like a dinosaur but with horns.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think Mechagodzilla would work if we needed not to fight Godzilla, but to assist Godzilla.
Right.
Or replace it. You know?
I could see them totally redesigning Rodan though.
Rodan would be cool.
The big condor looking thing.
Yeah, Space Godzilla. Yeah. And Anguirus. That was like an armored rhino looking shell thing.
Yeah. He was an armadillo-like guy. He would roll into a space armadillo and roll.
King Caesar. That was an interesting character.
Do you want to move on from Godzilla now?
Yeah, I was just saying.
I know. I had to step out of the room, guys. My computer was dying. I needed the charger.
You're fine.
No, it's fine.
Me and Nick
I was just
straddling each other.
No, I was just thinking about it. I was like, man, we've been on Godzilla for a little while, but that's okay. That's how much we like. There's only been 2 movies in that new series, and we're already excited about what could be.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
None of us have seen the second one.
No.
Mm-mm.
However, it's apparently a good movie.
Up in the air.
And I think Andy Serkis did Kong. I could be wrong. I know he did King Kong and the Peter Jackson one. I don't know if he did.
I just
one.
like the fact it's a timepiece.
Yeah,
and I can't wait
good
to
period
see it.
piece.
Right.
Now you got to think like they should have had a teaser at the end, like where it goes
I
into
think
Maybe
that's
they're
what
like Captain America. Like they pulled Captain America, but with King Kong.
Maybe they're
He gets
trying
knocked
not
out.
to emulate the same thing.
He gets knocked out in the '60s. He wakes up in,
Well, see,
in
that's
the
what's
2000s.
getting everybody back into like the feel of their movies. That they're doing these timepieces.
Thank you.
They're doing these timepieces where everybody can have some sort of nostalgia,
Uh-huh.
and you feel connected. Like Guardians of the Galaxy
Oh
isn't
yeah.
necessarily a timepiece, but there's enough in it where you're just like, this feels really good.
Yeah.
Captain America timepiece. You're like, I like it. You have that old
Love
school
anything
like
World War II.
you have World War II wrapped with spy espionage.
Yeah.
You know, stuff that people can naturally connect with, and it's
The
not
train
overly.
scene is awesome.
Yeah,
Tommy Lee Jones.
the basic concept of it isn't overly complicated.
She's going to bed. She's tired. It is late, but that's okay. We'll talk a little bit longer. I didn't even get to one of our favorite universes. We can get to that real quick. Pixar.
Oh yeah.
Because I wanted to explain the Pixar theory to Cory.
Yeah, please do.
Okay, so the original, I sort of mentioned this. If you guys don't know, look up the Pixar theory, look up the original one that I'm about to explain, and then look up the new one. So the original Pixar theory was that all the movies, depending on which way you order them, is a timeline.
Mhm.
You know, starting way back in the 14th century with Brave, and then wrapping all the way around to, I think, WALL-E was the newest one, potentially. So just different evolutions on Earth, whatever, you know. So obviously the Toy Story and all those were in the 90s and early 2000s, and then from there it just gets wonky. Whatever, you know. Terrible things happen, new things evolve, like cars that are anthropomorphic, stuff like that. So that theory was okay. It didn't really explain a lot, but it made some sense. But the new theory makes way more sense.
Okay.
Everything takes place in the same universe, in the same world. Except for the fact some things are works of fiction within that world. So like A Bug's Life, Cars, The Incredibles. There's another one in there. Another one. They're all works of fiction within the actual Pixar universe.
Okay.
So that's why you get references to a lot of those things. Like I forgot who it was, is wearing Incredibles underwear in one thing. In Finding Nemo, in the waiting room of the doctor's office, a kid is reading an Incredibles comic book.
Yeah.
So that just shows that's a work of fiction. In another one, a kid is wearing a Lightning McQueen shirt. Once again, that's a work of fiction in that world.
I see.
Where you have merchandising for stuff like toys, comic books, movies, stuff like that. I think, but here's the weird part. In this world, there's a little bit of magic. Talking animals can be a thing.
Mm-hmm.
People that can change into animals, such as Brave, where it all started way back in 14th century. People who get turned into animals via magic. That happens. Also, the fact in Brave, you see a carving of Sully from Monsters, Inc.
Yeah.
But mind you, that was right before Monsters University, so that was the tie-in. But the fact that the witch in that movie had a magic door through which she could pop around, just like the monsters have in their universe. So realistically, she may have carved that from popping through that door and seeing the monsters universe, which is an actual parallel world to ours.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a work of fiction. But also passing on the stories of the monsters you've seen. Thing. But that's also where the works of fiction start emulating real life. Like in Cars 2, you get a tavern modeled after the one in Brave.
Yep.
Stuff like that. So you start seeing the work of fiction reflecting the real world just as you would in any other cartoon.
Okay, that's pretty nice.
Does that make more sense?
There's a few YouTube videos where like this one guy actually he takes a screenshot and then like circles everything from each
they break it all down. And I love this too, how tying things even together even more.
Mm-hmm.
Boo from Monsters, Inc. is and this is not confirmed, but this is the theory, is the daughter of the dentist from Finding Nemo. And he bought his daughter a little clownfish doll because of this one crazy thing that happened in his office one time with a pelican and his fish all escaping and all that kind of stuff.
Oh,
because
wow.
she has that. Now, The Good Dinosaur, work of fiction.
Right.
Because you see that Arlo toy in Toy Story 3.
Yeah.
So, work of fiction. Toy Story, on the other hand, is real. You have real humans. They look like humans. Everything about it looks real.
That's another thing where
the magic,
a little bit of magic.
So toys can come to life.
Yeah.
That is a real thing that can happen. But also, that's where the work of fiction starts influencing the real world. So you've got real toys based off of fictional objects. And in other parts of Toy Stories, there were Lotso Huggenbear showed up in another movie. Somebody else had him.
He's in the background
in another movie. Ratatouille is a real thing. That actually happened because they also referenced that in Cars too.
Nice.
They have Gastos, and they're in Paris.
Right.
But that's also where the rats and everything like that can have that little bit of magic, and why a ghost could potentially be real, and all that. I mean, it's a really crazy theory, but it makes so much more sense than a timeline.
It does make sense. And, some people say that some people have too much time on their hands. I think these people had just enough time.
Yeah, but it was the inclusion, like, when people really started pointing that out.
It's a very, like, considerate style of creativity where it's not, like, thrown in your face, but it's just dabbed tastefully.
Well, I dig that, because I was just telling him about, like, I shared the video on Facebook the other day, probably yesterday, was, like, how all the Disney movies are tied in with some of the characters would just randomly show up.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Like I was telling him, we were talking earlier that they finally confirmed that Tarzan is actually related to Elsa and.
Well, confirmed versus it makes the most sense.
Yeah.
So Elsa and Anna from Frozen, Tarzan is their little brother. Tarzan's parents are their parents who got lost in the ship.
Yeah.
And it actually makes sense from where they left to where they were headed, and with the storms, that they would have ended up.
There was
on the
a guy
African
who
coast.
actually did
He did the map.
He did the map in Europe for where they were going.
Yeah, it makes sense. And and also that someone said that their ship that sunk
is the ship that you see
the
in
Little
Ariel's,
Mermaid. It ties into the Little Mermaid.
Oh wow!
So all the stuff that the Little Mermaid is picking up is like all their stuff that's
still. Yeah, that's cool.
Now, if that but the Pixar idea makes sense because Pixar, not to mention the 146 or whatever the number is, the room that everybody who went to that college went to, that was the room, and it's in every single Pixar movie.
Mhm.
Oh, there's another thing in Brave where the witch clearly can see the future because she's carving a Pizza Planet truck.
Yeah.
Clearly carving, and the Pizza
Which
Planet,
is now a real restaurant in California.
Yeah.
Oh, and here's the last kicker, and this is crazy. So what was it? Not in Monsters Inc. I think it was in A Bug's Life. They had, I guess the bad guy was some weird purple thing like that. But you see, like, something happens in a little trailer or whatever. But then they imitate that in Monsters Inc. Whenever Randall gets sent into that little trailer in Redneckville. But the Pizza Planet truck is right outside.
That's what I was about to say.
But that's not the part that matters. If you look at this is so strange. They said that down the line, because we know that A Bug's Life is a work of fiction in the Pixar's universe, the whole scene that happens in that movie, where he ends up in a little trailer or whatever, happened because someone who was there to see that monster come out of the closet and wreak havoc there recalled that incident and wanted to put it in this movie. Everybody thinks, okay, well, maybe it was the kid who saw that, because obviously it came out of a kid's closet. And I said, no, it was actually the mother who works for a movie studio that made A Bug's Life, which is Pixar. And if you look at the name on the mailbox, it is actually the name of the woman who did that. So they went even deeper. Like, Pixar is meta as hell, and they need to keep it going with whatever they do. So if whatever Pixar movies come up in the future, you guys know I love my Pixar movies because, you know, I've got WALL-E over here for all time. I got 3 different versions of WALL-E. I don't know if you know this. I've got little WALL-E here. I've got the Pop WALL-E up there in my Pop display, and the Lego WALL-E out there.
I got your WALL-E.
Dude, Lego WALL-E's awesome if you haven't seen that yet. The tank treads roll, everything.
Now,
so awesome.
Quick pipe in.
Yeah.
Tarzan movies in the 80s. Christopher Lambert did one called Greystoke.
Greystoke, yep.
Must see if you're a Tarzan fan.
Yeah. Well, what was the
probably the purest Tarzan.
CW had a Tarzan show, I think, was called Greystoke as well.
Did they?
Yeah, but it was after he was off the island and everything.
I know the worst one was with my buddy Casper Van Dien.
Oh God, yeah.
It was bad.
Wait, I think that might have been it. I mean, well, he didn't know.
No, that was a.
Yeah, that was a movie.
I don't even think it went to theaters.
I never even saw the new Tarzan, The Legend of Tarzan.
Heard mixed reviews.
The one with Samuel L. Jackson.
Yes. Once again, Samuel L. Jackson is the Stan Lee of every other movie.
Dude, he's Danny Trejo.
Yeah. Well,
which if you've never met Danny, he's about this tall.
Yeah, he's itty bitty.
He's
short. I didn't know that he was an ex-criminal.
He was at Houston Comic Palooza about 4 years ago.
Yeah, a few years ago.
Yes.
Okay. Now, the whole reason I brought you in because of your knowledge of these old monster movies.
Yeah.
The old Universal monster movies. Since we are now headed that way with a new movieverse.
Mm-hmm.
Called the dumbest name ever. The Dark Universe.
Someone really used their imagination.
They tried hard. So we know we got The Mummy coming out soon.
Yeah.
Which could or could not be good. We don't know yet. I think it's not going to be good.
I'm hoping.
More of a rendition of how Katie Holmes was whenever she was married to Tom Cruise.
Oh, God. Well played, Nick.
Well played.
Well played. Damn. I want it to be good, to be honest with you.
I want it to be good, too, but I can't take anything with Tom Cruise serious anymore.
You know,
I know he's just...
She looks too much like the Enchantress from Suicide
that is a huge problem. But that's why they gave her the weird eyes that split, so that you know the difference.
Yeah. Now, I didn't want to enjoy Tom Cruise, especially since he went crazy.
Yeah. Hold on, wait.
But Live, Die, Repeat was pretty decent.
Nick's going to pee.
Again.
Which is also a comic book movie.
Do it, Nick.
Hope everything comes out okay.
Do it strong.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Oh, she closed all the doors to the bathroom. Anyways, the new Mummy, we'll see what happens.
We'll see.
And everybody's like, it's going to just be a remake of the Brendan Fraser movie. And what point does it even remotely look like it's that movie?
Not one point.
No.
And you notice,
And you don't have a pro wrestler playing the Mummy.
Well, if you look at Brendan Fraser, that whole thing had that golden look.
Yes,
this Mummy in the trailer has a gray look.
It is dirty.
It's dirty.
Yeah. Not like that, but But, okay, like you were telling me, and I didn't get this, that how are they going to make a universe from these? And if Tom Cruise is going to be the through for all these movies, he might be the MacGuffin, realistically.
Yeah.
If he has the ability to carry the curses of these creatures that they're running into, or he's the only one who can fight against them. Odds are he's going to have to find other people who can help him.
Yeah. I think that they're going to be smart about it, and they're only going to try to make one movie, and they're going to see what happens if it's worth doing a sequel, because they do it just to make money.
Yeah.
They
don't tell stories anymore.
It would, yeah. It would. The way I would do it, I would try to do a really good film and only make one and leave it there to be untouchable, which I'm hoping is what they're trying to do.
No, yeah.
Now that obviously,
but they're not. They're planning out a universe already.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. They need to pull an Iron Man, see what happens. Okay, so DC movies, if you're listening, I know you're not. Do what Marvel did. Make a movie that may or may not be good, and then decide on whether or not it's worth going to make a whole universe, instead of making terrible movies and continuing to go ahead despite how bad they were. Like, terrible. The Harley Quinn Joker movie they were talking about making, all those movies, just no, don't do it. Just don't do it. Don't give us independent little Suicide Squad movies. We don't need to see them. No one cares. However, with this, and like I said, okay, back to the Dark Universe, because we can go on DC again. The next movie they have planned is The Bride of Frankenstein. Mm-hmm. Without doing a Frankenstein movie,
it doesn't really make sense, does it? No.
But unless it's like she's what's left and she's one trying to like return Frankenstein to life, or in this case, the Frankenstein's monster.
Yeah.
Which they honestly, what they should do is make a movie before that called Adam.
Well, there was just so many Frankenstein movies have been made. I mean,
well, let's talk about the last Frankenstein movie that was made. I, Frankenstein.
Oh, God.
Oh, gross.
That garbage movie.
That was bad.
And I'll be perfectly honest. I either downloaded or rented it, and I didn't watch it once.
Oh, you're good.
No, I mean, I was doing other things instead of paying attention to the movie. But I have no idea what happened in the movie, except for the fact he was fighting demons or gargoyles or something.
Being nasty.
Anyways.
The same gargoyle.
So,
let's save some money. We're just going to CGI the same exact damn statue.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
It made no sense.
Now, here's one thing. The 90s, Robert De Niro's Frankenstein, that creature, the look of it, awesome.
I don't remember that one, to be honest.
What? It was good. Well, it was okay. His creature, like the way they made him look, wasn't a traditional Frankenstein.
Yeah, of course not.
Or, excuse me, Frankenstein's monster.
Yeah.
It like one hand was bigger than the other.
Yeah, well,
the cuts and the skin was different shades.
Which is supposed to be.
Yeah.
It's slightly more
Boris Karloff, it was just
black and white. Now the Boris Karloff one was amazing. It just looked great, and of course set the tone for all that. And of course, they couldn't really show the color, and this is so weird. You probably know this, but everybody, for some reason, I guess because of Herman Munster, realistically believes that Frankenstein is supposed to be like a greenish color.
Yes.
And he's always portrayed as greenish or grayish, but that's not his color.
No.
Even in the book, he's actually supposed to be more yellow.
Yeah.
The rotten flesh color, which is what he is.
When they did the movie Monster Squad, which I'm a huge groupie for.
Yeah.
The Frankenstein they did in that wanted to be an homage to that Frankenstein. They're not the same. So his skin color is actually like a purplish.
Yeah.
And his bolts are actually up on his temples.
Yeah.
But the big thing they were emphasizing was like, we couldn't copy him.
Yeah.
So we had to do a purple tone on the makeup.
He was purple, that's right.
Yeah.
Why did they give you the squeakiest chair?
I don't know.
Oh, I know why, because the other chair was impossible to get to.
Because Nick took it over there to the corner. I should have
I
stole it while he was peeing.
That's right. No, because he moves around more than you do.
But they've made so many Frankenstein movies. Yeah. And besides that one I just talked about, the Mary Shelley's one, there was another one.
Oh, the Mary. Yeah, okay, sorry. I didn't realize you were talking Mary Shelley Frankenstein.
Yeah, I'm sorry. There was another one in the 90s.
Yeah.
And then Boris made so many.
Yes.
And I think the whole thing was like, well, we've done so many men. It's just kind of weird that they're making the Mummy a female. And then, Bride of Frankenstein, it's just two female monsters.
And then the creature from the Black Lagoon, which is probably going to be trying to steal women.
Well, yeah, and the woman is going to be Scarlett Johansson, which I love because she has that timeless look of that period.
I assume you're just making that up.
No.
Oh, really? They signed her on?
She's the one they've been talking about mainly, over and over.
I'm sorry, ScarJo's overdone. Leave her be.
Yeah. No, I agree with you on that, but she has the.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Love me some ScarJo.
That 19.
Yeah, she has that early 19, the golden Hollywood.
Yeah.
I think they could. I don't know. I think they need to not drag her into everything. There's lots of new talent out there.
Well, I just love the fact that they're finally
just do Cara Delevingne and everything.
That creature's been kind of left alone.
Devine, yeah.
Devine.
I don't know how to say her name, but she's in everything now. She's the new hot.
But you had the second one. You had the creature that was in Monster Squad.
Yeah. Well, they had some more, at least modern renditions. Maybe not movies, but they've made modern versions of what it looks like.
Redone so many times.
But it's just going to have a hard time. I mean, it's going to be a CG. Well, hopefully it's not all CG.
No,
there should be a lot of practical.
I'm hoping it's going to be a suit, a really well done suit.
Yeah.
And they can.
Because I've seen a few of the old movies like that. I've definitely, I've seen some of the. Now I didn't see the movies, but I would read the books about the movies from Frankenstein.
Yeah. Was it an orange book that you got at the library?
Yeah.
Monsters. Yeah.
Yes.
I read those as well. They were very good
because they had the photos from the movies in there. And it had the really radio actively burned Frankenstein with flesh hanging off and stuff like that.
Those are awesome books.
But I don't know what they're going to do with this Bride of Frankenstein. Because
I don't know
the
either.
original
they
concept,
can't do that ridiculous hair.
No, that was absolutely insane why they did that.
The closest thing to Bride of Frankenstein I've seen is Frankenhooker.
Oh, wow.
Hey, Jersey boy, you want a date?
Dear God. You can tell he watches lots of movies, guys. But what was I thinking? I think they really should, before doing that, they should have inserted a movie called Adam. And then gone from there. Because I've been like, what is Adam? And then you find it's a Frankenstein movie.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's his friggin' name. So
it's the beginning.
Why would you call this Bride of Frankenstein unless they're talking about the Doctor and it has nothing to do with creating a new monster?
Yeah.
Which, realistically, if the Doctor was creating it for himself, not his monster, totally makes more sense. Making his own hot, reanimated bride out of...
But, man, that was a big deal when the original one came out. They had to cut out the parts where he said he had, the power of God. I'm God, I've created this.
Yeah.
No, you can't.
Because that was back in the day when it was don't say that.
You don't say that.
Yeah, that was in the late 30s, early 40s, right after the Depression.
Now, they redid the werewolf.
Yeah, they've done many, many werewolf movies.
Yeah, but they did one that was a throwback definitely to the Universal. Too much CGI.
Yes.
Love the storyline. Too much CGI.
Was that a werewolf? Not American Werewolf in London, but there was a werewolf in London movie. There was one only a few years ago.
That one was great. The one a few years ago was really straight up the Talbots.
Yeah.
So you had Benicio del Toro, Anthony Hopkins.
Oh, yeah.
And it was set in that time period. And I love that time period. I love estates, estate homes.
Oh, yeah.
And the old double-barrel elephant hunting rifle, British Englishmen that they went on conquests and travels and holidays.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought it was brilliant. And then I was like, dude, why would you do that? And why would you make it the comb hair back look?
Exactly. I don't know.
I think that was Lon Chaney.
They have a Wolfman.
Sure, but I'm pretty sure
it is. Yes. Yeah, because I looked it up earlier. But yeah, they've got another Wolfman lined up after Van Helsing, which we haven't had enough Van Helsings. But if they're doing a modern,
I liked it.
But if they're doing a modern Van Helsing, though,
you were younger though when you saw it.
Yeah.
Which one?
The Van Helsing with
Hugh Jackman.
Oh yeah.
And Kate Beckinsale's accent.
Oh yeah, that's terrible.
Oh, I don't care. I'll watch anything with
and then another Invisible Man.
Kevin Bacon was enough the Hollow Man. I know it had nothing to do
that
with
movie
each
was
other.
Messed
but
up. He rapes that chick.
Yeah, he does.
That movie's
Rhoda
really
Mitra.
Weird.
Yeah.
She's fine.
The crazy part is he's walking around naked in that movie.
Kevin Bacon.
His clothes are not invisible.
Have you ever seen Wild Things?
Oh yeah.
Kevin Bacon swinging.
The end of that movie.
He doesn't need to be.
Have you ever seen Wild Things? Nick?
He's gonna knock. He's gonna knock crap off
if you watch all the way to the end, when he turns around in that shower,
he's not shy.
No, he's got a trimmer down there.
Kevin, he's got a graboid. He has a graboid built in.
That thing will go through the sand and get you.
That's why they were after him. They wanted their daughter back. They wanted their son back.
Get back the promised child.
He impregnated. No, actually, no. What it was is it's the graboid claws. Is what it is. Just like flop. Oh jeez. Oh, okay. There's a whole movie universe in itself right there. That's just sequels. It's not a universe.
I'm not gonna lie. The last one really wasn't bad.
Didn't they just come out with a newer one recently?
It had
Not that long
Jamie
ago.
Kennedy in it, right? And I'm like, oh my god, why would you do this? It's gotta be terrible. One day I put it on. I was like, wow, that was a lot better than I thought it was.
I'm just looking at my notes here. We're almost done. We're getting close. Because other minor universes that are evolving now. The Star Wars expanded universe is happening slowly. We're getting away from the main story now.
Sorry, I didn't mean it. Dracula Untold. How'd you feel about it?
I haven't seen it, but I heard it was
Haven't seen
terrible.
Okay.
I heard it was terrible. Like, it almost ruined that dude's career.
Yeah.
Barge.
It was interesting.
Something like that.
It wasn't great.
No, everybody said it was really bad. I mean, I like that story. I like the story of what happened.
Yeah.
But apparently the movie was
The
terrible.
one thing I liked is that his armor looked just like Gary Oldman's.
Yeah.
Now here's the thing about Gary Oldman's Dracula. Here's what you need to do.
Yeah.
Take that movie.
Yeah.
Get a real English actor. Voice dub.
No, you
Over
need
Keanu Reeves.
No, you need.
Yeah, no, you
Oh,
redo
okay.
Keanu
Yeah,
Reeves'
yeah,
English accent because that ruined that movie.
Okay, but let's just. We have to bring back Gary Oldman as Dracula again.
He's amazing.
Because he's Gary Oldman.
And he does whatever he wants.
It's just Gary Oldman.
But that Dracula was creepy.
Oh,
That's
God.
what
That movie creeped me. I didn't even watch all that movie when it first came out, and it creeped me out. Yeah. The old wrinkly, pulled back hair that the Simpsons made fun of with Mr. Burns. That was hilarious.
Oh, that was great. The
Yeah.
Halloween spooky trees.
Yep.
Those are awesome.
Treehouse of Horror.
Treehouse of Horror.
I was like, well, the spooky trees. That's the Teletubbies. That's the Teletubbies Halloween special.
Oh,
Well, kids, it's time to wrap it up here on
No,
no,
we haven't had enough to drink, and it's too late.
Teletubbies.
Okay, so the Star Wars Expanded Universe is happening now. We got Rogue One. We're getting all these side stories. We're getting the young Han Solo.
I'm a huge
Boba-
Star Wars
Boba
buff,
Fett.
so I'm like,
You're good. New
Yeah, of
Predator
course.
coming out.
What?
You didn't know about this?
Another Predator movie?
Yeah, it's been revamped completely. The writer who did Die Hard, who also plays Hawkins in the original Predator, you might know him as the perverted guy.
Yeah.
He's writing it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Weird. Well, okay, we talked about this earlier too, but the Ridley Scott universe.
Yes.
We'll just go into it now.
Which I love Ridley Scott.
Okay, so and this is the part that I told him about. I don't know if you remember.
All right.
Blade Runner is also included
Yes, it is.
because the Weyland-Yutani Corporation does exist.
Yes, it does.
So realistically, somehow in that weird dystopian future, they have dealt with xenomorphs,
Mm-hmm.
and we're already talking about.
Maybe that's why they created the
Replicants.
Nexus 6.
Well, they have replicants or whatever because we already have robots.
Mhm.
We have those people that look like people, whatever. They're just not as weird as people in Blade Runner. But
Rucker Hauer.
so we get, yeah, exactly. So we've got Alien,
Mhm.
Aliens, even though technically James Cameron, Alien 3 and
Alien Resurrection.
Resurrection. We'll just ignore. They pretty much say that those don't really have anything to do with it. The first two.
I
first two, they
didn't really
stretch.
get like the third one. What
Yeah.
made it cool for people is that the creature wasn't a human xenomorph.
Yeah, exactly. Which is also one thing people have problems with because one, there are two cuts of that movie, one with a cow, one with a dog,
Mhm.
and that throws things off. depending on
Throws
what
things
scene.
off. It did make an awesome action figure though.
It did. It really did. Actually, all those figures made awesome, but they're made from the comics, not from the series.
This is true.
But then we get the Predator movies, which we talked about earlier off camera. Predator 1, great action flick.
Probably,
Arnold,
weirdly to say, probably one of the greatest movies ever made.
it's pretty good.
People argue it, but then some people, if they sit down and think about it, it's pretty freaking amazing. That and the original Predator was Jean-Claude Van Damme, and the suit looked like garbage.
Yeah.
The suit looked terrible, and the actors started getting really annoyed because Jean-Claude Van Damme was complaining because he's wearing this rubber suit and he's sweating his ass off. Well, they're like, we're out here sweating too. Now, think of it this way.
Why would they use Jean-Claude Van Damme?
They wanted someone who was athletic enough to be in the suit. Now, the
I
suit
thought it was a giant black dude.
It is.
Oh.
The original suit did not look anything like.
Oh, okay.
It was bad. I'm telling you, it was horrible.
Okay.
Now, granted, Jean-Claude Van Damme is from France.
Yeah.
Muscles from Brussels. Yeah, he's not used to being in the jungle and wearing, like, rubber.
Yeah.
So, on a flight, on a plane, this guy's sitting there, he's doing a drawing. He redesigns the Predator completely to badass him.
Yeah.
And they decide, well, we need a new actor. So, what they do is they go, Kevin Hall, Kevin Peter Hall. I can't believe I'm saying it all. I'm saying this wrong, so if you hate me, that's fine.
If only we had the internet.
Yeah. Well, they grab him because he acted in one of my favorite movies growing up was Harry and the Hendersons. And they go, we need a guy. Yeah, we don't just need a guy in a suit. We need a guy who can act in a suit.
That's another movie that
his cameo in the movie is he's the helicopter pilot at the end of the movie.
Yeah. So he's in the movie, other than the fact he's Predator.
And he had a horrible way of dying that we'll talk about later. It was.
Oh, his actual death.
Yeah, it was very tragic. Okay. Very tragic.
As they tend to be. Predator 2. Cool. I like that movie.
A lot of people hate it. I dug it too, especially I think we saw it as kids.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden there's just more action and more guns. And some guy going, the Scorpio is waiting. And King Louis, and there's Jamaicans and drug lords. Yeah.
That was cool. That was actually really cool.
It was. And Bill Paxton.
Yep, Bill Paxton.
Bill Paxton.
He's crossing universes, y'all.
Yeah.
Well, technically the same universe, because in Predator 2 is when we learned that the aliens, the xenomorphs, do exist.
Due to the skull being up on the trophy
Which
wall.
means they have hunted them, which leads us to AVP.
Mm-hmm.
The first one.
Yes.
Let's talk about the first one.
Okay.
I liked that movie, and I saw it in the theater.
Mm-hmm.
And we've been friends for many years now.
Many years.
You, until we had a conversation, you were really pissed off about the way the Predators were handled in that movie.
Really hated it.
But when I brought it, because you're basically...
Almost gave me an aneurysm.
Yeah, you're like, why are these Predators, the most badass hunters in the galaxy, getting their asses handed to them so easily?
Yeah.
And then you think about the fact these guys are literally trainees. This is their rite of passage, and not all of them are supposed to survive.
That's true.
Only the one that survives and actually manages to get the kill moves on.
Yeah, and you put it in perspective for me, because after they go in and do their thing, basically the guy that probably set them out there or was in charge of them gets the alarm and just says, all right, I'm going to show up and wreck shop.
Yeah. It's like, well, this is not going the way we wanted to.
Predator fans who are just like pure Predator fans just want to see that badassery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then whenever that movie came out, everybody was like raging. They're like, this doesn't work.
Well, look at it this way. Those first two that got killed, like just owned right away, they were not that badass. The third one, I forgot what his name technically is. He actually was awesome.
The gigantic one that when he walked, you heard the ground move?
Well, no, that was in the Predators movie. That was the one you're thinking of. He wasn't that big.
Not a berserker. No,
he was slightly bigger.
One of them, when he ran, they made the ground kind of make a sound.
Okay, he was bigger, yeah, but
he's the one that got taken out in the lower level on the pile of skulls.
Yeah,
that one.
But yeah, the one that actually did survive when that face hugger is like coming at him blind and he just goes real quick, gets a little bit of acid on him, but just phases it, no problem.
Shakes it off
because it gets on his helmet. It's not gonna hurt anything.
Yeah.
But I remember it messing with it. But I love he gets that one alien in the net and it starts tightening it up, and you see the net go into its shell.
Yeah.
But then it comes up later when it's going to attack him, and you see that, and it's just like, oh man,
I just crossed. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Or sir, I crossed 2 movies. The guy didn't show up till after. That's what happened.
What do you mean?
It was just the original 3. Just one lasted.
Got you. Yeah.
Yeah, I messed up on that.
Yeah.
But no, you're right. I mean, you could tell he had different skills.
He was just better.
Yeah.
The other ones, they weren't expecting what they'd come to, but you got to think how long it had been since anybody had even gone into that temple. We found it and activated it.
Fought that as a prey.
Yeah. The fact that we wandered into it to activate it instead of having like the ritual sacrifice and all that for hundreds of years.
I think it's cool because as a fan of a certain fandom, like you always want that one thing to always be badass and just like completely succeed all the time.
Yeah.
And then the one time that they like take it away from you, you're like, no, not how it
goes.
But it brings you back, and you're like, it's okay. Like,
you're that angry parent. I'm about to write a letter. I'm showing up at school.
Why did you touch my kid?
You see that?
That's a different total situation.
That's infrared. Okay.
Yeah.
He can see everything. Don't give me that crap. Your kid can run around and slap things with his tail. That's bullshit.
I like the fact that in AVP we got the first human predator team up. Instead of them hunting humans, which we've seen them done and successfully doing, which is not necessarily a rite of passage for them, it's just everyday whatever.
I like it because it shows, like, as a hunter, like, you got to do whatever you have to do to make sure you get whatever you need done.
But there's also the respect.
Yeah. But it was respect because she saved him.
Right.
And then whenever he marks her with the same mark that he's got as a warrior sign.
Right.
And then gives her the alien head and this tail spear.
The tail spear was garbage. Okay?
It was garbage.
It looked so goofy. Now the head as a shield, that was cool.
Because it would be a great shield.
Did not speak to your ethnic persuasion.
No, the tail spear was stupid because it was never going to
be like, oh, this is.
But we did know
this weapon here. I will use it.
Yeah.
It was the time of the red fern, and the tail rose from the river.
Come with me. Speak
we tied it to the mighty willow, and we knew that day we'd be taking many heads.
Come with me. Speak to
aliens. God. I hated that damn spear.
Okay, if you look at it this way, you had Native Mexicans or whatever, Aztecs Egyptians, everybody who has pyramids. Yes, but you got to think. But actually, the tail spear is a great weapon because we've already seen prior, or at least in Alien 3, that they can tear apart each other with their own weapons. Although realistically, keeping the little mouth would have been a better weapon. But I don't know how you would articulate that.
Here's my thing: is their strength over hers.
Yeah. So, but I mean, she was only supposed to survive. He was doing the real work.
Yeah. Right.
Let's run together. Next scene. Ready? Cute.
Yeah, let's run really slow down this hallway. It'll be there.
Let's go, Jean-Claude.
Does anybody know how to get out of here? No, we're good. Because it's constant. Remember, it was constantly shifting.
Yeah, it was like 13 ghosts.
Yeah, 13 ghosts. Yeah, messed up.
But yeah, I thought it was really cool. Just the way they implemented everything for that movie.
It was. You know,
that
it's one of those movies.
Well.
The more you watch it, you feel different about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The first time you're like, the second time you're like, all right.
Well, first you see the aliens. The humans get owned by the aliens.
Yeah.
Because that's what happens. But I love the fact that they harnessed an alien queen. They're like, we need you to make more babies.
Make babies.
Dude, that was low key real creepy.
Farm,
yeah.
That was real creepy. But
realistically, like, I love that we get that backstory. This is what has happened, and then you get that other one where it shows where it had gone wrong, and the whole place is infested, which actually goes back to the comic books where that happened.
Yeah.
Where the Earth got completely infested, where it was like almost airborne, and people were actually getting impregnated and everything like that.
Yeah.
So I mean, the fact that that could happen, and they eventually had to nuke a world. Did they nuke the pyramid or detonate? I forgot how they got rid of the pyramid there.
In the first movie, it showed a scene where like I think 3 of them were overrun on the temple, and all.
No, they nuked each other. Yeah, actually, that's when you find out it's not even themselves exploding; it's a weapon. It's an orbital weapon being fired.
Mm-hmm.
So the ship that brought him there, which is what we see at the end when they take him away, of course, we completely skip over the fact or allude to the fact that he had a face hugger on him.
Mm-hmm.
He knows he's impregnated and he's just doing his thing.
Well, it makes you wonder: has it always been implemented from space, or was it just that one time that there was a ship above them and they just
I think got to take because they have to have somebody there.
Yeah, because remember in the first one, because I always remember this, in the sky. There is a 3-triangle constellation.
Yeah.
You just see the bip appear.
Yeah.
It drives by, it takes off, it drops.
Yeah.
It goes.
Yeah.
It's gone. It just drops a pod.
Yeah. Well, that's not a normal hunting party. That's not we're taking these guys to go do their final thing.
But he emphasized the same weapon.
Yeah. Well, I think it also is a call down because the ship that was buried in Los Angeles, which was something similar, but they had taken a much bigger ship with them, especially with elders that could speak some English and hand you a. That was an amazing scene. I'm sorry.
That's one of the best scenes.
They acknowledged that he was such a badass.
That gave me goosebumps when I saw that. They all come out. I'm like, look at all the different masks.
Yeah. So, but then that leads us into AVPR.
One other thing.
Go ahead.
So back to we're talking about when that ship and they all show up. Did you notice at the end of AVP?
Yeah.
When they come and pick them up, how big their heads are?
Yeah, they're huge.
Massive compared to like part 2.
Yeah.
Little too big.
I think it just depends.
Yeah.
But
they might have had to do that too to also be like not so the same. But to me, I was like, dude, those are huge.
Now, were you excited at the end of AVP when the chest burster came out of him? And you're like, oh my god, we have a predator alien.
I played the game.
Yeah.
On the PC, and that creature exists.
It does. Yeah, it's actually in the lore.
So
and actually,
for a sequel,
it was bad.
I get really upset when predators die, no matter what. I still get upset.
Once again, we go back to that. I don't want to see it happen.
The best part of that movie is the random, I'm going to do this spin and just spear you right in the head. CGI?
Yeah.
Oh my god. But at the same time, thank God.
Yes.
This is so cool.
I was loving it.
The Pred Alien Queen thing, or whatever the heck it technically was, because there are Pred Alien Queens that are a bit different than that.
True.
But that was one of the creepiest creatures they've come up with.
In a while.
Because the damn thing invades the maternity ward, goes to all the women who are currently pregnant, and just pounds them full of eggs.
And then it eats their children.
And then they all hatch out of them. It's like, that is the creepiest thing. Of course, it overran the town really, really damn fast.
Yeah.
Which really upset a lot of people when they were watching that, realizing
honestly,
devoured.
Yeah, no, that bothered me. One, the creepiness. It goes back to the conversation we had about species earlier, just before.
I'm going to make you.
But I thought the Predalien design was pretty neat.
I loved how it treated the other xenomorphs.
Yeah.
They came up and it's just like...
I thought it was weird that it just made normal xenomorphs. Like, why didn't it make more hybrids? There should have been a human. It should have been a Predalien human hybrid.
That's very true.
But I like that one dude died, like a really douchey dude who died in a sports thing that I accidentally like stabbed it or whatever, shot it, and it just falls right on his face, and you see his face melting.
Well, the fact
screaming.
I love the fact that the chick died.
Oh yeah.
I was like, yeah.
I was waiting for this.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
I'm trying to remember. Did anybody survive that movie? Did people get out? I think it was a helicopter. And
they got out, and then the government showed up. You know what I liked about it?
Yeah.
Lone Predator.
There's one because you remember he got the signal and went. Because the ship crashed.
Yeah.
Because he attacked the ship that they were on that were flying away.
He got a scan, was able to look at the helmet.
Get the helmet viz. Yeah. I liked that. I liked the tie-in directly to it. That was cool.
Yeah.
And of course, it would happen like immediately later. So they're dealing with all this crap that just happened in Alaska. I think that's where that was.
I gotta be honest. I think it was Colorado.
In Colorado in AVPR, the first one.
Yeah.
In the first one, it was in like Alaska or Antarctica.
It was Antarctica.
Okay,
it was in that whaling town called Razorback.
That's right. I couldn't remember. I just knew it was snowy, and they had a last like little illegal whaling town. And the big hole in the ground that was perfectly round, and they're like, "How does this happen?"
Just kind of showed up. Oh, who cares? Let's just go down.
But that's where you see that orbital weapon for the first time when they carves through the snow down to the temple.
True.
And they're like, "What could have done this?" And they're like looking up, and they're like, because they're all like, "What did this?" And then they look up, and you see the building that has the perfectly cut hole too. It's like, oh, something cut this from over there. That's not good.
Not from space.
But I think the Ridley Scott universe is actually really awesome. Even though technically the Predators are on the outskirts of that, technically. Even all the way to the Predators movie, which I enjoyed. It was real slow.
The new one?
Yeah.
I loved it. I actually did, and I thought Adrian.
Yeah, Adrian Brody.
Adrian Brody did a pretty good job.
I liked him in that. I did not like Topher Grace.
He's a good actor.
I thought Topher did okay.
Coming off of Spider-Man 3, I thought it was really weird.
Please kill Peter Parker. I love the Russian Spetsnaz guy. Only one problem.
Yeah.
When he's scared, they don't do that.
No.
Russian Spetsnaz are ice cold. They're trained to like kill themselves with their last grenade.
Yeah.
There is no being scared.
Dude, that movie was crazy.
I thought it was great, dude. Back in the jungle.
Yeah.
A game preserve.
Yeah. Everything about that, we had more than one Predator.
And you got to see the Berserker Predator.
Which we'd never even heard about. All we know is that this guy is like twice the size. Enormous. The tusks, when he took his helmet off, is like, okay.
I thought it was cool how each Predator had like their own thing. Like one was a tracker.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. They were all specialized.
Which one had the flying bird thing? You got the tracker.
That was a tracker. Now the one thing that I found.
The Falcon Predator.
Yeah. One thing the Japanese guy. So obviously he's a Kuza.
Oh yeah.
The sword fight was so funny. They did the Japanese thing. Yep. That was amazing. They went all anime on that.
Yeah, it went definitely anime.
Or Kurosawa. Either way. It's like, that was so great. Never even said anything.
I thought Lawrence Fishburne played a pretty good crazy guy.
Oh yeah. I forgot about that, yeah. I haven't seen the movie in forever, and I own it.
Yeah. Now, the chick is a sniper. She's a good actress. I didn't really take her as a sniper. She didn't... See, when they do certain movies, they make these people train.
Right.
Stuff.
Oh, yeah.
She didn't look comfortable holding her gun or anything. At all.
Just on that tangent, like Keanu Reeves for John Wick.
He's amazing.
Oh my God.
He's amazing.
He has learned some amazing skills.
It's his martial arts is a part of jiu-jitsu, judo, a lot of locks, and his gun training is insane.
Yeah, he's amazing. When you ever seen that video of him doing the circuit?
Yeah. Another thing I love about John Wick.
Yeah.
Realistic reloads.
Yes, finally.
It's not that Hollywood stuff.
I watched
Infinite Clips.
Watched House 3 the other night. These guys got in a shootout. One guy thought one dude was a bug. One dude thought the other guy was a snake. And they shoot each other. The one guy has a revolver. He shoots at least 30 shots out of this revolver. It was so bad.
See, what you didn't see was him constantly reloading that gunslinger style. Speaking of which, it didn't.
Speed loading.
Yeah. What the... Or here, I'm going to throw the bullets up and then go...
Now, I'll tell you one thing about
shooting.
The new Predator.
Like McCree from Overwatch.
Yeah.
I knew.
The new Predator, they posted a picture saying this was supposedly the new cast. I don't dig the new cast. They look like normal people.
So it's like Predators. They're just all weirdos and normal
These
people.
people don't even look like military, and I don't know if they just decide we're going to take a picture of them in their normal clothes and show them. But I was like, I'm not really feeling it.
You know, one thing, just bringing it up because we're talking about Predators.
Yeah.
Okay, so they realize, okay, they've been kidnapped. They're on an alien world, and they've all been chosen because they're all killers.
Mm-hmm.
How do the Predators find out what they do?
I always watch.
Well, I know that, but what if it was beyond that? What if it was Weyland-Yutani, like, feeding them people, like, hey, we have a deal.
We'll give you this.
We'll give you these people. They're criminals. They're killers. To challenge you.
I could see that.
Because
surviving the game.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I think, honestly, they should have something like that. Well, we didn't even get there, but Prometheus and Alien Covenant.
Not to mention on the last Predator, they took a part of their technology.
Yeah,
At the crash.
Oh, yeah.
So that let off.
They had some of it, yeah, because that was at the end of Predators, or no, it was at the end of AVPR, and they took it to the the Yutani company.
Mm-hmm.
So they already, yeah, so that would make sense if they had a deal with them. That would be weird.
That would be weird. Now,
I could see it.
the other thing about Adrian Brody, they were talking about, well, you can't get someone to replace Arnold Schwarzenegger. It's just unrealistic. So we wanted to make this guy
Get a dramatic actor.
a little bit of a thinker. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who wore a maroon shirt. I thought that was kind of weird. I'm like, why's he wearing maroon under his flak jacket? But that AA-12 shotgun, man, nothing survives that.
So you can't see him bleed. Oh, and the hunter dogs that they had in there.
Yeah.
That was cool.
That was cool.
I like that. And it was very Hunger Games before Hunger Games was a thing.
Yeah.
The ultimate Hunger Games. Up against Predators. Get it, Katniss.
Ultimate Archer.
Katniss versus
Oh,
Predators.
man.
Total, she'd die.
Yeah.
I got a bow.
Okay.
First thing you do is like grab her spinal cord and rip it out.
From the bottom up.
Miss you, Billy.
That's how you get it out and complete. You grab it from the bottom up.
I didn't tell you this. I was at a Q&A with Carl Weathers.
I thought that was going to go a really weird direction when you started that sentence.
I
didn't tell you this. What?
I was the last person to talk to Carl Weathers in this Q&A. Funny how these
I thought you said that like he died.
No.
I was the last person to talk to Carl Weathers.
I was the last one in line, so everyone, he goes, that's enough people. So I was the last one in line that got to dwindle. So he was talking about Sonny Landham, Billy.
Yeah.
And I knew this about Billy.
Yeah.
Billy needed a bodyguard on Predator. Not to protect him, but to keep him from fighting people when he got drunk.
Oh, yeah, I heard
Because
that.
we American Indians, we can get a little rough and tough. So I told Carl Weathers, I go, Carl, I understand. I go, I'm American Indian. And he goes, whoa, 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 man. You are a First Nations people. So I got corrected by Carl Weathers. I told him, yeah, we drink. He's like, so what do you got, man? I was like, so I've heard that Stallone and Arnold smoke cigars in Stallone's garage. Yeah, I go, have you ever been invited? Man, I ain't never been invited. And then like got up and walked out with everyone. I was like, wow, I just got corrected by Carl Weathers. Told me what it was.
That's hilarious. But it's Carl Weathers.
He acts very much. Apollo Creed is really Carl Weathers. That is how he really is.
Good.
Yeah, I liked it.
Rocky universe. That would be good. No, actually, no. It is an expanded universe now, thanks to Creed.
And Spaceballs.
That too.
The Heart on Rocky 5000.
Continues on.
That sequel's coming out, Spaceballs.
Yeah,
I saw that they had something in the works.
I thought after that one Rocky Balboa where he was older, I was like, all right, it's done now. And then
I
was
liked
like,
Rocky Balboa.
I did too.
Well, it's good. I was just like, all right, cool, we're done now. And then they're just like, Creed. I was like,
Creed was so good.
damn you, Hollywood, you found it again.
Creed was good.
I mean, even though they're technically just recycling the exact same story, more or less, I liked it.
All right, dude.
Creed was good.
And I like how his son had nothing to do with it. Like, they just got rid of Rocky's son entirely. To screw
It's
it.
probably best.
Yeah.
Well, also, I don't think he wanted to have a son in there again because remember his real son committed suicide.
Oh, yeah.
Moonblood, or Moonbeam, Stallone.
Yeah.
Overdose.
That's right.
So I think after that, he's like, I don't want to have someone portraying my son in a movie. Because his son actually was in one of his movies. Rocky. Let's see.
His actual son?
Yeah.
It was like five. Yeah.
Five with
whenever
Tommy
he was,
yeah.
Tommy the Machine Gun. That guy was actually John Wayne's nephew. He
Yeah.
was a real boxer and got AIDS.
yeah.
It was,
wow.
It was not allowed to fight after that.
Yeah.
Rocky 5 whenever
really
he was
know
training the street kid, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tommy the Machine Gun from I believe. I think he's from Wichita, Kansas.
Okay, Rocky 5 was bad.
Rocky 5
that was the worst one.
Rocky 5 was cringy.
Yeah.
That was bad.
Rocky 5 is as bad as Superman 5.
I loved Rocky 4. I thought that was awesome.
Yeah.
I always say Superman 5.
Oh, the Russian?
Yeah.
That's the best one.
Hold on. When is Creed going to get to fight Draco's son? Drago's son, not Draco.
Oh, man.
Sorry, Draco. He's going to fight Draco Malfoy's son in the ring. We're crossing over universes really crazy now.
Now, one thing I'm sad about, they have announced there will be no more Rambos.
I own the last Rambo and never watched it.
It's good.
And I heard it's really good.
Dude, it had the highest kill count of any movie at the time.
Yeah,
like, it took the
that's
record
true.
again.
It really does.
A little spoiler for you.
Oh, no.
At the end of the movie,
Rambo dies?
no, he comes home.
Damn it.
To Arizona.
Yeah.
Rumor was this last Rambo, San Luis Obispo, Arizona.
Yeah.
The last one was supposed to be him versus the cartel. Scrapped. It really hurt my feelings. I was like, why? Come on. If there's anyone that could fight the cartel, it's John J. Rambo.
Yeah.
This is
And the thing was, I'm pretty sure he was going to die in it. Like, that would have made the story great. Because in the original movie, in the story, the real book, Rambo's supposed to die.
Right.
And they wouldn't allow that. He's like, no, he goes, because what message will we send that people should just kill crazy vets?
Right.
And the first one's amazing. It's a really well done film. Brian Dennehy,
Brian Dennehy, yes.
Cocoon!
That's right, Brian Dennehy.
Have you guys ever
I'm Brian Dennehy.
seen it's like a small movie series? It's really like, it's kind of a bad movie, but once you start watching it, it's really good. It's called Badass with Danny Trejo.
Yeah.
Oh, I know of it. I never watched it.
Oh God, it's so good.
From that guy that was on the bus.
Yeah, it's actually really good. So it's 3 movies now.
Wow, I've seen.
So
the
they have
first one.
they have Badass and they have Badasses. It's Danny Trejo and Danny Glover.
Yes.
And then they have Badass. They have a sequel to that one where him and Danny Glover go to New Orleans.
Badasser.
It's you guys. It's on net. They're all on Netflix.
Okay, I like.
Oh, that sounds like direct to Netflix movies.
It's really
was.
good.
Nice.
They made him dress like him too, like.
Dude, yeah, he's got the pouch. He's got the hat and everything. Yeah,
Wow.
he looks exactly like the dude on the movie.
Holy crap.
And so everywhere he goes, everybody's like, "Oh yeah, you're badass, right?" I was like, "Oh my god!" And then when they throw in Danny Glover, he's basically living above his convenience store.
Oh wow.
And Danny Glover looks like he's supposed to be dying, like old crippling, and then they start kicking ass together.
Man, Danny Glover's getting old.
He's very old.
He should have retired when Lethal Weapon. Getting too old for this ring.
Yeah.
Danny Glover's a good actor though.
Yeah.
When I saw The Color Purple, and then he's an abusive black man, like beating his wife.
Oprah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, you're like, holy crap, Danny Glover.
Not the other one with Oprah with Danny Glover in it though. Beloved. You ever seen that movie?
I don't think so.
Creepy ass movie.
I like Danny Glover.
It's a ghost story.
Angels in the Outfield.
Yeah.
Nice
No,
movie.
no, dude, look up Beloved. It's a crazy movie. Oprah's in it. It's about.
They got cheated on that Academy Awards that year.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna say it.
Well, you know, the whitewashing of Hollywood.
Yeah. You know what's funny? Can you remember the people that won Academy Awards that year?
I can't remember anybody who won an Academy Award recently. Oh, except for the fact that stupid ass. Oh my God, Suicide Squad won Best Makeup over Star Trek Into Darkness
That don't make any sense.
because of Croc, I think.
That wasn't that cool.
No, the makeups in Star Trek Into Darkness were significantly better.
Yeah, that doesn't
The
make
chick
any
who had the head
sense.
that opened up, all the makeups. They invented 40 new aliens just for that movie because it was 40th anniversary of Star Trek.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, I know.
Do you know that movie?
Yeah.
Creepy ghost movie. When you find out what's really going on with it, the story gets even creepier. Look up Beloved. Everybody, go watch Beloved. You're going to hate yourself.
Have you seen The Host?
I know of The Host. I've never watched it.
The Host.
Once again, not big on horror movies, personally.
Host is gnarly.
Somebody with like an overly creative mind watching horror movies just gives you worse nightmares.
Yeah.
What's your most disappointing horror movie?
We're into a weird topic now. Like I said, I'm deleting all this from the conversation
No
anyways.
problem.
One, because you cuss so much throughout that description.
The Village.
Yeah, that was bad.
Okay, that wasn't a horror movie. That was a suspense movie.
But it played like in the trailer, like it was.
It was a horror.
Freddy versus Jason.
It was good throughout.
That was fun.
But as a horror movie,
It was
not a horror
great.
movie. It was just a gore movie. It was
what's that one with Space Jason?
Jason X.
Jason X.
He just wants his machete back. Yeah, that's gonna work.
Jason X is so cringy.
Speaking of space, okay,
Space Leprechaun.
Jason, Leprechaun, Hellraiser.
Uh-huh.
All three have been to space.
Yep. I've actually seen that.
Huh.
That Hellraiser.
Well, they've been on Earth. What do we do now? Put them in space.
Put them in space.
I'm surprised they
Critters goes to space.
Critters are from space.
Yeah, then they go back to it.
Good. They're bastards.
I love critters
Little
too.
furry demony things.
Yeah.
There's a whole universe right there. No,
Yeah.
Just kidding. Okay, so I guess we don't really have time to do anymore because it's very late. But
you gotta wake up early.
yeah, so we were going to talk about the X-Men universe and all those movies, Deadpool, how that ties into those. So this is all the things we're not talking about this go around, but you guys can totally get it. These extra universes that currently exist and are still being expanded on because we're getting the New Mutants eventually. And then the whole concept of maybe doing a Marvel Sony Spider-Verse. Because they're doing all these movies based off of Spider-Man villains, Venom being the next one, which should be interesting if they don't screw it up.
Like that
But-
cringy
but-
Venom.
Well, here's the problem. They said he's going to be Eddie Brock, which should be because he's the original Venom. But realistically, I think Flash Thompson is probably the better Venom at this point.
I've always enjoyed the Flash Thompson Venom.
Yeah, Agent Venom. I think he's just that awesome. Stop squeaking.
It's your fault.
I like it. You just keep moving. It's funny. By the way, the whole time, Corey's wearing a Golden Girls t-shirt, just to let y'all know his personality.
Like a boss.
Like a boss. But I like the idea, except for the fact that Sony wants to yank Spider-Man back. But if they want to create
It's been such a weird series.
But
with the way they make it.
Sony's been the one who screwed it up. I mean,
Sony's
the
been
original
one who screws up a lot of them.
Spider-Man 2 was good. Spider-Man 1, great origin story. Spider-Man 3, cringe. Solid cringe.
Cringe fest.
Too many villains, too many storylines, nobody cares. Emo Parker. Sandman
No,
was terrible.
I didn't mind that. It's the jazz dancing that got me.
Yeah, the fact that... Okay,
Bryce Dallas.
hold on. The fact that what the symbiote is supposed to
Bryce
do
Howard.
to you... Bryce Dallas Howard.
Oh, okay.
You were close. Ron Howard's daughter.
They all drive beige Volvos.
They do. But... Because they blend right in. You thought about the skin tone. You finally got there. But the fact that symbiote would make you more evil, would make you more everything, bring out the bad parts of you. Apparently the worst parts of Peter Parker were being just an emo douche that dances and plays piano. Yes, please do the hair. Hold on, you got...
Emo douchey jazz dancer.
It's like he
There you
likes
go.
Panic at the Disco.
Yes,
way too
exactly.
much.
Exactly. Eyeliner,
My
too.
Chemical Romance t-shirts.
And
every day.
eyeliner with the purple shirt under the black jacket.
God, it was
so bad. So bad, guys.
it was
And
the
Venom was
Woodlands.
done terribly.
The Woodlands 2008.
Topher Grace as Venom. I'm sorry, I'm never.
That was
And it was
strange.
too close to being Eric Foreman. I mean, literally, that was only like.
He's always going to be known as Eric
But I think that was
Foreman.
only 2 years after the series ended. Or actually 2 years after he was off the series.
Yeah.
So he was still Eric Foreman.
He's always going to be Eric Foreman.
But okay,
Like, are you going to be able to see Prince Joffrey as anything else but Joffrey for the rest of his career?
Well,
Jeremy Renner. I can never look at that guy normal because I watched him in the original movie he did where he was Jeffrey Dahmer.
Yeah.
So I just see him like drilling holes in dudes' heads and trying to bang them.
well, look at it this way: Draco Malfoy, totally different character now on the Flash, and he actually plays a good guy for the most part.
But he probably has chameleon skills.
Honestly,
It took him a while to get something else, though.
now hold on, Game of Thrones fans. Okay, I posted this on Facebook. I don't know if you saw this, but it was a picture of God, I didn't know what movie it was. I think it was one of the Princess Diaries movies. I can't remember, but the guy who plays the High Sparrow in Game of Thrones, but it's when he had a goatee. He was a little bit younger, had a goatee, still old, but compared to current not Tom Hiddleston, what's his name? Tom, whatever. The guy who plays Draco Malfoy. I swear to God, they look so much alike because they even have the big head, receded hairline, hair parted the same way,
Forehead.
with the Goku. I was a Goku.
Is it 5
Goatee.
head?
No,
Bro.
almost, yeah, it's
like
up
a
there.
6 head.
But I'll find the meme because I made it a few months ago. It's so good.
It's like
Jo-
no Harry Potter
Joffrey
spell
was
to
in-
fix it.
Joffrey was a kid in the first
Actually, you know
Batman. The kid.
Yes, he was. He was actually in Batman Begins. He was the kid he gave the flashlight to.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me go.
I remember how weird he looked in Rain of Fire. I was like, this is a weird looking kid.
What?
He's in Rain of Fire as a random kid.
Was he in Rain of Fire along with Christian Bale?
Bro, it's on YouTube. You need to watch it when you get a chance.
What?
White, the Melody of the Curse. Dude, what? It's good. It sounds fucking weird, but it's...
I love something good. It's always good to try it out. Because I was getting into the 80s Italian movies for a while.
Yeah.
Argento.
Try it. It's a Korean horror movie.
They do really well with their horror movies.
I've never been a horror movie buff. It came up on Netflix like 5 years ago. And I was like, you know what? Let's do this.
I mean, seriously.
Oh, yeah.
Like, if they needed a young High Sparrow right now, would that not work?
That would work.
I mean, I'll put the picture up for you guys, too, but do you see it? I mean, the same shape face, similar shaped nose.
Huge head.
Look at the eye and the giant forehead. You can't avoid it. This is how Draco Malfoy looks now.
He's probably not having a receding hairline, but it will permanently look like he always does.
He just has a giant 5 head. But it's not vertical.
Well, because
every
if you guys watch him back in the day during Harry Potter, his hair's always...
It's always combed forward.
Combed forward and to the side.
But isn't that funny, though?
It also looks like with his tie, it looks like he's a Harry Potter character.
Yeah, but I think that was...
that's him whenever he's a professor.
Yeah. I can't remember what that movie was. Nick, you touched the screen.
Oh, sorry.
Don't touch the touch screen. All right, but yeah, I think if Sony wants to take Spider-Man back and want to reboot it, I think they need to do Spider-Verse, acknowledge that the previous ones all existed, but they're in their own universes.
Yeah.
Because then we could legitimately have 4 or 5 Peter Parkers all in one movie if they want to go there. Because there's so many good Spider-Man stories in the last couple decades. I mean, even if they did...
I did like the cartoon.
Superior Spider-Man would be an amazing set of movies, you know? When Doc Ock becomes Spider-Man. You know, I think that would be, really awesome. Spider Island, Goblin Wars.
Oh, yeah.
All those things would be amazing in movie form, but you have to stretch it out a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Marvel is killing it more than anybody because their universe goes beyond the movies. You've got Netflix series. They're all amazing, with the exception of Iron Fist, which seems
they're in their
weird.
cycle, like I said. They're in their cycle. They have the right people right now. They have the right ideas.
DC have Jeff Jones, but they're not using him enough.
They figured it out with Rebirth.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't even mean comics. I mean just period. Because Jeff Jones has been doing TV. If they brought Jeff Jones into the movies, they would wipe the movies clean and make it more like a TV series.
Oh, yeah.
I've heard that they are going to bring Swamp Thing into the Justice League. My biggest fear is that they're going to ruin it.
Okay, hold on. Just going in there. So the DC TV shows that have existed in the last couple of years. Did anybody watch Constantine other than me?
This TV series?
Yes,
yeah, they have
on
a TV
NBC.
series.
It was on NBC.
I liked him in the Justice League Dark.
Dude, yeah.
Okay, first of all, in Justice League Dark, that was Matt Ryan, the guy who played him on the TV series, and he was in 2 episodes of Arrow. They actually brought him back because he didn't want to stop playing Constantine, but NBC gave up on the show. They said, "Screw it, we're canceling it before."
I love how they have Constantine. Is it Dead Man?
Yeah, Dead Man.
Dead Man.
Yeah.
And I can't remember who else. I've been watching so many of that.
Zatanna.
Yeah. Justice League Dark was amazing.
It was.
But yeah, the fact
Batman always going.
Okay, so we had Keanu Reeves before as Constantine,
correct?
Which was a cool movie. Don't get me wrong,
cool movie.
But didn't look or anything like Constantine except for the way he acted.
I despise Tilda Swinton.
Yeah, Tilda Swinton, terrible.
Her face and sound of her voice.
Yes,
repulses me.
Yes, I understand.
Just like Jodie Foster, can't stand her.
Not anymore, no. But the fact that Matt Ryan, he is British, he is blonde. Everything, and they actually let him smoke on the series. You know how weird it is to actually have somebody smoking for real in a TV show, and actually lighting cigarettes. Usually that's the thing you can't do. You don't see them lighting it. They said no, you have to see. So he would smoke all the time. Of course, he was sick, but not to that level. I mean, the series was good. It was just very underplayed, and I think they screwed up because the pilot had almost nothing to do with the next couple episodes.
Now the new Punisher,
the guy John Bergenthal, Yeah, he was born to play Frank Castle.
He was. And I've hated him in everything he's done, except for when he played Punisher.
Yeah, but once again, that's how good Marvel is. They find the right people for the right job, except possibly with Iron Fist. But
I almost didn't watch Daredevil because of how bad the Ben Affleck movie was.
Okay, yeah, but it had nothing to do with it.
Terrible.
Once again, Marvel movie, but not in the MCU.
But still, I'm just saying,
before Disney money.
if you don't know this stuff
Yeah.
and you just know the name,
Yeah.
it's gonna put a bad taste in your mouth. Halle Berry's Catwoman was probably the worst movie.
That
I've
is the
ever
worst
seen.
comic book movie ever. Period.
Contest.
And she likes it. My girlfriend does like it. She enjoys it just because it's terrible.
They
otherwise.
made a big deal about it because Eartha Kitt, who was the old lady Hackmore and
Yeah.
Ernest Scared Stupid, was
Yeah.
the original.
She
black
was
one.
of the. She was the black Catwoman.
And they took her out because she was black, but she had the best purr out of any Catwoman ever.
Yeah, this is entirely true.
I hated that.
But no, that Catwoman was absolutely terrible. Everything about it. But yeah, and she wasn't even Selena Kyle. Somebody doesn't even matter.
By the way, the bad guy's gonna be Sharon Stone. And I was
By
like,
the way,
I love when they put it. I'm like, this isn't Sharon Stone playing a bad guy. This is how Sharon Stone really acts.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. It's just Sharon Stone literally trying to keep her face together for this episode.
God, I heard she's horrible to work with.
Probably, yeah. That's why she hasn't been in much in the last 10 years.
Yeah.
Except for that movie.
Bring back Kathleen Turner.
Actually, has Halle Berry been in anything since that?
Mhm.
Well, yeah, she probably has, but nobody cares.
She's
Working
been
it out.
on a low key thing with like Jennifer Garner and some of those other.
Well, Jennifer Garner's been laying low anyways, yeah. Just because she's not that great an actress, to be perfectly honest. No, Jennifer Garner was on whatever, that little kid that was a plant, remember? That movie?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she was a mom on that, and that's been since Catwoman. Timothy Green, something like that.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I think that's a really weird place to go ahead and end this. So I want to thank you guys for actually coming over and
Thanks for having
doing
me.
this awesome.
Show.
Key.
I know
It doesn't roll off everyone's tongue because not everybody has known me as Shoky forever, but a lot of people have.
You're the one that I want. You are the one. Okay. By the way, Dirty Dancing live action. We've all talked about it. Why was it even attempted?
Okay, first of all, it was it's always live action. It's not like it was an animated movie.
No, it's just live.
It wasn't live.
It wasn't. It wasn't like Grease.
No, it was not a live like Broadway production.
Shouldn't have been attempted anyway.
It was a musical.
I didn't watch
That's
it.
what was made it terrible.
That's why Show
Okay.
is correcting me.
Interest.
I wouldn't
Okay.
even watch it.
Okay, yes, the new Dirty Dancing was absolutely horrible, and it had one or two decent actors that just got Why? Never mind. No, not going there. It was horrible. Don't ever watch it again. ABC, what were you thinking? Ever.
Interest.
One, I have a slight problem with watching someone that you've seen grow up on the screen do a sex scene, even though it wasn't like.
What do you mean,
in-depth.
like Hermione?
No, Hermione, you didn't see her as like a 6-year-old. You saw her as like, just under preteens. This Abigail Breslin played Baby, the little girl from Signs.
I got you. Ugh, not attractive.
But why would you want to see her get it on with some dude who isn't Patrick Swayze?
True. I would like to see anyone get it on with Patrick Swayze.
From Greece, yeah. No homo.
There's a piece.
No homo.
Grease?
Huh?
Not from Greece.
What's one of your-
Dirty
He
Dancing.
needs to go to sleep.
Dirty Dancing. It's
What's
a late
what's
night.
one of your favorite Patrick Swayze movies?
Roadhouse. Youngbloods.
I have to think about it,
Mine's
honestly.
gonna be really weird.
Probably.
Give it to me.
Tu Wong Fu.
Yeah, love that movie.
Tu Wong Fu.
Thanks for
amazing.
everything.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right,
Thanks
yeah.
for everything,
Snipes,
Tu Wong Fu.
John Leguizamo.
Yes.
I'm going to go ahead and say I can't think of one off the top of my head.
That's
He's
a-
a transvestite.
That was
No. I can't think of a favorite Swayze movie.
That was a masterful movie.
Go.
It
Ghost.
was pretty good.
I'm going to go with Ghost.
Damn, good call.
I had to go with
Good
Ghost.
call.
Yeah.
You know what? Let me tell you something, and we're gonna get out of here. I'm gonna leave you be.
Yeah.
Ghost IMDb, Mr. Sam Wheat.
Uh-huh.
When you read how many people were decided to play that role
Yes.
that were famous and
Yes.
that denied it or they couldn't do it, you realize that only Patrick Swayze could have played that role.
Oh, yeah. But no, Ghost, once again, that's another movie that will mess you up if you watch it when you're young. Because when the whatevers come to take people away, the shadows.
Oh yeah.
That is like nightmare. That is like nightmare stuff to children. Even though it's so badly done. Even for
Oda
them.
Mae Brown and that what's that guy's name?
Ah,
Lopez.
Yes.
Carl. What you want, Carl?
Oh dear God. Yeah, Whoopi Goldberg. Actually, honestly, probably one of Whoopi Goldberg's best.
Probably one of her best.
Yeah, that's not saying much. 'Cause
King Henry VIII. I am.
considering what Whoopi Goldberg has become,
I just like her and Sister Act.
okay, we'll give her Sister Act probably
Sister
her
Act
best
1 and
ever.
2.
Tu Wong Fu.
Back in the Habit.
Back in the Habit was great.
Yeah, I love that movie.
Original Dirty.
Does anybody else think that Linkin
Theodore
Park's
Rex?
song "Breaking the Habit" is about raping a nun?
No,
I'm gonna have to delete that, but I can't help but thinking.
Here's the line.
I'm breaking the. No, but think about it. I'm breaking the habit tonight. It's like what is he doing?
Like,
anyways,
his last statement was like the stupidest thing he could ever.
Hold on. Don't get me started because I'm actually have to make an inside voice video for that.
Okay.
Because after the last thing Chester Bennington did, I have to make a video because I was going to do it after the first one. A week later, he makes another terrible comment after Mike Shinoda went on there and defended everything in a good way. All right, guys, but that's going to be it for this SHOKY'S Nerdcast. These guys were great, and I know it's really, really long, and I'm going to have a hard time editing all of this, including adding tons and tons of movie footage that I'll probably get all kinds of... And schmeg it. Schmeg off. Anyways. Frack
yourself.
Just frack it all. But anyways, that's it, guys. Catch you guys next time. Go watch the first SHOKY Nerdcast. It was a good one. And yeah, hopefully we can get some more of these fun, nerdy things. If you have any topics you guys would like to hear us chat about, maybe if I get Dan the Plastic Man back on here, some other nerdy stuff, it'd be fun. I thought movies would be a good thing to do. We were having a fun conversation about movie verses, and then all the other weird tangents we went off on comic book universes. But I hope you guys have a good night or day or what time it is in the world where you are. I'll see you later. Remember, as always, keep on nerding.